Like, men were never supposed to see these many bad bitches.
Right.
If you're in a relationship with a man and you're not giving him any sex, guess what? You deserve to be cheated
You
on.
don't like him.
Yeah.
I feel like
We're not meant to
be. We're not meant to be. And that's okay with me, with everybody.
Social media has corrupted people's minds, and that's just the world that we live in now.
We've lost our understanding of what it means to be and love, and everybody's focused on themselves and what they want.
Yes, sir, ski. This is the Hood Analyst Podcast where we talk about that real hood shh. Not today. We're doing something very special. I'm doing something very special. I haven't had a drink since my birthday. I'm a summer baby. So we drinking. This is water.
Red
Drinking.
cups.
And we're not going to do my usual...
Hey, we got a toast. Don't sip it yet.
Oh my God.
Sorry, not to cut
We're
you
not
off.
going to do my usual shrink and dissect the person. Why are you this way? Why are you not so emotional? Why you don't show your... Fuck all that. We ain't doing that. Today, we're just going to have some fun. We're going to ask some random, lighthearted questions to get everybody's perspective. I'm just meeting Alasia.
Come on,
She's going to
baby.
introduce herself in a second. And I'm just meeting Janae. She's going to introduce herself in a second. You guys know...
Alexis.
I'm just here.
BSG.
Returning guest.
What's up? What's good?
Yeah, let me give you a real intro. We got Black Spidey guy in here, returning guest. The last episode we did crazy numbers.
It definitely did.
And we getting cool. So he's back again. You guys know who I am. It's your boy Killbody. Got that mode, stay that mode. You guys say it twice like Pokemon. Hey, buddy. And I'm gonna have my guests introduce themselves.
I'm Malaysia, Creole on Instagram, Creole_X3, and Creole here for my business page. And I'm happy to be here today.
All right.
I'm Janae. I'm a New Jersey-based hairstylist. It's Janae on Instagram, 3 underscores in front, and Jada Stylist _ for my business page.
Okay, all right. Alexis, you wanna kick off the group shot?
Yeah, let's toast to some of us.
Yeah, toast to something
Cheers.
cool.
Let's
Yeah,
toast.
Put you on the spot. Toast to
First
something
of all,
cool.
some of us that don't drink, I'm not really a drinker.
I'm not really a
He's
drinker.
here. He's here.
We got Spidey guy that's
I don't
trying to
drink.
make
He
sure
doesn't
nobody
You gotta save
gets
yourself
too
so you
drunk.
There we go.
And
Yeah,
let's
toast.
just cheers to a good episode. Good points of views, perspective, respect each other. Good
don't.
vibes.
First and foremost.
Okay.
Like, subscribe, and share because all we do is provide content for you every single day. And also, every
Get
Friday,
that over with.
8 p.m., full-length podcast. Tune in. Stop being not subscribed.
Word, it's
I see
mad.
y'all 90% not subscribed, but y'all watching it every single time. Support. It's free.
Word, it's free as hell. You're gonna laugh. You're definitely gonna learn some shit. We get beautiful women up here too. You're gonna look at some eye candy. Come on, like, subscribe, share. Yeah, I already told you the kind of episode we having. I also got these little cards from this little game that we're gonna be playing. Making my job a little bit easier. We started off like this. Oh, also, do you want to do like a rotation for people answering questions?
Yeah.
Yeah, whoever answer,
Yeah.
just let everybody.
So you wanna
some order?
go first or last?
I'll start.
She'll start. Okay. First question. It takes me blank to get ready in the morning. How long does it take you to get ready in the morning?
It depends on where I'm going.
Yeah.
But I mean, going to work, probably I'll say 30 minutes to an hour, depending on if I took a shower the night before.
Okay. All right. Yeah, 30 minutes for me too. I'll be ready like that.
30 minutes.
I
But
can
if
take a
I'm
shower
going
too
somewhere
quick, like
else-
10 minutes. A good shower. But I could do it quick. That's why I cut my hair and shit. Like, I'm
Easier
an
maintenance.
optimized nigga. Yeah.
Right.
I got routines.
Okay.
I feel like it takes me about 30 minutes too. Like, especially depending on where I'm going, but to work, 30 minutes, definitely.
It takes me about an hour. I need time to procrastinate. I like to take my time. I don't like to do things. I don't know. I don't like to do things on other people's time. I just like to do things when I like to do things. So I have to psych my mind and get up earlier so I can kind of BS
That's valid.
and still get it done.
You need BS
Because-
time.
Yeah, I need BS
You like
time.
slow mornings.
I just don't like to move on nobody's time.
Valid.
But that's life, so. About an hour. That's my answer.
About an hour. I like to relax and get my shit ready. And
So the slow morning people.
Okay.
Yeah, I like to lotion up.
Do y'all
I want to
eat
put on my
breakfast every
headphones.
day?
I want to like, huh?
Do y'all eat breakfast every day?
I eat breakfast every day.
Oh yeah.
I barely.
I
eat
try.
breakfast.
I don't do
I could
that.
get up and just.
If you eat
go.
breakfast, you can be able to miss a bunch of meals after versus it being the other way
Like
around.
if I'm off, I'm getting up, going to the gym. Like I don't even have to eat.
Same.
No,
I can just.
Well, I drink a
coffee.
protein shake, but
Like I'm
that's about
getting
it.
up,
Coffee
running my
every day.
errands and all of that, go to the gym, and then I'll eat my first meal after that.
so think about the times you have ate in the morning. You don't feel a lot better.
I do.
You don't have to eat heavy, but you eat something
I prefer to eat breakfast.
that's
is
cooked.
light.
I just
I
feel
in a rush.
like
I get
Yeah,
a protein
absolutely,
shake.
yeah.
you get that energy.
I just want to
you feel
get out
full.
the door
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Like when I
Yeah.
wake up, I want to get out the door. I know. I mean, I'm not saying it's a good habit, but
I know when I'm out and about, I don't really have time to eat. I don't really think about eating. Honestly, when I work, I don't even think about eating. Like, eating be the last thing on my mind until once I'm done, I'm thinking about food. But in the meantime, I'm really not thinking about it. So I got to eat breakfast first because I know I'm not going to be thinking about food all day.
I get like a fruit smoothie, something liquid in the morning, something fast and quick that I can sip while I go to
That
work.
would be
Wait, how
cool.
long does it take you
I
to get
can't
ready?
find one.
Like 20 minutes.
I'm about to say you get ready quick with the
Very quickly. 20 minutes, that's all I need.
My boy get ready. My boy got a whole beard under there. We can't.
So I got a question about time. All right, so we're gonna do about like a cookout, say you have an event. What time are you telling people to come?
Well, you know they're going to be late, so
Yeah. An hour before it actually starts.
hour to two.
Because I'm going to be late, to be honest.
I'm gonna be late
So
every
definitely
time.
an hour before it actually starts.
Yeah. I'm getting a place where I could definitely pay for a few more hours because it's definitely not going as planned.
Definitely not.
So what about black people?
Oh my God.
What talking about color people time?
Yeah, color people time.
Color
You know,
people
Black
That's
people
crazy.
too. That's an hour. I feel like an hour is good.
see,
Yeah.
I'm partially
Maybe an
Jamaican.
hour and 30.
So they say "Misung come."
No, listen.
That shit like 2 hours.
anything.
The Jamaican weddings, funerals are like starting at 8 p.m. Baby showers,
Jesus.
everything is like
8 p.m.?
8,
Yo,
6, 7. Am
to
I
this
lying?
day-
It's definitely after 7.
My
Still,
God.
the wildest party I ever been to in my life was a Jamaican party.
Fun though, right?
Nobody's ever topping that.
Yeah,
Of course.
You
I
might, you
wanna
might,
go
you
to
might
one.
walk out like a little crippled, just a little bit.
That's fine. That means you have fun. That means you have fun.
Yeah, you be
I don't
hurting
want to
after
come
that
back out the same.
Heard
I
you.
might not be able to sit for the next day.
Okay. All right.
You
Oh,
got-
wait,
you got-
we got to go back on the topic. The question of the day was, how do you keep your hairs down there, right?
Mhm.
And we said that applies for both men and women.
Yes.
And I think that it's very important that both men and women keep it shaved down there.
Hygiene.
So actually, it's ask everybody how they keep their self.
Keep it shaved.
Shaved
how
is
do-
better.
She's waxed.
Baldiana.
Always. Caillou.
Shave.
You don't want
Wax
that.
that booty hole waxed out.
All that hair, I feel like, just builds up that smell.
Let me ask a spicier question.
And I'm just,
Everybody
no, I'm just saying, like, all that hair, I feel
I
like
got
builds
a
up that
question,
smell, that
too.
musk.
Yes.
What's the
Definitely.
craziest
Just
you
call me
ran
Tarzan.
into down there?
What?
Huh?
What's the craziest you like?
Oh, like
dealing
amount
with
of
somebody?
hair?
No, dealing with somebody. What's the craziest you've seen down there?
No, I've seen a guy that was like
Jesus.
super duper bushy, and then his pubes were like kinky. I don't know. The hairs, I'm very particular with hairs too. Like your hairs would turn me
So,
off.
like,
I
you're trying to
don't know.
tell me
Hairs are
too
real
much. So, like,
a
I
deal
know
breaker.
how
Girl, what you
are.
trying to tell me?
Hair is a
My
deal
shit is
breaker.
gonna
Hair
be
texture.
clean, pristine, smelling good too, because I
He
want my
doesn't
dick
shave,
sucked.
right? He doesn't shave and or even comb it.
Or even comb it. Exactly. I
Wait,
feel like
guys comb it?
I know.
have to-
I'm just saying, like,
I
it's
don't
not
comb
enough.
it.
if it's trimmed,
you gotta comb
you're
it.
kind of combing it through, right? If you-
No.
I have
no.
a question.
Mine
Very
not
curly
long enough for
something.
Do
Wait.
guys care about hair? For real?
Yes.
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 'Cause
Really?
They always
Yes.
say they don't. So I
We
wanna
do.
know.
Let's-
Actually, yeah.
I feel
I
like
don't
if you
care,
really
actually,
love
per
them,
se.
you don't care.
I
Like
don't
if you're in a
care.
relationship.
It just gotta be clean.
You need to
and
groom
trimmed.
that, shave it at least every 3.
I was
2,
about to say it gotta
maybe
be
2
groomed
months,
just like your head.
I feel
a
like
few
it,
weeks.
I'm not doing
Like
hair
2
crazy
I
up
don't
here,
really
and I'm
know.
definitely
Yeah,
not
2 months
doing
is
hair
crazy.
like
If it's-
at least. What the fuck are we
every
doing?
2-3 weeks.
I feel
Oh,
like
okay.
if it's
I
one of
thought
them
that was-
dudes that's always out there
Okay.
like sleeping, pounding out
Dudes.
shit, moving on to the next, constantly just pounding out. A lot of them don't give a shit how hairy it is. They just want that cat.
So you just mean
Fuck them
bushy.
niggas.
Because with a wax, like I need 3 weeks. I have to grow her out a little bit, but the hairs are
But that's different.
very
You're doing
thin.
a wax.
It's like I'm still bald, so it's like
they're
very
You're pulling out the hair
if
follicles.
she's
are fine.
super like giving, you know.
The
But like as
forest.
you're
Foxy
shaving
brown.
though,
The forest is out there.
Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Let me get.
but as in like shaving though, like for men, it's like a shave, so it'll grow back quickly. Like say if I was to shave my beard today, it'll probably grow back in like 3 weeks.
Yeah,
So
true.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I used to wax. I don't wax anymore, right? And let me tell you why. I
You
know.
went back to shaving?
Let me tell you
Oh my
why,
gosh.
right?
What's the
Shaving
major
wax is
differences
sad.
between shaving and
3
wax?
Right.
days.
So when you wax,
Mhm.
your hairs are being grabbed out from the root,
yeah,
which
that
means
shit-
it's gonna last a lot longer, right? You're gonna be
hurts.
hairless a lot longer. And even when it grows back, it's gonna be very, very fine, right? The hairs. Now when
That's
you
probably what I need to
shave,
do with like my
when you
razor
shave
blade.
is the same thing like when you guys shave your face
Right.
or shave anything else is growing back in one business day. It's gonna grow directly back.
That's exactly what happens with my beard.
And
Now, and no,
it be thick.
well, it
The
could
hairs
get
are
coarse
thicker. Yeah.
depending
Depends
on,
on-
Way more
your
coarse.
texture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends.
So to clean this
But-
up, I would have to wax.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm, yeah.
And then when you wax, it prevents bumps, it prevents ingrowns, it prevents a lot of stuff because hair traps smells, stuff like that.
I
so
will say this as well. For people who are shaving, please exfoliate your damn
Oh,
skin.
yeah, hell yeah, of course.
oh, okay, yeah.
What's y'all skincare routines?
Even when
That's
waxing.
a fucking question.
Or everything.
Wait, I gotta get back to why.
Yeah, because
Right.
you saying all the
Yeah, I wanna
benefits.
know.
of-
I
wanna
Why
know.
did you go
And I'm gonna
back?
tell you why I don't even care. Like it's take it or leave it. Okay,
Oh, okay,
and they're
yeah,
not
yeah,
complaining.
okay,
But I had a kid and I had a C-section.
Oh,
And
okay.
that's a surgery, a major surgery. So it's kind of like numb right there.
Mm.
So yeah, it's kind of like a weird feeling. Some people just skip over it. Most people that had kids, they like, oh, I just kind of tell them go past that part. It's just very cringy to me, and I feel like I just don't want to do it, and it's
So
very
you
sensitive.
Feel weird, or is it
So it's
because you have the
uncomfortable.
scar? Like
It's
what
because
is it?
it's the feeling. It feels weird, and it's very
Uncomfortable.
It's very uncomfortable. And when you have a C-section, you can literally feel it up to you in your 50s. Like to this day, my mom
Wow.
could feel the
Oh, wow.
scar. You can feel that
Wow.
scar.
That is something
When
I
it's
didn't know.
raining, I could feel it. Like
Damn.
any little thing, I could feel it. So it's like,
Wow.
I don't want to wax right there. So as bad as I want it to, I'm over it. And like,
Gotcha.
I'm cool as long as
I heard sugaring doesn't hurt as bad as waxing though.
yeah.
I never tried it, but
No,
I
it
heard it's
look-
not as bad.
I think that's a
Let's
lot.
drop
I just
Yeah.
shave.
I got my legs sugared and it hurt way.
Sugared? What-
worse.
what-
Yeah, what is that?
sugared?
It's like natural.
yeah.
So it's like they literally make wax out of like sugar and like
Oh.
Natural stuff and not
Yeah,
that
but it's
hard
supposed
wax.
to be like less like painful.
But she's saying it is though.
Oh, that makes sense.
I never tried it,
before,
but I
like,
heard.
I
once-
did it on my legs, and
Literally-
when I wax my legs regularly,
Mhm.
it doesn't hurt as bad. I think it's because they have to like pull. Like
Literally,
I prefer,
once a month,
more.
I would do like a exfoliation with natural stuff. So
Mhm.
they said to use like brown sugar and like tea tree oil,
Yeah.
and you just take it in a clump, and then you just.
Okay, skincare.
Got some tips.
You know what I'm saying?
Tips.
So yeah, let's drop this show on his head.
Yeah,
now I'm
yeah.
gonna let you ask your question.
You got a question?
You really want me to ask that question right now?
Yes, please ask
Alright.
the question.
Hey,
Do you really want me to ask
he
that
got it.
question
Yes,
right now?
please ask the
Oh
question.
God, what's the question?
Oh God.
Wait. No, wait. Why do you wear the mask? I forgot.
Oh,
Ooh.
Wait, we can't skip over this because I didn't get to. They asked me too. Well, not they asked me, but I gave them a
You
little
wanna know
insight
why?
on you. No, we gotta.
he's a
we gotta go back.
vigilante trying to save these hoes.
We gotta
So
go
he
back.
can't be
No,
trying
I wanted to know
show
your
his
story
identity.
before you start talking. I wanted to know your story because I watched a few episodes, and I'm not gonna lie, I was like judging you a little bit, and
Of
then
course
I
you
had Kamal explain some stuff that he said you explained. Like it's not even his words. He's like, "This is what you said," and I'm like, "Oh, that makes sense." And then it made me change how I saw your videos.
Mhm.
But I still had some questions, so I just wanted to know what's your story behind the mask.
Well, I wanted to make a character that would kind of embody what I wanted to do. So there's a lot of dudes in this space that, you know, they big muscles, tattoos, big, you know, got a chain, and that's all cute and cool and all that. But I think that's kind of like just like a superficial version of what masculinity is. And I wanted to kind of create a character that was more focused on the logic about what it means to be a man versus just the physical persona of what a man should be. And that's very easy to mimic, but it's hard to mimic actual logic and wisdom. So I wanted to eliminate any chance for somebody to potentially look at me and listen to what I have to say. You know, when I debate people, specifically ladies, they like to come at me personally. But I'm like, well, if I just take away all of that, well, all you can do is attack my logic. You could potentially make fun of my hair, my face, my skin, whatever it may be, but you don't know what I look like, so it doesn't really matter. Right. You know, so I wanted to make a character that would be able to talk about the logic, not just talk about the superficial.
Okay.
My nigga is a man.
Would you be interested in making like your own character, or you feel like this is your own character because it was giving like Spider-Man vibes?
The only reason I chose Spider-Man was because, you know, with great power comes great responsibility. And I think that's something that's transmissible to anything in life.
Cool.
You know, when it comes to, you know, gaining power, when it comes to being a leader, man has to, you know, he has lots of power. He has to also understand what comes with that. You know, also accountability and all that other stuff kind of goes in line with that. And that makes sense to me.
So what's your purpose? Just to inform people, or?
I want to, if anything, kind of battle the delusion. I feel like in a society that makes the truth something that happens within the mind, it keeps us from being able to see observational reality. And so we all kind of live within our own mindscape of what is and what is not. And it's made all of us kind of butt heads of what is true and what we should believe. But I think there needs to be somebody that questions everything and makes everybody kind of think before they just act. And we live in a society that's very impulsive. It's like drink, smoke, sleep around, who cares? Do whatever you want. And it's like, well, we know for a fact that doing that is going to negatively impact you in the future. You have to move with intent, as my father would say, move with a plan. If not, you're setting up for disaster. Don't just sleep with a woman, vet that woman. Don't just get this job, get a job that's going to give you experience to lead you down the career path you want.
Right.
Really think. But a lot of, unfortunately, men, little boys, teenagers, whatever, are just doing whatever they want and they're not thinking before they're acting. So I wanted to kind of make something that somebody could look up to and be like, oh, wow, he's thinking and acting and then questioning and pondering. Maybe I should listen to him a little bit.
Do you ever think about how you make people feel with the way you translate it? And do you think about how you make people feel?
I think not necessarily. And the reason why is because there was a time in my life where I was extremely delusional. You know, when I came out of the military, for example, I had come out of the military the way I guess you shouldn't have. It was a medical situation. Mm-hmm. And so when I came out, I couldn't get a job because I was very depressed.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm not getting no job, like a security job or any job that's making less than this amount of money. I deserve this. I was thinking just like that because I have this degree. And I remember I couldn't get a job. And I remember I was sitting at a table and I was like crying, literally just crying, like, what the fuck's going on? Right. And my father came downstairs and he just looked at me and he's like, you done? And I was like, what do you mean, Dad? Like, I'm trying. He's like, sometimes you have to do what you don't want to do to get where you need to go. So stop. He said, huh?
I wish I heard those words earlier.
Yeah. But my father's very logical. He doesn't speak much, but when he does, it means something. And he said, son, you think you're too good for a low paying job? Who are you? You're no one right now. You've lost it all.
Talk to him.
Figure out how to get back up on your feet. Stop acting like a bitch.
Yeah, people.
That's what my father told me.
People need to hear that.
And you know,
that's masculinity.
And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, damn, that was like, it hit my ego, but he wasn't wrong. And so what I've learned is like, when you're trying to tell the truth, you can't really worry about how it's fed to you, because if it's the truth, it is what it is. No matter if it sounds good or if it sounds bad, if it's the truth, it's the fucking truth.
I got one last question.
All right. I agree with that, but I live in a world where if you want to get that truth and that message across,
right?
Don't you want to use the best delivery?
That's what I'm trying to get to.
So you get them. If you're just saying the truth, but it's falling on deaf ears.
Fuck delivery.
Then
if you don't listen, if you don't listen to it, life is gonna slap you in the face with it. So it's either you're gonna listen or you're just gonna be a victim to your delusion.
I feel that, and
but I just want to know, like, what's the overall goal, or is there gonna be a point where you feel like
you release the mask?
Yeah, like the debate is done. So, like, what are you really doing?
So I've been doing this
for
6 years, long time. And I always ask myself when I'm going to stop. And I guess that's when men and women finally come together and accept their differences.
What does that look like?
What does
For
that
you,
look like?
to you?
I guess it's women and men holding hands and, this little... No. I'm just messing with you. Hold on. Stop. I'm just messing with you. But it's when women can finally say, you know what? We pushed for this particular ideology. It's not working. It's tearing us apart. We need to accept the reality that we're in and kind of understand that we need to now shape the world in that way to maximize our ability to combine and connect with one another.
So you basically saying you're going to stop when they come off the pedestal. But I'm on the side of they never come
I don't think
out
he's
that.
gonna stop. I think you kind of like, you're already like tapped into that and in that world. You're comfortable. Yeah. You like the attention too as well.
How do you guys feel about that?
So I feel like there might not be a...
How do you guys feel about that?
You think I like the attention?
His content?
Yeah, because you like to debate. It's not like a bad thing, but you like to debate. Like you like to...
I like to debate, not necessarily the attention.
Yeah, not the attention.
Because I started doing this because there were ladies on TikTok saying they wanted all men to die.
Okay, yeah, he's explaining it now.
So and a little boy who was 14 years old in the United Kingdom killed himself because little girls were telling other people that he had sexually harassed them and he didn't. And girls were on TikTok happy that he did that and were hoping for more boys to do that. And I wanted to fight against that somehow through my way. And this was my way of doing that. I don't necessarily do this because I like the attention. I never thought this was going to become as big as it is.
Yeah,
like
half
a million people following me. Like why? I don't understand sometimes.
But how do you know what you're doing is working for the better? Or
there was a guy who hated women a couple years ago. He really hated women. And I kind of helped him along in understanding that the anger he feels is not for women, but the woman that wronged him and that he needs to vet differently. And now he's married. And there was another guy who tried to end his life. I think it was a couple of months ago. And he told me now he's got a job and he's doing better. There was another dude who was in a relationship with his wife. 13 years, it wasn't working out. And I kind of inspired him to work out, get a better job. And his marriage is doing better. So when I say all that to say this, I may not be a great big individual that's able to influence so many, but the messages I get from people that tell me their life is better because they watched my video propels me to do more.
So everything you talk about is positive for the most part.
Everything I do is for the betterment of people. Sometimes it's perceived as negative, but that's never my intent.
All right, that's what I was trying to get to. Okay.
So is your whole thing is to just be a middleman for women and men?
Pretty much. If you want to think about it like that, because I do have a lot of female followers. And I've debated with them and I've talked with them. And I always say, my goal isn't to hate women. It's to have them understand the differences and have us come together. Whether they want to or not, that's on them. I mean, there's other people you can follow and listen to.
Okay.
But
you've seen the
depending
content,
on your delivery.
Yeah, I haven't seen your content.
You think, what kind of vibe do you get watching his content?
Your delivery.
Yes, go ahead.
And that's just from the outside looking at. I didn't watch the whole thing either.
Mm-hmm.
It just seemed like kind of
say it.
Like a cry for help in a certain way, right? It seems like you personally kind of went through something, and I can't really kind of pinpoint what it is, but it just seems like you personally went through something.
Okay.
And I don't know how to explain
hiding
it.
behind the mask.
Yeah. I don't want to say the wrong thing because I'm still figuring you out.
No. I don't take anything personally because I understand who I am and I've had the same question asked before. But I already explained why I wear the mask and that's not going to change anything, right? I chose this because I wanted to create a persona that individuals could look up to. Whether or not someone wants to interpret that as me hiding, that's fine, but that's not why.
Your reason is pretty... It's logical. It's plausible.
Your reason makes sense.
Yeah, your reason is plausible.
And not even just for safety reasons and stuff too, because you speak a lot.
Job, all of that.
But it's
not even jobs, just people. I could hate you. I could be like, oh, I don't like that guy, and might want to see you one day. And
of course.
So I feel like I look at it like that. Like safety, you kind of get to say what you need to say.
I wonder if anybody thinks
behind a mask.
No, 100%.
You think people hate us?
Oh no, people hate y'all. I meant to tell y'all that.
Ooh,
I meant to tell y'all that. I don't know. They like that guy. Why are you up there with him? He's such an asshole. And I'm like, I don't get that vibe from Just. I don't know. Maybe I gotta watch the episodes doesn't look.
That's funny.
But you're
They don't
such
watch
a
the full
character.
content. They gotta watch the full content.
He played too much.
I do.
He's
you
cool
do.
though.
Yeah, you
But
do.
he's cool though. But just to answer your
But
last,
the goal is not to be liked. So,
but just to answer that last part where you said cry for help or what.
Yeah.
Every man goes through shit.
Yeah.
Like I had a girl tell me, "You must have went through so much." Yeah, I did.
I think you should keep saying that. I think you should keep reminding people that.
Being more
because
relatable.
being more relatable.
But I have though. And my thing is that I've been doing this for so long. Repeating myself constantly is not going to help anyone.
You already been repeating yourself, saying your same followers and who you are and what you
Right.
So I think you should keep repeating that because people are going to think that you have bad intentions on it or you're just mad at women or
that's
because we're only going to watch the first few seconds and we're
Right.
going to go off your energy and your energy is very like, bashful sometimes.
But I'm fine with that.
So you
Well,
attack women.
are you okay? Are you really okay with that?
I'm fine with that.
He does.
Same shit.
no, but that's the.
I'm okay with it too.
all right.
Do you?
I said the same question for him too. He
And
doesn't
he's-
attack women. And like he said,
No, I know.
his thing is plausible.
Yeah.
I agree with probably almost 90% of the content.
Yeah.
But I
Delivery.
asked her
It's not going to
because
translate.
I would think that women would react the way that you're reacting.
yeah.
Just like how you just said it. You
But
just
you
said
see-
so
but
you
do you
attack
speak
women.
on men as well?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I only understand when he explains it to me.
Like he has different characters, and each of them is like a different version. So it's like the wise ape, and then you have like the simply goblin.
It's simply the goblin. Other characters that illustrate different personas or mentalities of people. Because again, ladies do crazy things, but I also congratulate the
Everybody
traditional
does
women that
crazy
do
things,
stuff.
though.
No, you're not wrong, but my focus is on ladies specifically.
Oh, so basically your content is focused on women.
That's the focus, but I do help and also talk about other things.
I wish we should have showed y'all.
So
Yeah.
the question that I want to ask right now is, especially with your mindset and goal plan or whatever,
Yes.
is how do men and women finally get back together and be with one another long term?
You asking me or you asking them?
Everyone, actually.
Who wants to go?
Say it one more time.
First, what do you think is the climate? Do you think that men and women are getting along to like what do you
If you look at relationships across the world, it's failing. All first world countries right now are not able to produce enough children to repopulate. And that's because we're not getting married. We're not having enough children. We've lost our understanding of what it means to be in love. And everybody's focused on themselves and what they want. Hyper individuality, though it makes it so that you can do whatever you want, also takes away from the possibility of building a family. Because building a family takes sacrifice. And nobody wants to sacrifice anything. Nobody is willing to struggle. Everybody wants to be the top dog. Everybody wants to be rich. Everybody wants to party. But we're all getting old. And eventually we're all going to be old on this planet together. And there's going to be very few young people on the planet. And that's by year 2040, about almost half of women on Earth are going to be childless and single. Some girls will say, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. I'm nothing against that. But everything comes with a cost. There's pros and cons to everything. And so relationships aren't working. Women are trying to do their thing. Men are trying to do their thing. Some want to hold on to some old school traditional values. Others want to be modern
So-
and do this polyamorous stuff.
you think the solution is going back to the way things used to be?
I don't think that's possible.
So what do you think your solution is?
I
So
think
you don't
that-
want traditionalism.
No, what's going to end up happening is what happened to every other civilization. There's
No.
going to be
I'm asking, what do you think the solution is?
the solution would be for us to go back to some similarity of
So
what
you do?
happened in the past.
Pardon me.
Hmm?
Continue.
Oh, that would be the goal, is to somehow emulate what they had in the past. But that's not going to happen because ladies of today are happy with their liberation, and you can't take that away.
But you think the solution is going back to something traditional?
Well, yeah, because we
I don't know
think
if
so,
I
too.
think. I don't
We
know
ins-
if that. I think
we
that's-
ins-
I don't agree with
We could
that.
change it though. We can make it.
But why don't you agree with it?
I honestly feel like social media plays a big part in why people think the way they think. I feel like people get their personality and their thoughts from social media, like Justin LeBoy and like people like that. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel
that's
like
true.
there's a war on men and women right now. Like there's no
We're competing.
Yeah, it's competition. Is I think men just like I think men should pay for everything, or no, you should pay for everything. Like I just feel like social media has corrupted people's minds, and that's just the world that we live in now. So I really honestly think social media is the problem.
It definitely is.
It
You know,
fast
And I feel
tracks
like
That's where it really
everybody's, like
escalated.
competing with each other. Like, oh,
Definitely.
her man does this, my man got to do this. Oh, his girlfriend does this, my girl got it. Like, no one's thinking about themselves. It's more so like, what will other people think and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And
They're
they
trying to
like,
outdo.
surround
Mhm.
their life and like what they like around
What they see.
the opinion of
Mhm.
others. It
What's
was a tweet
trendy?
I saw, and it
Yeah,
was
what
like,
they see on social media. What's
it was
trendy?
like men were never supposed to see these many bad bitches. And I feel
Facts.
like, not for nothing, that's so
facts.
true, because social media, we exposed to so much that I feel like we're not supposed to be exposed to, that our expectations are just too high for reality.
They're not realistic.
And it's
That's
just
true.
like, we're literally acting on that, like to the point where we want the impossible pretty much.
So, do you think the solution is to deprive yourself from social media, or just learn how?
well,
to
it's the biggest
operate
it's the
with it?
biggest variable. It's the thing that's made everything the
Yeah,
way it
but-
is.
I don't
it's
think
here
so.
now. It's
I feel
here now.
like-
So, do you think relationships will be better if you take it away completely, or just learn how to function with it in a
I feel like
relationship?
look at it like
social
Make it work
media
for you,
isn't-
honestly.
is the problem, but I feel like it's more so about validation, acceptance. You have to come to a certain understanding with yourself. Like, am I doing this for validation, or am I doing this because this is genuinely something that I want to do? When you move from like your heart and you act on like your own pure intentions, I feel like you end up in better situations versus like doing things off of validation or like the male gaze and like, stuff like
So
that.
I would say this. So social media is a construct that everybody sees, everybody has a perception of it, and everybody sees it differently, right? Now, how does a community get together, build stuff, do all these things? It comes through all individuals making a plan to do something for the betterment of people, right? It starts from the inside, it starts from you, the way how you perceive things. So if you perceive things like, oh yeah, I can just do this and get the next one, but you're not looking at reality. Most people think that they deserve this and they're gonna get this, and they're chasing it for forever, because you get with one person, they don't meet your highest expectations, and then you go to somebody else, and then now you either downgraded or upgraded, but you can't keep it long term.
Right.
Nobody wants to make the sacrifices within the person that they have, and they're just unhappy, and they don't see it. Just because, oh yeah, social media, I could do. Just because I look like this person, I deserve what they have.
But I want to latch off of what she said though, which is most men in the past didn't see like 10 baddies and like,
But they
their
still
entire
had
lifespan.
families across town, though. They still
That's-
had
but that
whole
would-
families
no, but
down
see-
the block.
No, but see, that wasn't the way. See, that's another thing, right? Girls will say like, oh, well, men were cheating. And you got to also understand, like, men worked way longer hours back then. And there wasn't like crazy transportation, right? So you had towns. And so in order to get to another town, do you know how many miles you had to walk to get to the other town?
Wait, you making an excuse for niggas?
Or being
No,
forced back.
No, stop. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that cheating today is a lot worse than it was in the past, because there were a lot more things that they had to worry about, like
Definitely.
polio.
Wow.
Wait,
You could
what?
die in the winter, right? For example, there wasn't like heaters. You had to worry about food, right? You had to worry about all these other diseases that we have cures to today. There wasn't a lot of time to be doing what we tend to do in the 21st century. And one of my historian friends said this, is we tend to look at history through the lens of a person in the 21st century. And we'll look at a couple of things and we'll say, well, that happened all throughout.
I
But
kind of
that's
think
not
that's
the
what you're
case.
doing right now, though.
What do you mean?
You kind of making it seem like they was perfect. in
Yeah.
fact.
Never said that.
It was
No, I'm just saying how I'm getting like the.
Well, that's
vibe
how
of
you're
it.
perceiving it, but I never said that the past was perfect. I'm sure there was cheating going on. It was probably a lot of it in certain
definitely
areas.
was.
But not,
Absolutely.
hold on.
Normalized
But
in the
not to the
past.
degree that it is today.
And it definitely was normalized.
It
in
was
the past.
normalized in the past.
It's like I know
now.
from personal, like just things that I know in my family, things I've seen that I feel like you're talking like way, way back. I'm talking 30, 40 years
I'm not talking
Like,
30, 40
Okay,
years. I'm talking
yeah.
I'm talking like ancient
Yeah,
history.
ancient.
So
no, we're
hold on.
talking
So where are we
30, 40
talking right now?
years ago.
Yeah.
Like 30,
So
40
even
years
all right,
ago.
so even 30, 40
You're
years ago,
talking about
right?
our parents or
Yeah,
our
our
grandparents.
grandparents,
I mean,
our
great-grandparents.
So even
grandparents,
30,
like-
40 years ago, right? Now explain cheating. Like, how would you meet another person, be able to be around them,
Simple,
do
easy.
all these things.
Work.
Well, it was
No,
different.
I'm saying compared to now. You can literally cheat. If I had a girlfriend
It's
right now,
easier
I can
now.
go
It's
cheat
easier
in
and
It's
2
faster
definitely
seconds.
easier now.
I
It
would
was
say the
different back then
temptation
because-
is raised, but the opportunity is still always
The
the
men
same.
were the
No, the
breadwinners.
opportunity
The
was-
men were the
no.
one that were in control of the household, that was calling the shots, that was pretty much doing everything, and the woman was to be home and to make sure the house was
Yeah,
ready
but
and the
the
kids
nigga
were good.
outside-
So the men felt a little bit more entitled to cheat because they're the ones taking care of the woman.
And you
When in
outside.
reality,
That's
the
what you
woman is
normalize.
still doing a job because taking care of home.
I will say this as well too. Now you give people more opportunity; they have more inclination to go and do it.
Cheating is at a higher
So-
rate
no,
today.
it's
than
just
it
cheating
is.
is
easier
a
now.
high
No, people
No,
have
no,
more
no.
options
Definitely
now.
easier.
People have way more options
Perceived
now.
options.
Word.
Yeah.
Perceived
think-
options, and also the fact that it's out there as a normality now,
Yeah.
so that you can go talk to like
Yeah,
15
hookup
people,
culture now.
Right.
Yes.
And
Hookup
be with
culture for
3.
sure.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Or be with 4. Back then, you only seen probably maybe 1 or 2 girls if you went to work with them,
True.
or if you've seen them. So cheating is not as
It's not as
Big
As
prevalent.
broad as it is
Now
now.
you
And
can
back
do
in
it
the day, you used to have a
and
boyfriend or
every day.
girlfriend. Now
Word.
it's like
I feel like
Yeah, they have
we either
like
talking or we
in-person.
marry. It's like
I feel like cheating could be the same. I feel like it's the same rate as in back then, but I feel like the only difference is now it's easier to find out. Like it's more exposure.
I agree
It's
with
easier
that.
for
That
women
is
to
true.
find out, and
That
women
is
are
very
more
true.
independent. So you're gonna break up. Back then, even if you found out your man was cheating, I
Not
feel like
leaving
you
him.
how?
wasn't-
How?
You
How am I
couldn't.
leaving
You
him?
were
How would you leave him?
relying
You couldn't
on
even
him.
work.
So now it's more single families and stuff because you have the independence to be on your own versus back then you didn't. But I
Well-
feel like men cheat the same how they been cheating. I feel like
I
that's
would,
just how
I would disagree.
Women, we just got smarter. I think that's really
Yeah.
what happened.
Yeah,
Women got
definitely.
smarter. We
Wait,
caught on,
Yeah, definitely.
and you're either gonna be the player or get played. That's how some women,
Well,
I won't say
is looking
smarter.
at
I
it.
just say they're not oblivious anymore.
yeah, they're not
Yeah.
Before
pushovers.
you had to be oblivious because it's like, what can I do? Like, what am I speaking on it for?
because if you
Where
hear
am I
stories
going?
from back in the day, you'd be like, "What?
Damn, you
Right?
tolerated
You got
that?
a baby on
Yeah,
you?
word.
Yes.
I don't know what stories y'all are hearing because in my family we don't have any of that. My
Well,
grandmother.
that's-
It doesn't happen. It
But
doesn't
that's
happen
what
in
I-
our
no,
family
no, but
necessarily.
what I'm
Just
saying
family
is- what I'm
stories,
saying
just
is,
stories
like-
that people talk about.
Yeah."
You wouldn't be able to cheat unless you had a plethora of options to pick from. Thanks to not only social media, but transit getting faster, us moving more to a metropolitan like system where most people are in cities now.
Yeah.
Those changes allow for more cheating to occur.
Yes, 'cause
if you're back 80 years ago and you're living in, I don't know, like a farm.
Right, with land.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got that
Whereas-
one girl down the street that's down the dirt road on the right hand side that you're interested in. And unfortunately, there was cheating, but you're not going to sleep with like 15 women because there aren't 15 women per your area where
Yeah,
you're
the
living.
access.
This how
It's the access, like-
easy it could be.
There
But I
was,
feel
there
like
was
the
a
rate
story.
is still the
You
same.
post a
Maybe
story,
not
The
Somebody
rate
could
wouldn't be the
like
same
it,
if there was
but
less
the rate-
access or options available.
So you literally could post a story. Somebody could like it. You could swipe up, DM that person.
Damn.
Now,
Vanish mode.
Now,
Access.
vanish mode, right? No, hold up. Vanish mode. They swipe up, be like, okay, start talking for like a good 15 minutes, and then now my Uber is going to her house.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
All right,
What I was
I'm
gonna-
gonna
And
tell you
two
why.
apps.
I'm gonna tell you
And
why
two
I think
apps.
it's the
Fast
same.
it is now.
Hold on, but let me agree.
Yes.
Let me agree on what point though. I agree that I think that the desire to cheat is the same,
Definitely.
but the ability to is
I ain't never
different.
thought.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm on. The desire was the same,
That's like a-
but the ability to
Well,
is different
the-
because of technology and the
Yeah, as
advancement
time
of
went
being able
by.
to have
Like
options.
they made it easier, honestly.
It's become
I-
easier and more simplistic
Yeah.
to do so.
Just like you say, 80 years back, like as the years go by, things
That's a-
are
damn.
becoming more modern,
Just don't drink all of it.
upgrades. Like
Trying to kill you.
80,
don't
30,
drink all
40
of it.
years ago, there was cars. So that's why.
But I'm sure the desire was there, but
Yeah,
like
for
I don't believe that
Because we
because
feel like it was the same, honestly. Like you're going back 80 years, but as time go by and like I
Yeah.
still feel like the rate was the same.
I-
It's just the outside world upgraded and just made things easier. Just like
I think the desire was the same, but you couldn't have the physical capacity to do it as often as
Yeah.
you can today,
Yeah.
like back then. Because again, they didn't have Uber.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
access.
they didn't have
I feel
it.
like
Yeah.
so much access to people, access to places, access.
okay, so
access
now
to
put like
info.
this, right? We have 50 states, 51 states, whatever the fuck it is. I don't
Right.
really care, right? Tell me how you're gonna talk to somebody in California. We're in New Jersey. Talk to somebody from California. Talk to somebody from New York. Talk to somebody from Arizona. Talk to somebody from Texas. You can now go on a plane, go fly out there, and then, or she can fly you out.
The
right?
resources. I
And
feel like
then
it's the resources.
You can go out there and cheat, and nobody would know.
Right.
But I will say this though: most
Back
men
then,
can't
you had to
cheat.
go on a
though.
horse.
Why?
Most men are. You have to be desirable to some degree in order to get.
That's what I was gonna say.
Would you say
You
it's
still
easy
have
for a
to-
man to sleep with you?
No.
Would you say it's easy for a man to sleep with you?
No.
Would you say it's easy for a man to sleep with you?
But
No, I mean, hold on,
We're just
hold on.
three of a-
No, but what
It's
I'm,
always
what I,
somebody.
A trillion
no,
I was about to
women.
say.
no, but
always somebody.
It's always somebody
but
where it's
listen. Women of today,
It's up to me.
Women of today have specified that a man needs to be of a certain caliber, right? Obviously, there are variables to this, but a man needs to be of a certain caliber in order to gain access to your cat, right? So not all men are able to do that, especially when you have higher virginity rates in men now more than ever. Most men don't have a lot of bedroom fun, but there are a small amount of men that have a lot of it. Girls obviously have a
You could buy
criteria.
it.
Yeah, you can buy it.
But not hold on, but not
There's
every, but not
girls
every.
who posting it saying
It's
come pull up on
But
me.
not-
It's
but
that don't count for
there's
men.
accessible
No,
women and then there's women
not
who are
every-
more reserved.
Buying it doesn't count for me.
And like she said, seeing
No, buying it
the
does not-
fact
not
that
every man
men
is doing
see
that. It
too
doesn't
many
count.
bad
No, that's not
bitches,
option. That's crazy.
they probably want a bad bitch.
always got
That's
that
probably why
option.
you thinking like that. Like,
What do you mean?
like they want a woman of a certain caliber. Like,
But that most men don't qualify for most women.
Yes.
but that's why I'm saying.
And vice versa too.
True.
But most men would sleep with almost anything, unfortunately. But most women won't just sleep with anything.
Yeah, because we are not. Well,
You'll be
not me at
surprised.
least. I'm not
But
really.
majority-wise,
Majority, man.
Yeah, majority, but I don't know. I feel like things are kind of taking a turn now. Like, I feel like
so
women
now
are
it's
becoming
more-
men a little bit.
It's
Like,
more prevalent now. Like the percentage is increasing. But at the end of the day, if you take a pool of 100 men, right, and put 50 shorties, whatever have you, telling you they're gonna want to fuck any of them.
Yeah, but because that's.
it's a difference between men and women. Because men just want to fuck just to fuck. They don't want to do nothing long
Oh, that's
term.
what I was trying to get to.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the
That we have two
discrepancy.
different.
mindsets.
Women have the mindset of, if I'm gonna let this man sleep with me, especially a good value woman, she's thinking about him long term. But
Yeah.
the man doesn't think like that.
You just think.
I guess
about
that's why they
tomorrow
get mad when they
tonight.
say when the woman cheats is different
Mhm,
from when a
'cause
guy cheats. Like, 'cause you like him.
Yeah.
You like him.
Right.
You mad.
Because for us, it's literally,
I'm mad.
You mad? Break up. That's
Because
probably gonna
for
be your
us,
next
it's literally
one.
just once that nut happens. Oh shit, my wife.
Post nut clarity.
My wife.
Yeah, post-nut clarity is a thing.
I got kids know this at home.
But
Now
that's
for
gotta
women, it's
go.
like
But that's why on my
that,
page,
that nigga done fucked.
Oh, we
I'm
can talk
done
about
with
that
him.
other question that we were talking about before.
Which one?
I mean, I know you can be like, how did I think of this from this? But what's the longest that you can go without masturbating?
Wow, that's
Wow.
crazy.
I thought of this because of what you were saying. I'll go first if y'all want me to.
Oh,
So,
shit. I'm
like,
really thinking about it.
go ahead, sir.
2 weeks. After 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Men is different.
2 weeks, I gotta.
2 weeks.
At that
2
2 week
weeks
mark.
That's it.
At that,
That's
that's
low
it?
for y'all?
That's low?
Relationship?
No.
Oh, yeah, you got me feeling
I
crazy.
honestly
In a
don't
relationship
like
or single,
masturbating.
Just
In general, like how long?
Just
Wow.
even with
I'm gonna tell you how.
Yeah, I'm about to get
With-
to
with
that. That's what I'm
girlfriend?
like.
Yeah.
Wait, what you mean?
You can't go 2 weeks without masturbating even if you got a girlfriend.
Wait, what?
Like,
no,
that's
no, no,
not
no, no,
fair.
no, 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 no.
Oh yeah, with the girlfriend,
With
like
the-
in a relationship,
Wait,
basically.
I don't get what y'all ask.
Because some men are
Basically,
just
I'm-
addicted. I mean,
Are you
some
saying
men-
by yourself or are you saying with the relationship?
That's what we're trying to say.
Like, do you masturbate
I mean, in a relationship, you're gonna
still?
have sex frequently.
I don't think
I
you
mean,
should
so-
masturbate in a relationship. Like, I be feeling away.
Well, no.
like,
In a relationship, I
I'm
don't need to
not mad,
masturbate.
But I
Do?
feel like
No.
All right, let's
You
just
shouldn't have
Hold on,
to.
hold on, hold on, hold on.
Let's make it
Talking
simple.
about
Let's
if
make
you're
it simple.
single.
Let's
Make it simple.
Single.
Yeah.
How often should you masturbate? This is literally
Single.
Single.
Okay.
No partners.
Yeah, no partners, just by
nothing.
yourself.
Wait, that's the question?
Yeah.
We just did. Yeah. go
How
ahead.
long?
How long? All right. How long can you go
Without.
without masturbating while you're single?
Damn, I would have said it a little bit different.
Say it.
Yeah,
Say it,
yeah,
nigga.
yeah, that's
Expert.
What's the
How
question, Jess?
long can you go without beating the chicken?
There you go. There you go.
Okay,
There
that's
you go.
different.
PG, you feel me? How to make it more.
I just feel like I start getting that brain fog where I can't think about nothing but sex after like at that
A certain
2 week
time
mark.
period.
I
gotta
just
get
feel
it
like I
done
need a
so
little
can focus
release
again.
sometime.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
true.
think that
Wow.
it's
'Cause
really
I don't
the
really
release.
like
It's not
it.
the person. I
Yeah.
could really just
That's like
do it
last
myself, get it
resort
done, and
for
just
real.
Definitely
yeah.
last
Yeah, it's
resort.
definitely
I'd
last
rather-
It's like,
resort.
all right.
Get that itch scratched. Like, call my.
I mean,
I'd
all of
rather
us
grab
would
my
rather
toy out.
that. But I'm just saying, you know.
Sometimes you
Shit
don't got
happen,
time for
droughts
that shit,
happen.
bro. Like you working so damn hard. It's like, bro,
I feel like it's not really
energy to do all
satisfying.
this right now.
I really don't like
And then he was just
No.
talking about how
I need a
y'all
person.
standards. That's
I need a
what
person
it's
to
kind
do
of
this.
good. Lower
Somebody
y'all
to
fucking
make you
standards.
wait
God
like that.
damn.
All right, I got a question
I
for
want
the
a nigga to
girls,
jump
right?
hoops to get
Because
some ass.
it's probably a little personal for the girls. Because we always talking about toys and stuff too.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
So when it comes to toys, no, because maybe it's just me. When it comes to toys, are you girls using vibrators and dildos? Like, I never really got the dildo vibe.
Nah,
Oh, yeah, they use that
Rosetta Stone.
I
They
feel like
use the Rosetta Stone.
I feel like the
Even the rose coming with weed now. That's
Yeah.
coming with weed. Yeah, I seen that before.
I seen that
I
too.
seen that before.
Rose, bro.
What are you talking
It was a pack that came with a rose. It was fucking
That's
white.
crazy. Man.
I seen that.
Oh.
I honestly feel like
Rose took over the market.
I don't like dildos. I honestly don't like no type of self pleasure for real. But if I have to do it, I'm gonna use my rules. But I recently threw my rules out because I feel like vibrators and stuff takes your feeling away.
Yes, because the men
No, that rose is no joke. But I feel
Come
like
back
it
to
takes
the
your
day.
feeling away. So
Real
I
day.
just
What do you mean the men can't keep up with it?
The men can't keep
Real
up with
nigga
the
dick.
rose.
So the rose,
It makes you
so the rose put you in
30
it. So no, hold up.
I
Hold
got
up.
squirted.
The rose put you in the pretzel.
30
Is
seconds.
the rose
you're
throwing them
squirted.
legs up?
I want to try
A rose,
Wait,
30
hold on,
seconds, you
hold on.
want to cry. Like, cry is making me want to
It's
cry.
only on
With your
me for
man.
30 seconds, then I'm like, okay, I'm done.
I will
Don't do
say
it.
this.
How am I done in 30 seconds? You niggas can never
gonna
top
get
that.
that.
Hold on. I
Could
will,
never.
Damn.
You gotta try the rules
Damn,
during
30 seconds is
actual
kinda
sex.
crazy.
Hold on. Let me just say
I
this.
never tried it. I'm
I was-
kind of scared.
Like 3 minutes.
I read a couple
but-
of papers on that though, like having too much stimulation from the machine will make it harder for you to
Sensitive.
actually
That's
have
what
the
I'm
sense of
saying.
intimacy.
Yeah.
And that's why it's important to like kind of like not use those machines.
Yeah.
But as far as like
It's a machine.
being absent or not doing that, you know, for me, I think mine was like what, 6 months?
Damn, 6 months without busting a nut?
I just go to the gym, bro.
I probably go like a
I
month.
can't do that.
A month is like
Just go to the gym. Just go
I
to
don't
the
even
gym,
think
bro.
I ever did a
Like a
month.
month.
I go to the
Maybe a
gym
month.
consistently, but I just feel like I wouldn't be able to think.
And I just
Yeah.
meditate, bro. I meditate. And
You know
I
what
feel
it
like
is?
you can't think
You know what it
without
is?
nutting.
You
I
know
feel
what
like
it
you
is?
busting
Like
out.
how
You'll be
you
like,
after
this
the
is
orgasm, you feel like you
I'ma tell
can't think.
specifically.
Your mind do get more clear after.
It's the
Right?
mind. It's
You
the
feel
mind.
you
It's
feel
the
like you
mind.
can do 1,000. Yeah.
If you can, when you get that sense of you being horny or whatever have you, if you translate that to something else,
I just go to boxing.
You
get
be
rid
good.
of it. But you gotta literally train your mind to
train
do that.
your mind.
I just box and
Nobody,
meditate.
Train
box
your
like literally.
mind, guys.
Train
Like,
your
I'm
mind.
being
It's times a
honest.
period.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna
Think
tell you right now.
about
You feel
that for a
like
long
that?
time.
Go box.
Yeah, I think I'm busy enough to not have to
Yeah.
think about sex.
Yeah.
I could get it.
So wait,
I be tired.
I'm the only
Yeah, I
one.
be tired.
Wait,
We
he
work a
said
lot.
6
Yeah,
months.
I be like, I'm
2
like,
And
weeks.
in a
Lay down.
relationship, that
Yeah.
could be annoying because sometimes in a relationship, I really just don't be wanting to.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like it's not. It just be like I just don't.
It's
be
timing.
thinking
It's
about it.
timing.
I don't know.
It's
I
timing.
mean, now
See,
today,
that's
like
why my
everybody's
girl
working
gotta
these
be
long ass
nympho,
hours.
because it's like, y'all don't understand
So
what
you're
y'all
a
doing
nympho,
to.
is what you're saying.
You just can't give her no pressure.
What-
Don't give me no pressure.
How much
Yo,
sex
word.
is
Too
enough?
much sex.
If you
Yeah, that's a
How many
question. That's a
times a
question
day
right
do you
there.
feel like you
I
should
feel
have
like
sex?
for 2
A times a
working-
day?
Yeah.
Once is valid.
Yeah,
I-
once
How
a
many
day.
times a week?
Oh yeah, a times a week is a better question.
So I would say this.
I could do 3 to 4 on if I'm
Okay, that's not bad.
For
You
two-
making it seem
For
like
2 working
What's minimum?
men and
minimum a week.
4.
I say 2.
If we don't
4?
fuck,
You
At
say
least
2?
once.
Wait, let's start
You're a
over.
smart
We're
man,
gonna start
working
over.
man.
We're gonna
So-
start with Lay.
So,
Let's start
if
with
y'all
Lay.
both working hella hours,
How many
yeah,
hours?
at least.
Listen,
yeah.
If you thinking about
And-
it too much, you're not doing
and
enough.
and no,
Sorry.
and it'll keep the pleasure better because y'all anticipating it.
Right.
Because if y'all
man,
fucking all the time,
Like,
it's
yeah,
like it's
it's
gonna
a
get
mission.
now, yo, it's gonna
Of
be how
course,
many
there is a-
times
there's
am I
a
gonna
mission.
throw you
So,
over
Like,
the
what's
wall?
the
Too
minimum?
much.
What's the minimum? Like, all right, that's
Okay,
it.
sure.
We got to do it at least this
At
many
least
times a week.
twice.
for us to
Don't
get
ever
by.
say that though.
At
That's
least
the
twice.
that's the
Yeah,
issue.
yeah, say it like
You
that.
can't
But
say
it's-
it,
but it's
but
a fact. I would rather my man tell me like, babe, we need
At least
once a
twice.
week.
I feel
No,
like
I
it
don't
just
think
gotta
you
be a
should say,
mutual.
At least twice.
I
A
feel like you
mutual-
should say it.
I
Cause
feel
then
like
it
at least
puts a
twice.
limit on your sex life. Like,
least
what if
twice.
1 week y'all 5 times that week? Like,
Well,
you
then
know?
that's cool.
I feel
But
like-
like,
No, but
but
to
at least
set a
twice.
minimum,
Spontaneous.
to set a minimum is like, I think that's cool. We
At
can both
least
set a
twice.
minimum.
At least
3.
twice.
I
surpass
agree.
that.
It definitely should
The
be a
max is
minimum.
whatever.
But I would like to have a relationship with a girl that just automatically know that. Like that's one of those
Word.
things. Like if I gotta
That's a
translate
given.
it,
I shouldn't have to tell you how many
Yeah,
times.
yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
That's how I'm
But I'm
like,
saying if he does
also
tell me, I wouldn't feel
depends
away.
on,
Like,
how
yo,
you
babe,
feel
I need that.
in
Like,
your
It
relationship.
depends. You
okay,
gotta be a
okay.
smooth.
Women are
You gotta
different. Like,
deliver it in a
okay,
we
smooth
could
way.
just a little bit.
because we always want to please our man.
Exactly.
That's
My
what
man,
I'm
my
saying.
man, my
I feel
man.
like if you happy in a relationship, I feel like you're gonna want to do it all the time. But if that man pissing you off doing this,
But that's
he's
the
not
thing.
sure.
But
You're not
Sure.
gonna want to
I
because
love-
it's just like
I love that you said that because
it's not giving. That.
I've broken
it's not
up with
making me
girls
want to do that.
because I've broken up with girls because you're not supposed to just do it when you're happy. You do it because you're
There's
in
a
a
duty
relationship.
to it, right?
You think sex is a duty?
It is a duty.
Yeah.
It's a duty, but
Hell
I feel
yeah.
like
You got me in this relationship
I do
and you
feel like it's
I
a
personally
duty.
have
It
sex
is.
for my
I do.
man. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really
Like
have sex for
sometimes
me. I have
you
sex
do
Wait,
it
for
when
my
I
wait,
didn't
wait,
want
wait.
to, but I
Wait.
feel like I want to.
You only
Yeah.
you only have sex with your men because
No, not because, but I like to please. I only really care about sex because I really like to please my man.
that's sweet of you.
That's most women.
So let me say this: if you're in a
I mean,
relationship,
it's women.
Hold on.
Men think
Women don't
women
say that
think
enjoy
because
sex.
I
Hold
feel
on,
like
hold on.
women are
Hold on.
always thinking
Hold
to
on.
please our man.
Yes.
Like,
Exactly.
Not the
If you're-
debates I've had.
If you're in a relationship with a man and you're not giving him any sex or even think about giving him any sex, guess what? You deserve to be cheated
You
on.
don't like him.
Yeah.
No, yes, you do. You deserve to be cheated on.
Yeah, because you want.
Listen.
Y'all love addressing these bitches. Fuck them bitches.
Just
I don't give a
leave
fuck about the
me.
bitches that don't want to fuck
Like
their
once you
man.
don't want to do that no more, just break up.
Don't ever
Listen.
cheat. Don't
Just
ever
leave.
That's how you know you done.
Yeah, it's
Don't
over.
ever
Once
cheat.
you don't want to have
Listen.
sex with your man no more, that
It's not.
means
But
you
listen,
don't want
most
him
people
no
don't want to
more.
leave. They want to still keep what
But
they
when
have.
you
And
say
guess what?
selfish.
But when you
That's
say you
the problem.
deserve it, you definitely deserve it.
You deserve it because
Word.
how you expect that man to be just with you and have this all like I'm horny this day and he
You're
see you
selfish.
every
But I
day
mean, I
and
know-
all these bad bitches on Instagram
Exactly.
and you
Nah,
don't want
nah,
to
nah.
like come
No,
on.
you can't cheat on your girl, bro. You can't do that. No, there's no
Cheat.
excuse.
Just break up.
No, there's no excuse
No,
for that.
I'm not saying cheat, but
Nah,
I do
just-
say
yeah.
you deserve
You
to be
deserve to
cheated
be cheated on.
I don't
Yes.
think.
You do.
I agree.
You have to please
when
your
you get to that
man.
point, I feel like y'all just don't need to be together.
Just
Yeah,
leave.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, just break
Now,
up.
now,
Just
I
leave.
want- I
It's an
want-
underlying
I'm not
reason.
Now, I'm not
cheating.
condoning cheating, but
But
if you get cheated on because of that, you deserve it.
That's
Fuck.
what I'm saying.
Stupid.
You don't deserve it. He should have
What
just
you know
left
was
you.
gonna happen?
I don't think
He should've
anyone
broke up with
deserves
you.
What did you
that.
think was gonna happen?
Break
It's
up
gonna
with
get
me.
done. No, it's gonna
Like
get
maybe
done.
that's what she's trying to secretly tell you. I don't want to have sex.
Exactly.
I
All right,
don't
so
wanna
then
do
But
this.
say that.
say that. Guys don't
Yeah.
get.
Don't
You're
not
right.
have sex
Yeah.
with me. You don't like me.
See, I used to be in the book of telling them say that, but
But even
I
when
wrote
you
that
say
shit
that,
off.
sometimes it's not
I
receptive.
wrote that shit off.
No.
Yeah.
It's more
Yeah.
so like they just want to force you. Like, okay, but
True.
why can't you just do it?
True.
Because I don't want to.
Listen,
That's-
you got a.
Niggas
I
try
would
to
tell you, break up with me.
Remember niggas
You
just
had
like, let
men
me
try
put
to
the tip in.
convince
Like,
you that
what?
listen,
Yes,
like
that.
I'm gonna tell you right now, you got a 2-month grace
Yes.
period. 2-month grace period. I don't give a fuck what's going on. You got a 2-month grace period, especially how long we've been
2
together.
months is
2
fine.
months.
2
months
months
is
period.
crazy.
2
Wow,
months
what is
period.
wrong?
Yeah.
We need to
Yeah,
look
2
at
months.
you.
No, but listen,
months for what?
but
2 months
listen,
is crazy,
for a sec,
bro.
But listen,
It's crazy.
Nah, hell
That's
no.
the week I'm looking
no,
at.
but
Crazy.
but listen. It depends on how long y'all been in a relationship together and what y'all have.
I'm addressing it right
No,
now.
relationship
No,
is
okay,
It's
so
still
no,
long.
but listen to what I'm trying to say to you. Depending on what y'all have and what's going on within the relationship.
You gotta be
So,
married.
okay.
You gotta be married.
Like, what if they're long distance?
Okay, so
you
like
gotta be
marriage. All right,
married.
so
You have
yeah,
to be
say
married.
marriage, right?
Okay.
I'm saying like what's going on, like something tragic
Yeah.
could have happened.
Okay.
Or
We could
something
be both working
outwardly
overtime.
or working overtime.
And not-
But within that 2 months, if I haven't gotten shit, bro, I'm out that door.
But
No,
you
that's
hold on.
fine.
Hold on.
No,
Did
you
you have
can't
the
leave. That's too
long
wait?
for me.
Did you have the discussion with her
You
first?
said
Did
it
you talk
was
to
you
her
too.
first?
It was both of y'all.
Yeah, but
Her.
I'm just saying, if y'all had the discussion and nothing has changed within those 2 months, the door.
Okay. You had the
okay,
discussion.
yeah.
You had the discussion.
It's not
okay.
like I'm gonna sit there,
Yeah, I
look
feel
at
like
you,
a lot
look
of
at
people
me,
forget
and then
to
be
talk
like,
about things.
Yeah.
not
Okay,
talk.
yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
it's not intentional. Like you could get caught up with work.
Yeah,
you
and
know,
it's
so
very
really
true.
not
People don't even know
realizing
they're
how
doing it.
long it's been. So it's like,
Right,
oh,
and that's why you gotta have that communication.
word.
Yeah.
Communication
People don't know how to
is
break up
definitely key.
either. Like
Don't
it's-
just leave.
That's true.
It's
That's a
okay.
fact.
It's okay
I'm
that
quick to
things don't
leave.
work out. Like I'm very quick to leave
She's
too,
lying.
because I feel like
They
if
don't
we're
like
not
me.
meant to be. We're not meant to be, and that's okay with me, with everybody.
Right.
Like I don't care if we had the. I felt like we could have been the best power couple.
Right.
If we're not meant to be, if God feels like we're not meant to be, we're not meant to be, and
Simple
I'm
that.
okay with that.
A lot of
And
people
people don't
mess up with
accept that.
that.
Like you could be
Yeah.
in the talking or dating stage,
Right.
and if things things don't work out, people feel like now we're enemies, or
Word.
you know, why are we enemies?
That's
Because we didn't
crazy.
work out. Like
That's a waste
you're
of
not my
energy.
type. Maybe I'm not your type.
Right.
You know, that's it.
Yeah.
It didn't work out. You
Maturity.
Why are
wasted
you
more
mad?
time trying to force it.
That's
Yeah.
all about
So
people's
people need to
mindset,
accept
so-
it
Speaking of
not
being,
working out.
being mad, people, y'all gotta stop talking about your relationships online. Stop. doing
Yes,
it. Stop.
yes.
That's because they want
Airing out-
somebody to see it. They want a certain person to
Airing
see it.
out y'all shit, bro. Y'all look crazy.
They want like 20
No, they
dudes to
want a
confirm them.
They want a certain person to see it. That's
Validation.
It's
But
validation.
still,
Definitely
like even if you
validation.
want your ex to see it, stop doing that
Yeah,
shit.
your problems are your own. I've seen a lot of girls will post like, oh, they'll do a live, an Instagram live, and they'll be like, hey, chat, my husband doesn't want to stay home because he wants to do overtime. And I'm like, why are you telling your chat
Yeah,
this?
fuck that
Right.
bitch.
Like, this should be between you and your husband. And this will end up leading him to do something else stupid because he's aggravated and his ego got hit. So now he's going to do something stupid and then you're
Or-
going to do something stupid. And now you're walking down the lines
Or
of
I-
cheating.
I
The
see
worst
this-
thing
I see
I'm gonna
this
do
shit
is
with-
go to social media.
So I
Social
see this
media
shit-
is not real.
I
That's
see
what
this
people
shit
need to
all the time,
understand.
right? I see this shit all the time. A girl will be with a guy, she's fucking with him for X amount of time, whatever have you, and
Right.
then simply just post, I'm single, right? And then next thing you know, 4 or 5 days later, she's with that same guy again.
Yeah,
Word.
That shit is so annoying to me.
yeah.
Just break up with the nigga. If you're gonna say you're single, then be single.
yeah.
Maybe
That's
you
why
gotta
you don't
look
single.
single.
That's why you don't tell your girlfriends your problems or anything. Because if you know you're gonna stay with that nigga, don't tell your girls.
Talk to
Just
Yeah, that's
keep
a
that
fact.
between y'all
True.
because people don't see the
Looking
people don't
stupid
see
coming
the whole
back to
story.
me.
True.
Unless you have friends who don't judge you or your situation, like
They judge you.
I
Oh,
don't
they
tell my
judge it.
friends
They
nothing.
added it up in their head. And
Cap.
they
of
like,
course they added it up, but
She's
I'm
dumb.
gonna stick
Cap.
by my friend.
I
And be
I let
there
people
for
do
her.
what they
Yeah,
want. 'Cause
do
when
what
it come
you
to me, I'm gonna do
want.
what I want.
Yeah,
True,
heavy on
true.
that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do what I want, but I'm
as
that
long as
friend
you're not
that's
harming
like
me,
gonna tell
you're
you
not
like.
then that's the only time.
But there's
I
so
have an
many,
opinion.
there's so many
1000%.
people that are easily influenced by their friends and their impulsive, nature
Yeah.
and ends up messing up every goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weak mind.
Very weak indeed.
The only time I really go to social media, it's like you ever be mad at your man and then you see the perfect meme that just describes how you feel.
Instagram pick up
Like,
on
how I
That's
feel.
funny. That's what's up. I
Instagram
like
pick
it.
up on my thoughts sometimes. I could be feeling
Literally.
away and the meme just
That's
pop
the
right
AI.
up right
That's
there.
the
And I'm
AI.
like,
to me.
That's the
What?
AI.
Has anyone ever been walked in on having sex?
Well, that's
That
Yeah.
never happened to me.
College.
Never.
College.
No.
Never.
You gotta
Never
tell the
walked
story.
in on me.
I'm embarrassed.
You gotta tell the story. You gotta tell the story. You gotta tell the
It has
story.
to be more than one.
More than one.
So clearly you have no
Did
idea.
you not
of
lock the
privacy.
door?
Clearly you don't care.
Bro, seriously.
You don't care.
It's not me though. It
At
be the
that point,
person walking
you're
in.
not
At that
But-
point, put a padlock on the door because
You don't lock, you lock the door, right?
Like in action is crazy.
You lock it?
Like in action?
No, one time the door was locked.
So how they
Right.
open
It
it?
was in college.
Oh.
But it was like an unexpected type of situation.
I got a funny ass story too.
But
Damn, what
The
position
other-
he was in?
I was laying down, so I just stayed laying down. I'm like, I'm gonna just stay here like this.
What's the most embarrassing position to be
Yo.
caught in?
I was about to say, listen,
Probably back shot to his back facing the door.
His butt cheeks out.
listen, in my mom's house. She's like an old house now. Like it's an old ass house. And it was an attic. And we were in the attic. And if you're in the attic, anytime you're walking on the floor, you can hear it like throughout the whole house. Like,
nah.
so you couldn't really do anything. So we were in the attic, nobody was home, and then we heard my mother come in the kitchen.
No.
And that's the attic steps. Like, and you could tell she heard something. You could tell she went by the steps.
shit.
Like, so we're like this, like, and we can't breathe for like an hour. And I stood that long because I'm like, if my mother catch me, what am I gonna say?
Yeah.
We stood like that for a whole hour, like naked,
So
like this, like
The biggest
because we were
culprit
so scared,
is
like
your
to get caught.
headboard, your bed springs, and them creaky ass
The floorboards.
Yeah. That shit ain't hiding nothing.
Definitely not.
Oh
Nah,
my
that is
God, it's
crazy.
crazy getting caught in
All right,
back
I got a
shots.
question.
Crazy.
The most.
Yeah.
My bad.
I just did it with this question. I was mad at myself, but just read it.
Yeah, all right. Question. The most people I've had sex with in one day
What?
is
I like to keep my answer
one.
private.
I don't know. I'm gonna go
I
first.
keep my answer private.
But I was curious.
One.
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 I won.
Yeah, that
This guy.
Yeah, I was about to say, if anybody up here said
I feel
two,
like women, we gotta do one. We don't really have a
I'll
choice.
say one.
Yeah.
yeah, if y'all doing two, that's
Two is crazy.
I love my pH balance.
Yeah,
There
that's
you
what
go.
I mean. Like, Even if we wanted to, that would be crazy.
You're not used to.
I feel like
women
you
who
wouldn't
are
even
like
want
this.
to.
No.
Like,
Or you
one
messing
is
with a man
enough
that
for
don't
one day.
care. You messing with a man that don't care.
Shit, she don't
Then
care.
you won't care.
I say one.
Yeah, she don't care either.
So one is cool.
I say one for the camera.
All right.
One
I
for
want
the
to know the
camera.
answer now.
No,
I want to know the answer.
Be honest,
I
brother.
want to know your real answer.
Be honest,
it
brother.
was one within one day. Yes, it was one. 24 hours.
What about 25 hours? Not
I'm dead. All right. When was the last time y'all cried?
Ooh.
Shit.
I think I cried like a month ago in an anime.
A month ago? I
Yeah.
can't picture you crying because you so
Either.
You
That's
so, like,
weird.
It was just like one of them. Like
I would feel really bad if you cry. I'm not gonna lie, because you know those people you don't see crying, you see them cry. It's like, damn.
It
Sometimes
was
you
very
gotta
sad.
release
Like,
it though.
Yeah.
Now you gotta let it
was
out.
very sad.
I
It
can't
was the
remember
very
Seeing
last
a
time I
man cry
cried.
is always kind of awkward. It's just like,
It's awkward for me too. I'm not gonna lie. It is.
How does that? Hold on, hold on.
So
I
now
love
that's the thing.
it though.
That's
I
the
feel
thing,
like
though.
How does it
everybody should be able
How does
to
it make you
express
feel when you have a man crying? Like, how does that make you feel as a woman?
I feel
it make
lucky.
me want to cry.
Yeah.
I feel lucky that he was,
Feel
just
comfortable
You're
comfortable enough
be
to
vulnerable
just-
with me.
vulnerable word.
Yeah. I
Cause
feel
men-
like
You
I
wouldn't,
mean,
hold
I
on.
feel like
You
he
wouldn't-
loved
you wouldn't
me.
take that. You wouldn't take that and just like, because I know some ladies that do that.
Throw it in
They'll
his
take
face.
that situation and be like, hey, by the way,
I would love to see what your environment.
One time I
be
had
like.
somebody call me and they were like
Black Spidey
boo-hoo
guy, right?
crying.
Yeah.
And I was trying to figure out why. And it
I
was
would love to
like,
see what his face
the
looked like.
dog had died. And I didn't, that was the first time I ever cried.
What's your,
Wait,
wait,
what
your
I miss?
nationality?
I'm black, I'm white, I'm Hispanic.
Ah,
All of the above.
so you're a mulatto.
I got curly ass hair. How about that?
Word.
Can't tell under that hat.
That's
how
Only
it is.
under that mask in the hood.
Y'all know who Bruce Wayne is?
I have a question for him though.
Yo, ask away.
Like when you're dating someone, do they get to see you without the mask?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, okay.
So it's just the
But do they
public
know you
eye
have the
that
mask?
doesn't-
Huh?
Do they know you have the mask?
No.
He doesn't tell them
You
that he
hide
does
it?
this.
Nobody knows except
So
my
you
mom,
live
the
a double
dad.
life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man.
Hannah Montana.
So you're funny.
He's a vigilante. Do you know?
Like Hannah Montana.
He has to keep the ones he
Do you
loves
have like
in
girls that's
safety.
like hitting on you that's like that probably like stuff like that?
There are girls that do hit on me on Instagram, yeah.
Right.
Even
But-
with the mask?
That's like, ooh,
Yeah.
with the mask.
Because I mean, like people know my physique and like I train and stuff in the
Do
gym.
you go back to like your own your regular? Do you
I have a regular, yeah, I have a regular
Do
profile.
you go to your regular profile and go DM the girls that hit your
No.
Black Spidey page? Be like, I'm the real Black Spidey.
No,
So it's to keep
Bro,
both
he's
of
a
your
vigilante.
identities
How much time
separate.
does I gotta tell you this?
2 different people.
That's cool.
What about your wife?
I don't have a wife.
When you get a wife?
She'll know.
Okay, that's cool.
Your
So
girlfriend.
wait,
I would be
how does
mad.
that
I would be
conversation
mad.
come up though? Like
I would
one
be
day you're
mad.
like, all right, I gotta tell you something. I'm Spider-Man. How does that go?
Nah, she's
I haven't told anybody
You're
yet.
what? I'm Spider-Man.
You haven't
Nah.
had a girlfriend since you
She's
took
gonna
this
walk
idea.
in on him,
Well,
putting
I had
on
a
the mask
girlfriend
and all that shit.
As it's gonna sound fucking weird. I had one as
What?
yeah.
What if she was Spidey
How did you
girl?
not tell this yet?
What do you mean? What do you like, it
What
didn't
was
come up.
she? She was a person?
No, she was a real person. She was cool, but her
do you
family,
mean?
her family was Jehovah's Witness. They didn't like that. You know, there was this dude. They had already set up somebody for her to marry. We were together for a while. It was good, but it's unfortunate.
What if you had like a Spidey wife and it's like y'all both secretly did it and had
Or
like
she
this
should. You talk.
side-
You should go in on the women, and she should go in.
Yeah.
on
Well,
And
I'm
y'all
actually,
both
well,
are
I
like-
actually have
on
an
the
ad.
men.
I have an ad on my page. I am looking for a Spider Girl to
So
do.
what's your type? Because like you see, I would be scared to date you with that. Like, you know, I would be scared to date you. Not with the mask thing. I'm just saying like you
Like, what
seem
you-
very,
Very well.
let me find the word.
Go ahead.
A lot
Say
of
it.
words to describe you.
Opinionated, maybe?
Just say
You're very
it.
Opinionated,
Okay.
judgmental,
Okay.
Yeah.
Firecracker.
Okay.
Maybe one track minded. A little
Yeah, a little one track minded.
Okay.
But
bit. Based
wise,
off what
but
you're
wise.
used to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And traumatized a little bit.
Okay. Where does the trauma come from?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
So I'm traumatized, but we don't know where the trauma's coming from.
No, because
This is just the
feel like-
vibe I'm getting. I'm just telling you from the outside looking in. Like I said, I'm getting to know you.
But what is?
Because you seem like you, like the fact that more of your aggression, I don't know why I keep moving, is like more towards women. It's making me feel like something happened.
Yeah.
Which you kind of already expressed a little bit too.
Okay.
I'm just kind of,
I've already explained the situation and
Yeah,
why
you
I did it,
did.
so I'm very confused as to why this keeps coming up.
I'm just trying to figure you out.
But the word trauma was used.
I know, and I'm telling you, I'm being transparent and honest that like I don't know why I'm getting that. I'm really still
But I'm
trying to
not
figure it out.
traumatized.
I can
You're
understand
probably
where
not.
she's coming from with that because maybe you're just not used to like a certain type of woman because it's like even some of our responses you're like shocked by them. So I feel
I'm
like
not shocked. No.
not shocked, but it's just like you're like like you think like that. Like I feel like you haven't really.
Because he's
not-
ready for
Would you-
the debate.
Well,
He's ready for the-
well, would you like to understand? So I've been on multiple shows and I've been with multiple women and I've talked with multiple women all across the world. And the usual responses I get are usually very defensive. They're usually on the attack. You are one of the few women that I've met, all three of you, who are very, what's the word I'm looking for? Civil.
Yes, I
And
feel
so,
like
and so I'm appreciating the moment. And it's like, wow, I have met some very civil-minded individuals who happen to be ladies. It's very nice.
so I feel like you're not used to civil-minded.
No, I have a lot of civil-minded. Shout out to my female followers. I have a lot of civil-minded female followers. It's just, again, I can appreciate in the moment the civil woman, can I not?
Of course.
I'm still figuring it out.
His content to really.
Yeah, really understand you because I'm
Yeah, y'all didn't see it.
I don't really know. I'm just going based off what I'm seeing.
You going
and what
off
I'm
energy.
hearing. Yeah, and your energy.
That's fine. That's
But I
cool.
feel like most men come across as a little traumatized. It'd be like
Yeah.
They are.
Sally
What?
from
But
Third
look,
Grade
so-
cheating on you.
wrong with it? Why,
let me
though?
say
What
this.
she did.
Why is
Let-
it
let
that
me
long
say
ago?
this.
One heartbreak be changing their whole
Absolutely.
trajectory.
So
Every
Absolutely.
man gotta have at least
It
one
It's
to say,
supposed
right?
to,
alters their
though.
brain
Because
literally.
every man without the trauma that they had within their life think that a woman is
God.
godly. We will do anything for her until we understand her true nature and what she is.
And that's living
And
in
then
delusion.
that's like a blind spot that we have until we get that heartbreak. Now, once we have that heartbreak, now we see women for who they are. You're more perceptive to the shit that they do.
Yeah, but a lot of guys don't recover from the heartbreak.
Yeah, you're not
and
wrong.
that's understandable. But you gotta. That's why I said it starts with the individual person. You gotta understand yourself and to see your woman.
Because
as
I have a lot of
such.
those guys that you're talking about who are like crazy and like these fucking bitches. I'm like, bro, like calm the fuck down, like relax.
Yeah, but
You
they're
know.
not the loudest.
What'd you say?
Sometimes they the most quiet.
Well, I know, but they come to me and I'm like, bro, stop hating women. Like that's stupid. Like take that energy and improve yourself. Stop trying to like go out there and like be all angry and shit. Like one dude specifically made a page where like it was all just like, was it don't trust a hoe, fuck these bitches, and I'm like, bro, like that's not gonna help you.
At that point, you like men.
I would. Oh my god! I always say that. Like, go
If you
get a man.
hate
Then
women that much,
go
you
get
must
a
like
man.
men.
Well, hold on. I think that's
You
just
can't keep
hold on.
complaining.
I think that's disingenuous to people, only because there are people who are hurt genuinely so bad that it's just like they need somebody to help them get out of that. I don't think that makes them gay. Just like there's women out there who've been really hurt by men.
That's
Like
what I was about to say.
But
What
if you
about the
hate women, then you must. What do you
Huh?
love then?
So let me say this. There's a lot of people
Who do you love?
that say that they hate women but secretly love women.
Yeah.
They just want that.
They're just
perfect
frustrated by that
They're
one
just-
situation.
That's why you
Exactly.
don't
Because
say
they can't
fuck
get 'em.
bitches
Yes.
overall.
But
You
yeah.
say fuck that bitch that did
I
that
feel
to me.
like-
Because
That's
there's a
it.
lot of okay, I'll say this. There's a lot of women that always say, I hate men do this, that, third, men can't do this and this, that, and third. But at the end of the day, who are you sleeping with in your bed?
When they say
A
that, I
man.
get quiet.
So how could you hate all men?
Oh.
It's literally that simple.
Because I've been in rooms where there are women and they're like, I genuinely just hate men.
But that's just because I feel like people
Trauma.
need to stop letting their past trauma and like things that they've went through just change their whole trajectory on life. And
Well,
just,
yeah,
like what
so
they think. Like
what trauma is
it's
supposed
very
to
negative. It's like you're letting the negative take over you, your mindset, your whole
so
everything.
what trauma is supposed to do is give you perception and have you aware of certain things.
yeah.
Now
Trauma's not supposed
Like you get
to
burned,
do.
I bet you won't
yes,
touch the
as
fire
a person that is
again.
like trying to be better in life, trauma is supposed to teach you.
We had this
Yeah.
talk before. We don't think that trauma.
Trauma is supposed to cheat you. I
It's
definitely
supposed
agree.
to teach you.
No,
Because
trauma's not
without-
supposed to happen.
It's supposed
It's
to
not
happen.
supposed to
It's
happen, but it's
life
Struggle
life.
teaches you, but we had this already.
Struggle and trauma is the same thing.
No, it's
I
not.
agree.
No, it's
Yes,
not.
it is.
No, it's not.
It's the
No,
same
not.
thing.
We already had this.
Yes, it is.
No, it's
But
not.
you can't like really stop trauma because like it's happening to you. So
Yeah,
It's
in the moment.
it's outside of your control.
And you may not even
Yes.
know it
You
was
are
traumatic.
something
So
that's
If you
after.
go
happening.
through life without any
Maybe
traumatic
worse
experience or any obstacle, when that obstacle actually happens, you're not going to be prepared for it. And it's
Mhm.
going to diminish you.
Right.
So you're supposed to have it through life and learn it. And you're
Right.
supposed to have different obstacles within life. Because if you never have an obstacle, you never get better.
Very true.
Simple.
It's like building
Yeah,
your immunity
but
up.
that's a struggle is an obstacle.
It's yes, struggle and trauma is the same thing because a struggle could be a traumatic experience,
For
especially if
you.
you have a financial struggle, like a finance hit your ass, like you got a $50,000 bill that you don't know what the fuck
it
you're gonna pay
becomes
for.
traumatic after a while.
It's a traumatic
Yeah.
because I'm sitting here, I'm working all these fucking hours, and I didn't even make a dent in that debt yet,
Right.
and I can't do shit about it, and that's
Right.
making me
Right.
traumatized.
Yeah.
Right.
So it can be a traumatic experience. if
Everybody
you have
got trauma,
struggle.
just how you use it.
Yeah, it's how you grow from it, honestly. Like, what is this happened to you? Now what's next?
Right.
You know? Like,
Yeah.
I
What are you
feel
gonna
like-
do about it too?
Yeah.
Right.
And
I mean, you guys are speaking your opinion, but I think we just live in a world where people just overuse the word.
You're not wrong
Well,
about
you're
that
not
either.
wrong. You're
That's
not
true.
wrong. Everything. Some people say trauma for everything.
Facts.
Yeah, they
what I'm
play
saying.
victim.
That's
Like,
what
it's
I'm
just
saying.
life at this
Where-
point.
where-
Yeah.
look, I would say this.
Everybody's going
I
through
would
something.
say this. Some people say trauma, just shoot it out there as minor inconveniences.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
really just minor inconveniences.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. We belittle what real trauma is when we say everybody has trauma. No,
True.
everybody does not
Go
have
to a-
Trauma
trauma.
is something I feel like you couldn't control at that time too.
Exactly.
Right.
But now, if it's
Struggle you
old
can
and you
control.
can control it
Yeah,
now,
yeah. Struggle, you can volunteer. I'm gonna go hit the gym or I'm gonna go join the military, and you're gonna struggle.
Right.
But
Right.
traumatic is I was in the military and
And I
I saw
couldn't
my
do
best
anything.
friend die.
Yeah.
That's traumatic. Or I was growing up and my uncle did this.
You couldn't fix
That's
it, you couldn't do
traumatic.
It's a heavy experience.
I never had an experience like that.
Right.
That's why I'm saying
Oh, I
everybody doesn't
But I
have
feel like-
trauma.
So you never had like anyone pass away, nothing.
Me?
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
normal because
That's
everyone
trauma,
passes.
though.
That's
I
a
feel
part
like
of
trauma
life.
is different.
No, it's different
defined
for
differently
everybody.
for
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
Everybody grieves
That is not
different, but it's
trauma to
not.
me.
But it's
maybe-
yeah, it's not trauma.
Yeah,
That
if it's
is not trauma
a
to
close
me.
person to you.
Depends on who you
Maybe
are.
you're
Yes.
a bit
You
stronger
can take
than
it
others.
as a traumatic
Right.
experience.
Yeah.
But that's not that's
because
normal.
of the struggle you go through after, but
Yeah.
not really.
But that's a normal
them
experience.
dying.
I
Everyone,
think trauma is defined differently for everyone. Like
Exactly.
if something
I think that's the problem.
affected me very deeply, like
something you
it
couldn't help.
traumatized me.
Yeah.
Something you
Something-
couldn't help though.
Like you may
Not
be
something
stronger.
you was in
You
control
say
of.
you went through a death, but that's normal. I went through 3 personal deaths back to back. Traumatized.
Okay, yeah,
Like
I-
that's what I'm
True.
saying. And even if it wasn't back to back, I lost somebody that I never thought I would live without them.
3
Traumatized.
times.
So you just think differently. Like maybe
Right.
death in your mind is a cycle of life, so you don't see it as something that's traumatic. So I
Yeah.
feel like
That's true.
So-
trauma
yeah.
is defined differently for everyone. You can't tell somebody that their story wasn't traumatic because you don't think that
That's
it's
true.
that serious or that deep. That
That's true.
impacted them deeply. Like so, it was traumatic for them.
And
True.
even if
Absolutely.
it's not
I
that
just think it's
serious, if
getting-
it keeps happening, I feel like that's where the trauma comes in. Because now you have a feeling like that this could just keep happening to you.
Because it's confirming you. It's confirming the
like,
trauma.
all right, this happened to me 3 times. Now you just not even wanting to put yourself in that position
Right.
for it to happen
Yeah,
again.
right.
Like I feel like that's like trauma. Like all right,
Yeah,
I got
true.
robbed once. Okay, then I get robbed again. Now you're not even going.
Now
to
I'm
leave
not
your
going
house.
outside.
It's like when am I get
Yeah.
robbed again? Like yeah, so
Yeah.
I feel like it also could be like a recurring situation that makes you feel the
Yeah,
trauma
true.
too.
That's
is
true.
But I also feel like life is what you
Make
you make it. I strongly
Perception.
believe that anything that I go through that's like, really hard at the time, I just feel like, life is I can control the situation.
That's where
I
I'm at.
understand
I can make
that.
it better.
I understand
Whatever
that.
happens,
I gotta work
it's
harder, I gotta
happening
work smarter,
for
I
me,
gotta,
not to me. That's how I
Both
just
sides are definitely necessary. It's just I feel like maybe because I'm a man, I'm speaking from the masculine side. But I just personally think, especially in America, we live in a real feminized world. So when you say, everybody takes trauma differently, yes, that's true. But it's just a very feminine view because where would we get if everybody's like, grieve as long as you want? Like,
Yeah.
you need, that's what America's missing, masculinity.
Yeah,
Somebody
right.
here to be
that
like,
sounds like toxic masculinity.
Yeah, that's
No,
definitely-
no.
You gotta
agree.
be
No,
in
because we
tune
need
with
to be
your-
realistic too.
Emotions.
I'm here to, that's why I said we need
move
both.
on and
But if you're not
move past,
real
you
with
have to be in
yourself,
tune with your emotions.
even if you're not, what's the word?
Both of y'all are right though.
You're not basically giving it the power, but that doesn't mean that those feelings are not still
Real.
there.
You're both
They're
right.
You're just
So-
not dealing with them.
But in
I would
different
say
It's
ways.
kind of
this.
like, oh, I can't feel like
So-
this because
so
I'm
I
a
would say
man,
this.
and
I would
we
say
both.
this.
Life keep going.
No,
we don't got time for this.
I'm saying address it and move on.
Yes,
Yeah.
address it and
Of
move
course.
on.
That's what I was gonna
That's
say.
the masculine
Life-
part of
life
it. That's
goes on.
We
men.
live in a world where everybody wears it like a dark cloud. I
True.
have this.
And they
I
have
deal
the-
with
and
this.
I went
I
through
lost
that.
this person, and,
And
it's
they
like
also have this victim
everybody
mentality.
go through shit. That's all I'm
Right.
saying.
That's
Like, and I'm
definitely
not.
true.
And I'm
That's
not.
why we need
I'm not
both.
trying to undermine you at all because it's definitely situations where it's like, look. You can't force somebody to keep on moving on when they just went through something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's both sides.
but
But
I
I
will
will
say
say
this.
this.
need
But I
both.
feel
We
like
need feminine
healing
and
doesn't
But right
have to
now,
have
all I'm
anything to
saying
do with both,
is,
though. Like, you
it's
can't
like
tell someone when to
80% be
heal.
what you
That's
want,
true.
do
I would
what
say
you
this.
like. Nah, we need both. We
And I'm gonna be
need.
very cynical because
Definitely.
I'm always like direct about it. The world is gonna treat it as such as cool story, bro. You
Yep.
still gotta perform.
Yeah,
But that's the mindset you need to have. But don't
it's a time and a
don't
place.
But
no,
no,
but
but-
don't take away from the fact that what you feel is what you feel. Like even when I
Right.
went through what I went through, I completely understood. Life goes on. Like
Right.
I'm stuck in this feeling, but the day is still
Stuff
like
gotta
it's,
go.
it's
Yeah.
3 months
Yeah.
later. I
Right.
still
Right.
feel like,
So-
but I just feel like it's all about mindset.
So I would say
Like,
this: that a lot of people they have different ways on dealing with trauma
Yes.
and dealing with certain
Right.
things, but you got to understand the perception of the world. Nobody gives a fuck.
and
Right.
You got to be able to
life keeps
navigate through
moving.
life and find that space in which you can build yourself back to where you are,
Right.
and then also do the things that you need to do within your life.
But I also feel like it's about mindset because that's some people don't have that mindset.
Nah, that's
Some
true.
people have a weak mind.
That's
Some
true.
people
Yeah.
things happen to
That's
them
true.
and they're just
they
like,
just-
oh my god.
And then
like,
I would
Their whole
also,
world
I would
fall
also
apart.
say this too.
life is
Off of-
over. Like
yeah.
it's all about mindset, honestly. You can't really I'm not quick to judge or speak about because it's just like maybe that's just the mindset that they have. But it's just
Their
like
mental
So-
stability.
yeah,
I would
your
say
mental
this. I would say this
stability,
as well.
honestly.
People like that need to stop expecting other people to care.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just that
Definitely.
simple.
And that goes to back to what you were saying, like, life goes on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Word.
So I'd take Alexa's spot because she had to, do some personal business. So short commercial break. But
Alasia's gonna
read a question.
ask our next question.
Ask away.
Hello. Okay, let me find a good one. We did these. Whoa. Okay, this is a good one. Things are getting spicy. I prefer to be A, in control, or B, submissive.
That's easy.
Submissive.
Submissive.
What?
In control.
In control.
In control.
I
Okay.
like to be submissive. I like things to be done to me. I don't cause like
Okay.
I'm not really too good in taking control in the bedroom. Maybe a little bit, but if things getting spicy, like I like my man to be the one to initiate it for real.
Okay. That's cool.
I like to be submissive.
Explain. Can you,
I like a
can you
man
explain that to me?
Okay, the reason why I like to be submissive
Right.
is because I control literally everything in my fucking life. I'm a boss in every aspect of my life.
Oh, so it's like a detached
I
for you.
agree.
Yes.
Word.
So it's like I get to relax and just let my woman just do everything.
Yes.
Oh.
That's what I enjoy.
And I will
Turn
pick up
on.
control sometimes, but I just
Word.
like when my girl does it.
You gotta tag in here
I
and
feel
there.
like it's
but
a
I feel
50-50
like-
But
thing.
all right. So okay, you said submissive
Yeah.
and you said in control.
Yeah.
Define
Yeah. Explain that.
what you mean. Yeah, in control, and then you define.
All right. So by in control, I mean I like to be the one pleasing. So,
Okay.
whatever that may be.
Right.
But it's like that's your time to shine. You feel me? So it's like, yeah, my moment is here.
See, you saying the same thing she's saying because you like to be the one pleasing too, right?
Yeah,
She
that's
said
why I
she
say
likes to be
it's 50-50. Like, I like to be submissive. I like to take them. Like, if I want to try something new, I'd be like, okay, babe, like, I seen this, let's try it.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I also like to be pleased. Like, I like
Okay.
when,
Ah.
because I feel like women are always the ones to bring something new into the bedroom. Like, I feel
Really?
like- I do.
I'm always the one doing that.
Nah, I feel like
That's
guys feel
annoying.
like they always got to take initiative.
It's so annoying.
So
I
I
li-
feel
I
like
like
when
it.
I
It's-
take initiative, it's like, whoop, what? Oh, okay. You know?
I like
don't know.
surprises.
I like being
I
the
love
one that does it.
surprises.
Spontaneous.
With the duct tape
That
and the
was a good
rope and shit.
Whoa. Oh.
So maybe I am the one. Because I'm the one who'd be like, I'm going to go buy some handcuffs.
Right, yeah.
I'll take the strap off my Prada bag. Like, tie me up. Like,
Oh, you did this before.
I like doing all. Yeah, that's me all day.
That's real specific.
Rope, duct tape, blindfold.
Because the thing is, like, I know what I could do to you. Like, it's just that simple. I know what I could do to you, but sometimes I don't want to be that all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I agree.
I want you to do
It's
it.
good to
That's
switch
what it
roles.
is.
It's good to balance, but
You different
I
than me,
prefer
brother.
in control.
Music or no music?
Music has to be planned, though. I'm not about to just be like, every time we have sex, I'm going to wait for the Bluetooth to pair. That's crazy.
I feel like if it's like a romantic setup, it's a
Then
good
you have to.
addition. But like on some regular and
I want to hear my girl
not that
make noises,
serious.
so I don't.
Yeah.
I don't
I mean,
like
it don't
music.
have to be loud, but
I'll
I
make
just
a-
feel like silence is a little bit weird, honestly.
What?
I'll make my
like
own
sex
mixtape with
sounds
silence.
silent.
I like. I mean,
I'll
I
hear
like
her-
sex
I'll hear her
sounds.
breathing,
Music
though,
is
man.
cool, but
I'll make my own
I
mixtape,
like
my own
hearing
music.
clapping and
Her breathing
slurping.
is my mix. Is my mixtape.
I just don't be wanting to like hear myself the whole time. Like,
Because with music, I'm going to sit there and just like, I'm going to smash to the beat.
I mean, if I'm
start riding to the beat. No, that's really so
I have a
true.
whole conversation. Like I like talking and all of that. So I feel like music.
I'll
You
play.
can talk
Yeah.
with music on though.
I only
feel
play
like
music if I'm
That's
massaging
just
her.
background noise though. That's not.
I feel like music gives like the nice little foreplay to
Yes.
introduce yourself into it.
Oh, y'all
Like
different.
the massage and stuff like that, the slow music
That's
and
what
all
I'm
that.
saying.
sets
It's
the
like a
only
romantic
problem about
setup.
that though is you lead yourself into some silent things though. Might have a kid after that.
Jeez.
What?
Playing some Marvin Gaye and then sitting there. Now you,
Marvin
now you
Gaye.
got a
Luther
wham.
Vandross.
Yeah.
Future. Fuck out
What kind of music would
Future?
y'all play?
Future.
if
Mask
y'all
off,
play
mask off.
music?
Mask on.
I fucked some
Like,
crazy
do y'all
shit
have
before.
a playlist, or is it just
I have
like
a
shuffle?
playlist.
Hold up. What have you fucked to before that's crazy? I want to know that.
Who?
I mean,
Yeah, what song? Let me know what song.
my answer is.
If you tell me house music, bro,
Nah. I mean, my answer, my personality, the answer doesn't reflect it.
rock
Go
music.
Go ahead.
No.
Metallica?
Look who you asking.
Go ahead.
My own shit.
Oh,
That's all. I didn't want to say it, but like, I think all rappers do that.
That's dope.
fire.
all
That's
rappers,
fire.
all
That's
rappers
fire.
do that.
That's
That's
fire.
dope.
That's
But it's
fire.
like also you don't know if say if you're playing the music, you don't know if the person is enjoying the music.
Well, I don't care.
Oh, okay.
I mean, technically,
And the
if
music
you're doing it
doesn't
good
matter
enough,
that much.
she
Not
can't
really.
hear anyway.
That would be crazy though. I'm clapping that shit. She's like, "Who is this? Turn this shit off." Imagine. That's embarrassing.
That
as
shit
hell.
ass.
Bro, your shit just go like this.
Damn, word. I was like, damn.
Yo, that's crazy.
Where's
Just kill
baby
your
girl?
confidence
Say
like
less.
that. That's insane, bro.
That's funny.
Dirty talking is a must.
Definitely. I
Yeah.
hate men who are silent. But honestly, I say that, but a lot of the men I've dealt with are silent. But it's a turn off to me, honestly. Like,
Nah.
I need you to talk. I need you to.
Sometimes you
you
gotta
illustrate
open
that
that
story,
door.
right?
Like,
Illustrate
I'll
that
ask
story.
questions
Illustrate
just
it.
to force you to talk. Like,
Oh, do you like that?
Ooh, you like that?
I'll
Okay.
ask
But they
questions,
answer
like-
and then that's it. Like, it's not like they're gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ask, like, you like that.
it's fun to
like,
build a story.
It's yours. Like, you know, like, I feel like
All right, so what questions are you asking?
it's yours. You like that? Just like that.
Be like, I'm
You
taking
love
this
me?
shit.
Damn, you love me? She hit the damn.
I don't ask them that. I'll be like, "Is this
How I
mine?"
feel. All of that.
Stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Damn, you detective.
Yeah, like-
That's crazy.
You know it's
better
yours
be
and shit like that.
like,
You
yeah, baby, it's
definitely
yours.
giving me sub vibes.
I
I'm a
am.
dom. I'm demanding.
Word.
I don't ask shit.
I'll be like, "Lay down."
Nah, that's good.
Word.
All right, pull another one.
Another card.
Another question.
Pick a card, any
Right,
card.
Let's see. This is the next one.
You want to read the next one? You don't want to read it, Janae?
Yeah, I'll read. Let me see.
That one's crazy. Off
That
the
is
bat,
crazy.
Yeah, you
I'm not gonna ask that one. I
That's
feel like that's basic.
yeah, it is.
You know? No. Boring. No.
We might need another little deck.
We might need a different
Oh yeah, well,
we used
there's
some
all
of
the
them
cards
already.
are back here. But while we're going, if anybody got any questions or anything, y'all can continue talking while I look through this.
What's the weirdest place that you had it done?
Oh my god.
Damn, the
Broken down train
weirdest place?
station.
Yeah.
What?
I already told y'all that. I don't know if I'm saying
I'm
that again.
embarrassed.
Oh yeah. You are a different level of person, bro.
That's insane.
Where you say you
Just
said
let
it?
just let him know.
Broken down train station?
I did.
Oh, no, not me. Nah, he
You
said
said
that.
that?
He
I know
that.
his.
So what did you say?
My
Guidance counselor office.
What?
I was honest with the guidance counselor.
bro.
Nah.
You give them vibes, nigga. You had sex with a teacher.
What?
I'll take the compliment.
Wow.
I'll take it.
Jesus, dude.
But I don't lie on my dick. I've never done it.
I don't lie on my.
But y'all giving me what? I fuck babysitters?
Yeah.
Like when I
You
was
fuck babysitters. You might have
Substitute
fucked
old
teachers.
You might have
teachers.
fucked your cousin who's not your cousin. Like,
Jeez.
you know.
What?
That's all
Your
right.
cousin,
That's
Oh nah. That was that was crazy. Nah.
allegations.
If
That-
you get what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying. Your
What
cousin's
about
not
me?
Your cousin. I'm just saying. You speaking
It's
on this
those
nympho
vibe- it's
stuff.
those
Do you
vibe
know what a
things.
nympho is?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what
It's on some shit like y'all did it, then y'all found out y'all was cousins type shit, or like y'all knew the whole time.
That's
Nah, hell
crazy.
no.
Jesus.
No, like a cousin that's not your cousin. Like my mom is best friends with this girl, and we call each other cousins, but we're not actually cousins. Like that.
okay.
Like
Mm.
you know, like we not even cousins for real. Like there's
Nigga said
men
no.
who are like that.
He said no.
Wow.
Don't put that on my name. Okay.
Find me a good question I needed.
Okay. Here, you can take some too.
Oh, okay. All right.
Give you some not safe for work.
This says levels.
And I give you
So it's
some.
levels to this.
Yeah.
I need the level 3 questions.
Level
I gave you
Let me
some of the
get the
not
level
safe.
3 too.
Here, these are the not safe for works. Oh, wait, no, they're not. Which ones are?
Bro, these are level
Yeah,
1s.
these are the questions
These are-
I'm looking.
These
for.
are the not safe for works.
Just
Jeez.
asking, do you snore? Like I don't care.
And nobody want to admit that they snore anyway.
Nah, I don't
admit it.
snore. I
I
don't snore.
snore.
I don't snore.
I don't.
I do.
I don't hate snoring.
This
though.
is a
Like,
good
it's
question.
Like,
I don't mind it.
What's the,
I like-
que-
I
what's
like
the
that.
question?
Are you guys ready?
Yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
get right.
I'm splitting the bill on the first date.
No.
No.
Or no?
Hell no.
I've done it multiple
was too
times.
Hell no.
What?
Nope.
Why
On the
not?
first one,
You're
like
paying.
the very first one,
Are you
I've done it,
paying?
yeah.
Paying every
you got
single time.
pussy?
Well, I don't do it like I'm not just. I don't do
No,
that.
you didn't.
No, but
This
did you
is the first
did you
date.
fuck that girl eventually?
Eventually, yeah, because we were like trying
Wow.
to date. I don't just sleep around. I don't do that.
You split the bill, so you asked somebody out on a date. You split the bill with them.
When we were gonna meet up, we met up. I paid for my food. She paid for hers. It wasn't really like a bill thing. It's like she paid for food. I paid for mine. We were eating together.
So yes, y'all basically.
Was it a
split the
planned
bill.
date though? Or
Yeah,
was
we
it
were gonna
just
meet up. Let's meet up.
spontaneous?
Let's hang out. Yeah.
So what do you guys think about that? Do you think like first dates is automatic? You're paying.
No, it doesn't have to be.
I don't think so.
If she wants to pay for it, she can.
Yep.
Right? But it's the offer. I'm still gonna be like, nah, I got it. But it's just a gesture that's fine. Like, no, that's cool. I know that you're the type of woman that likes to spend on their man, and that's fine. But I'm still gonna me as a man. I'm gonna pay for the
If
first
she
date.
offers, then that's different, though. Yeah.
Yeah, if she
Me
offers, it's different.
personally, I'm not paying for the first date.
Yeah,
I'm
first
sorry.
date.
No.
Just know
Just the
everything
first
on
one.
you.
So
Yeah,
now-
just know
I'm
you're
sorry.
gonna pay.
I'm not even gonna bring my
female
money.
who pays though.
Nah,
I
I
will
am.
take my man
But
out on
you
a
ain't
date.
gonna know that.
I trick for real, but
Uh-huh.
you will never
Word,
know.
you gotta
So-
unlock
I gotta
that.
see
It's levels.
because it's like if you do that,
Talk
some
to
men will take advantage of that. Like, oh, okay,
Word.
No, you're
I
not.
can
You're
get
not.
her.
You're not wrong. There are some women that have been telling me that there are dudes out there, unfortunately, that are like
oh, she the
The-
breadwinner.
he got the powerful D, but other than that, he ain't got much else. And then
To be honest
Oh,
with
yeah.
you should be paying for the first date as a man. Just don't go nowhere where you can't afford it. It's just that simple.
Exactly.
And I feel like I want to feel courted.
And also another thing too is stop taking these females to fucking expensive ass dates on the first one. She got to unlock that, like you said.
It's levels.
It's levels
And
to
I
it.
feel like I like a more intimate first date. Like I want to actually be able to talk
Exactly.
and stuff. You know,
Exactly.
get
and
to
before
know
I'm
each
buying
other.
and before I'm buying food anyway, we're having a whole conversation. We're talking, and then I'm like,
Yes.
okay, well then let's
And
see.
first
Yes.
dates could be fun too. Like take
Yeah.
me bowling.
Or activity.
Like let's
Yeah.
do
You could have
something
a
fun.
picnic.
Because how you gonna spend
something that
$500 on
doesn't
somebody you don't
cost
even
too
know?
much money.
Right.
Nah, because one time I took a girl to Red Lobster, and this chick was just like Red Lobster. I was like, excuse
You gotta
me.
know who you're dating.
Some
though.
people just go on dates for free meals.
Yeah,
Are
they
you
do.
going on this date for a meal or to get to know
That
me?
foodie date, that
That'll
foodie
tell
call.
you.
Yeah.
Going to a date for a meal, you sound homeless.
But there's girls that do
That's
that.
a lot
though.
of people. That's the
Y'all-
culture
y'all
now.
homeless.
Yes.
Y'all all
People,
homeless.
some people like their dating life is like their source of income.
Yep.
Like just finessing people.
That's why I don't really.
Men
That
and
is
women.
insane.
I don't
That
be
is
doing that.
Like
absolutely
men will
insane.
literally target women with money just to like, you know,
I know
That
one dude
is
that does
true.
that.
benefit.
That is
But I think
true.
that's
It's
kinda
both
crazy.
ways gold digging.
Yeah.
Shit is trifling.
I think it's more so the other way around though. But I do know that there are guys that do some of that though.
Yeah,
More than
it's
you would
more
think.
so on women, but it's
Ooh.
like what we need to understand now. There's women act like men and men act like women.
Yes.
There's a
Yes.
lot of sassy men out here. So
What you mean by what's sassy mean?
like sassy.
What's that mean?
They don't know how to explain it.
I don't really know how to
Because girls
explain
be
it.
like,
It's just a way that you act.
Because girls be like, yo, like you be talking back and saying things. You sassy. I'm like, what does that mean?
Like,
Wait, you have an opinion? You sassy?
Nah,
Well,
I
not
don't
even
think that.
I seen
it's
this.
not an opinion.
I seen this whole thing on Twitter, which is like this guy would literally go on Twitter, see certain things that women would say.
Right.
And he wrote it down in a note, and it's like 527 like lines long of why men are sassy.
Oh, dude.
And one of them was like because they breathe air.
Yup.
Y'all just find any reason to call them sassy.
Y'all use that word, and it's just like what
blanket.
does that mean? Just say you don't like
It's
what I'm
just
saying.
the way that you act. I would say, not what you say. It's
Like
just
how?
the way of how you
give me an
act.
example.
I don't know. Like
You don't
I
know?
It's like because it's like you have to do it, and then it's like in my head, I'm gonna be like, "You're sassy." Like,
But-
he's a sassy.
but-
All right,
man.
sassy to me, for example, would be like catching attitudes for no reason.
That's a sassy
rolling
act.
your eyes.
Like
Like what?
antagonizing,
Yeah.
or like you're not getting your way. Like
Acting like a girl.
yeah.
But not trying to say you're acting like a girl though, because it's like, what is acting like a girl?
True,
Like you get what I'm
true,
saying?
true.
It's
Or
just
matching
like
energy
You're just like
with the female.
Matching
Yeah.
energy.
yeah, it's
Stuff
stooping
like
down to
that.
a certain level. Like you're a man, act like a man. Like
What's,
I would
what,
just
but
say-
what is that?
what?
What is that?
A man, act like a man.
What is that?
I don't know, like feeding off like what she say, like as a man, like
Because
Why
when
are
I tell
you
when I
starting
say
with me?
because when I say things like as a woman you should, girls immediately be like, you on that misogynistic shit. You
I don't know,
crazy.
because it's
but
like
y'all will go, but why can't y'all just act like
It
men?
depends on what you're saying the woman
Yeah,
should be acting
acting
like.
like,
Because I
yeah.
feel like women and men both have,
certain
qualities
ways that they need to have.
Well, no, I agree with you, but my thing is, it's like when y'all say it, we kind of just go, all right, cool. But when I say it, it's like,
Because most of the time
I
when
get why
men
you
say
saying
it, it be given a certain so that's how, you know what I'm
but
saying?
y'all do the same thing
It's
too,
giving
though.
bias.
Like,
Listen,
I feel like men are biased
I would
and
just
they're
say-
very shallow.
I think both
with
of
what
us
they
are. I
say.
think both of us are.
I will literally just say like sassy men are men that are not emotionally intelligent. That's it.
What's that mean?
Emotionally intelligent.
Yeah, break that down.
So emotionally intelligent is knowing when to control your emotions and when to use them.
Okay. So you're more of like a stoic individual.
Exactly.
So
I
if I would use the word stoicism
I
more so.
agree. That's exactly what it is.
So if you're out there like, oh, you have this anger or whatever, and you're automatically just acting on it,
Right.
it's not being
So an
a man.
impulsive individual.
Exactly.
Okay.
Very,
Very
impulsive.
sassy.
Right.
This word.
Very sassy of
Jesus.
you.
In the car, I'd rather be the driver or damn, I'm the host, I'm doing this shit. In the car, I'd rather be the driver or the passenger.
Passenger, princess.
Come on now.
Even though I'm
What kind
always
of question
driving.
is that, bro?
I drive
I'm
so
driving.
much, so that's
I'm
why
driving.
I want to be a passenger.
What kind of
'cause
question
I'm
is that?
always
I'm
driving.
driving.
You know the answer.
I feel like nobody wants to drive.
Nobody.
I don't
knows.
really
Why?
want-
Drive
You rather be the
Like,
passenger?
I will
What? I want to drive.
I
No,
will race
I'll
you to the
drive
passenger
because I
seat.
trust myself.
I have
okay?
abused
I'm
Uber.
not letting anybody else
I have
drive.
abused Uber way too much now, so I'm
Uber
just
Eats.
yeah, I be Uber
I
and
will Uber
everything.
Eats before I drive to get food. I
Right?
don't care if it's across the street.
It kind of sucks to say, but like I'm just so used to Uber, it's ruined my life. Like I'm just like when I was at my parents' house, Uber here, Uber there, Uber to the mall. When I was in the Philippines, Uber London, Uber. Like I'm just
I'm not gonna lie. Once I get up there, I'm gonna put a driver on my payroll.
no,
no
I-
seriously. Like
I'm not driving
I
anywhere.
will pay for convenience every time.
Like I'm literally
Facts.
gonna buy a Tesla just for it to drive me around. I'm dead
yeah,
serious.
when that AI get good with that, so yeah,
yeah,
fuck yeah,
Yeah,
I'm buying my
I like
Tesla next year.
convenience,
So
too.
nice,
I need
nice.
it. I need that.
I invest
That's
in
why
that
I want to
company.
get
It's good.
rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, it's good.
I want my life to be fucking convenient.
I want my driver. I'm gonna call him Alfred. Be like, yo, Alfred, drive me.
What's
Alfred definitely gives
Hey.
the driver's name.
Butler vibes.
All right. Do you think that men should provide everything in a relationship?
No. But I do think he should be the main provider.
Wait, speak up.
I do think that he should be the main provider, but I don't think that he should provide everything.
Okay, so you feel like
These are ass.
you should be, you feel like he should be able to, you should be able to kind of go back and forth. If he needs assistance, you'll help him.
You need a level
like
3.
if you, because it's like everybody has ups and downs. Like if you need me to pick up,
Right.
like, okay, baby.
Because like I'll comment on a page and I'll say that very thing. Why can't we just work together and assist one another?
yeah, I feel like work together, but definitely I want my man to take care of me.
Level
Like,
3, my boy.
That's just what it is.
You want your man to take care of you.
Yeah.
Even-
and I'm going to take care of you too, but I want you, like, because I feel like in this society, like,
Because women fought for equality, you know, like we're supposed to be the same now. We all work, everybody can
and
provide.
that's what
for
I'm
themselves.
saying. Exactly what I'm
Right.
saying. In this society, now
No more
that-
traditional values. We're all equal.
Exactly. In this society, men tend to say that, like, oh, we're all equal. Like, we're
Yeah,
like,
women fought for that.
no. Like,
I will be a housewife and cook and clean, and you pay all the bills.
What?
Talk to
But
him.
what about the patriarchy
Talk to
though?
him.
I don't want to be a housewife.
But like that's like when I get to a certain point in life. You know what I'm
When-
saying?
I'm ready to
when will that
settle
be?
I
down.
still want, passive income. I'm not saying I don't want to make money, period.
So
I
you want to
still
set
want a
up a
little
whole
money
bunch of
coming
systems
in.
that allow for you to generate money while you're this housewife?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long do you say that would take for you to get to that point?
While?
I don't know.
Huh?
I mean, you got to work towards
Nah,
that.
Yeah.
But how long do you think
Like-
that's going to take for you to
I
get?
mean, because I feel like you could really say you want to start a business. As long as you have the money
Mm-hmm.
and the resources, it won't take that long.
But you don't think that pouring so much into that might take away from your ability to find somebody that you could kind of connect with? Because there is an energy like discrepancy thing where like if you're pouring so much into one thing, it does take away from the other thing.
So now I will say this. I'm gonna put my business administration hat on. If you have resources and money and capital,
Okay.
all that shit is out the window
pay
because
for
you can
workers.
you can find somebody that has a specific speciality in that area. So say I hire a project manager, I buy these properties,
Okay.
I hire a
But
construction company.
where are we getting the capital from?
Well, that's the problem.
Right,
I
that's
have
what I'm
to get
saying.
the
It's gonna
capital.
If
take
I
time.
was in a position to do that, I would.
Okay. Well, let me ask you: do you believe in that whole equality thing? That
Yes
we're all.
and no.
I feel like we need each other. So I feel like
Okay.
women need men and men need women. I feel like we're equal in a way where like we both hold our weights, and that's the balance.
So you believe that we have differences, and those differences come together.
Yeah, genetically we do have differences. Like you can't say men and women are the same, but I don't feel like
So why is it like this? Because I run into a lot of girls that'll say, "Well, I want my guy to do all this, but I also want the ability to be independent, and independence is like on your own."
I feel like that comes from trauma. Like maybe that's like a trauma. Hyper independence is a trauma response. So like if you don't want help, if you don't want someone to take care of you, maybe you have some type of trauma that makes you feel like that's a bad thing.
Because I've had some females tell me like, "Oh, I had to be this way," but it's like at the same time, well, like everything comes with a pro and a con. Like I could have been like, "Well, I went through some trauma, so now I don't want to be masculine no more." But I have to be masculine. I have to do my shit, despite how I may feel. You know what I'm saying? So like I hear what you're saying though. As far as like,
And I feel like most people like do have valid reasons because with money and stuff comes power. So a
Right.
lot of men, they're not leading you in the right direction. So like they're taking care of you, but they don't have good intentions in the end. So you end up in a situation and you can't even help yourself because
Right.
you put all of that power into their hands.
So let me ask you this: since we're talking about that, then do you think that women place too much of a value on a man's money? Because again, there's a lot of men with a lot of money, like you said, that don't have good intention.
Right.
Definitely.
Like I know a lot of dudes that are my friends that are wealthy that literally will be like, "I'm gonna get this girl, I'm gonna get this girl tonight, I'm gonna get this girl," and they have no intention of like being with you or protecting you. They just want to have fun.
Right.
And a lot of these girls will go to these guys specifically because, "Oh, look at his BMW. Oh, oh, he's not a bum. Oh, he's not a brokey." And that term brokey, like I see it everywhere. It's like,
Brokey.
you a brokey. I don't want to date no bum. But it's like, okay, but then like you said, well, this guy knows that all he got to do is have money. He can get you to come to him.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it depends. Like, all right, I feel like women know it's certain type of men. You have money, you're just for fun.
Right.
And then there's some type of men that you want to build with. So I feel like.
But if you're giving your time to this man that you know is just for fun, that's going to negatively impact your ability to get that man that you might actually be able to flourish with and grow with, though.
That's true.
That's not always someone's goal, though. Sometimes people don't want to grow and flourish. Sometimes people just want something fun.
You're not wrong, but like, so like I work in a hospital and I've talked to a whole bunch of geriatric women and they all say like the same thing. Like, it's like, well, I have my fun, but like I could really use like a partner that gives a fuck. Like I've noticed that like as we get older, that whole like, oh, I want to have fun shit changes because now TikTok,
the window.
TikTok, we're all on a clock. So it's like, if you want to have something that's long-term, you kind of have to sacrifice that short-term fun to get that long-term. And I feel like that's the problem we're having right now in our society, where it's like, even the men, like I'm sleeping with all these girls, but I really just wish I had somebody that loved me. It's like, well, yeah, because you're sleeping with like 15 girls a week.
You're not dating with intention.
Right, exactly. And I feel like a lot of girls do that too. And because there's this one dude, I follow him specifically because he makes content that's like, leave your broke boyfriend and come with me and we can go to Dubai and you know, I'll bang you out and give you food. And there's girls in the comments that are like, oh, hopefully my husband doesn't see this. Oh, hopefully my boyfriend doesn't see this. And it's like, that kind of content gets like boosted because if I go into the follows, it's all girls watching that kind of shit. Mm-hmm. But we know it's negative. So it's like, why? Like, what? Like, why is that?
Because people
Nature.
love temptation, bro. They can't get away from it.
The grass always looks
Greener on
greener.
the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not.
you know,
And this is why it's also important as a woman to have your own. Because it's like, you'll see things like that, but you don't care. Like, a man, you can have all of this, but I have money too.
Right.
You know? So it's
You
like,
gotta bring more.
you have to, like, women who have their own are going to look at a man with money like, okay, you have that, but what else? Like,
So for you, would you say that like a man having a lot of money is important? Like you need a man with 6 figures or
you
not?
need to have money because I have money. So it's like, I'm not dating anybody that doesn't have what I have. I'm sorry. Like,
What if he doesn't have what you have, but he's stable?
okay, that's just my preference. I don't want a man that doesn't have what I have.
So if he's a good man in every way, but he don't have exactly what you got, you're not gonna date him?
It's not exactly what I have. It's just like, it's all about what you want. I know the type of life that I want to live, and I know where my life is going. Like, you know, a stable man you could be, but you probably
See, what I understand what you're saying, but like, you know, for example, like my father always says, like, son, I married your mother 41 years ago, knowing that she was going through a lot of stuff with granny and all of that, but she loved him. So despite that situation, he was like, you know what? She cares about me. That's what's important. And they've been married 41 years. I feel like it is important, right? I'm not saying a man shouldn't be working. I'm not saying a man shouldn't be financially stable. I'm not saying that a man shouldn't be able to get things done. But what I am saying is that I know plenty of stable men who work every day. They got a little apartment. They're living their life. They're really good, never cheat or anything like that. But they can't get a girl because he can't match the money that they want or the lifestyle they want. And so these girls will go to that guy that has that lifestyle, but doesn't give a shit about them because every girl wants his lifestyle. So he can have any option he wants. And so, yeah, you're with this guy, you're dating him, but he's got other options. And then you get into the situation where he's like, well, I have all this money and I have this lifestyle. Why can't I cheat?
all right.
And I meet a lot of guys that are like that, where they're like,
I meet a
why
lot of
can't
people
I
like
cheat?
that. Yeah.
I feel like it's not a deal breaker for me.
Right.
If you have potential to, like,
Bingo.
if you're working towards something
more.
then I'm open to watching that transpire
Right.
because you know you could be broke today and rich tomorrow.
Right.
So that's not like, oh, you don't got money right now, you're done, because
Right.
everyone's still work. But will it last a long time if you never get to that point? And I don't see no progress. Probably not, because then problems are gonna start happening because of your financial situation. And I feel like men don't feel masculine when they can't provide and can't do certain things. So that's gonna affect our like balance in our relationship.
But what I'm saying is like, it's not that he's not like making $20,000 a year. Like he's making stable income. Like he's able to pay his bills. He's not rich. He's not poor. He's just stable. You know, maybe he's okay where he's at. He's like, yeah, I work my job. I like my career.
And that's where it comes in, being comfortable. Like
Right.
me, I'm not, like I make
You
a
have to
lot
have
of money
ambition.
right now. I'm very ambitious though. I want more. I'm not comfortable in the space that I'm in. I don't want a man who's comfortable. Like, you're stable. Okay, you have everything right now. Okay, 5 years from now, you're gonna have the exact
Well, I
same
know.
thing.
I
You're gonna
understand.
be doing the exact same thing, because then that goes into what she said. Like,
Building,
it's gonna cause
growing
problems
together.
in the relationship. Like, if a man is stable and he has potential, and I see like the ambition, and it's like, okay, like,
No, but what
yeah.
I'm saying is that, because I'm speaking just devil's advocate here, right? There's a lot of average guys that are stable. They may not want a lot. They're happy where they're at.
So
they don't
should
want to
date
go
an
up.
average girl.
No, but a lot of average girls also want the lifestyle that non-average women want. All women want this lifestyle.
That's
Is what I'm
not
trying to
true.
say.
That's not really true. Some women.
I've never heard a
just
woman say I want an
a-
average lifestyle.
But there are some women out there. It's just why I say my preference. Like, I don't want an average life. I don't want anything about my life.
Hold on one second.
average.
To the people out there watching, I would like for anybody out there, any ladies watching, tell
Yeah,
me, would
here.
would you want an average lifestyle? I like making polls. To the women out there, how many women out there want an average man and an average lifestyle? Let me know.
Damn, it's gonna be like 90% gonna say no. I don't want an average lifestyle.
We'll see.
But it's like, we only speaking to that audience. I feel like, just from a female perspective, and even knowing like a lot of
Some
girls in their
women,
situation, most women be dating people who don't have money or don't, like, it's more than you think. Like,
That is
it's
true,
very
too.
rare for women to really be having a man that's spoiling them.
Oh, we know.
And that's where
That's
social
we know about
media
Pookie
comes
and Ray
into
Ray.
it's more
play-
normal
into
to
play.
have an average man and have, like, you know what I'm saying? Because how many rich
I feel
men
like
is it really out here?
majority of women have average men.
Yeah.
Like, you see what, and that's where social media comes into play. Because you see a lot of women, they like, oh, I want this, I want that, but they're not getting that. Like, he needs to be able to do this.
That's not most people's reality.
That's not nobody's reality, honestly. Like, when we see I know. Even with me and Lay, like, we'll see stuff, we be like, that needs to be us. Like, men buying Chanel bags and being surprised with this and that, but that's not our reality. We're not around men. So I'm not about to be shallow or one side minded and just thinking to myself.
Well, let me ask.
like,
Hold on. So you said you're business minded, right?
Yeah.
And you also have a business too, right?
Yeah.
So you also have to take into consideration, not everybody has that business building mindset. There's a lot of individuals who would be like, well, why would I make a business when I can just be a sugar baby? Why make a business when I can just sell feet pics? And these companies make billions of dollars with girls who, why make a business when I can just show my vagina? Like that happens so often. And those girls, because of that, have a particular mindset of, well, he better have money. Versus where you guys have a more of, well, I'm not going to sell my cat. I'm going to have a business and
I'm gonna work for it.
I'm going to work for it. But that's not the main mindset is
But
what
that's
I'm
not
saying.
the main mindset either, though.
That's the main mindset.
It definitely,
I feel like
it
our
definitely is with all that
mindset is
money.
honestly the main mindset.
Yeah.
I feel like you think that, and that's why I say again, social
No,
media.
that's not
It
me
makes you
thinking.
think that.
That's
When-
not. I'm not.
if you sit in
I'm
the
not just coming
room-
from social media though. That's the thing though, because I know people will say
I
that
know you're not,
immediately.
but that's just my opinion. I feel like social media will make, like, you just see certain things and it makes you think that that's just all women. All women think like
Nah,
that.
but let me just-
I feel like majority women think the way me and Lay think. We want to work for it.
I would
Like,
disagree because if that was the case, you wouldn't see these numbers the way they are. The numbers are not coming from out of thin air. Social media is a place where people
disagree.
kind of make, falsehoods or false realities. But the things I'm talking about don't come from make believe, right? This comes from polling data. This comes from businesses that make billions of dollars.
All right, well, the people that you're talking about, like the ones that,
And they're not just a small group. This is not just a small group of people. Again, I go all over the world and I ask people these questions. I go out, I survey, I do
they're
personal,
the
in-depth
loudest
things.
they're the loudest.
They're the loudest. They're definitely the loudest.
They're definitely the loudest, but I go out and I ask multiple. I'm not just going up to some person. Oh, that's person. Like I ask everybody. And I've
I'll
been
give
doing
you
this-
your
I
point
think,
where
like,
social
selling
media is
your
definitely
body and stuff
spreading
is,
the
like, really
mindset,
last
but it's not the
resort.
majority.
No, but-
Spreading the
That's
mindset.
definitely the majority.
If you go on, no, if
1000%.
you
You
go
agree
on,
with him?
Yes.
if you go on TikTok, if you go on Instagram, and again, let me just say this real quick about the internet. They call it the seventh largest continent in the world because people spend about 8 to 9 hours a day on it. And we're in a different generation, but you got to understand, like, Generation Z, Generation Alpha, they live on the internet and that's their home, right? And a lot of millennials also, that's their home. So we're saying, oh, it's social media, but for a lot of people, that's their reality. And we as individuals who are business minded may not have that mindset. But just like when I was in the military, my master chief always said, there are small groups of managers and small groups of leaders, but there's way more followers. There's way more followers, and that's just how it is. It's pyramid going up, right? Not everybody is going to have that mindset. So if I can't really speak right now. Most people are going to go down the road that has the least amount of resistance. Most people are not going to go down the road where there's more things to do.
Yeah,
That's just
make it easy.
That's
I feel
just the
like
human endeavor.
Even having the ambition and the drive to have a business is not for everybody.
It's
So I
not.
feel like it has to be in you for you to want those things. And if you're resorting into selling pictures of your feet or whatever, I feel like that's just more like a lazy mentality.
But there's
So-
most humans are lazy.
Most
They're
people
going
are
to
lazy.
the
That
Yeah,
is
but
true.
most
That's
people
really
not
all
selling
it
feet
is. You're
pics.
just lazy.
No, but
Exactly.
it doesn't have
that-
to be feet pics. There's other ways like
There's a girl selling her bathwater and shit.
dating men that are wealthy while she has
Bathwater?
nothing.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? She has no outside of her dating that man. She has no business. She has no career. She has no education. None of those
But
things,
some
right?
people-
But there's
they're
nothing
comfortable
wrong
with
with that. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong
It's
with
the-
just
that's why
others that
you-
want more for themselves.
Yeah.
No, but this is what I'm trying to say to you. More like women want all of those things without any work, without nothing, right?
I
And
don't agree with that.
Yeah, but they
I don't
just
agree with
talk.
that either.
That's
The
the
Billions
Well,
of
that's the
dollars
thing.
speak otherwise.
I feel like it's 50-50,
the money.
honestly.
You always follow the money, and you follow the population, right? Data does not lie
It doesn't.
at all. At all.
They're making
So wait,
billions of dollars.
What's your statement? What are you saying?
What am I trying to say?
Yeah, what are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is that there are more people out there that are less business minded, and there are ladies out there that are not going to think like these two ladies here. They're going to be more prone to going down the easier road, which unfortunately there are a lot of men out there that are willing to pay for that easy road. And so, I remember I was talking to an OnlyFans model, and she was telling me, "Why would I make a business when I can just sell a picture of my breast?" And
Yeah, but
there's
that's an OnlyFans
And then,
model.
no, listen to me. Listen, there are OnlyFans model, adult content creator, whatever you want to say it. And then you've got the softcore IG models, all these individuals on the internet
But
that
that's
people
an
are on every single.
archetype.
Huh?
That's an archetype of a woman. That's
Yes,
not
but
all women.
what I'm trying to convey.
That's a small. That's
It's definitely not small, bro. If you look at the numbers of the people
It's
that are going on these
growing.
websites
I
to sell
give you that.
pictures,
It's growing,
they're
but
making
it's-
billions of dollars and millions of dollars. And then you've got women who have these millions of followers on these IG profiles, because I've gone down the tunnel, who have all these girls that are following them. They're like, teach me how you did this. I would love to make as much money as you are. And girls will follow those other girls.
Yeah,
But I feel like
hear you.
when
It's
you're
growing,
looking
but it's
for
not.
it,
It's
when
not.
you're looking for that,
You're gonna find
you're
it.
gonna attract.
Try
That's
to look
your,
for women like
that's
us.
your feed.
I have.
bet you
I've been
it's
doing this for
majority.
So now
years.
I'll
That's
tell you
what
this.
you
Yes, I have.
I'll tell you this right now. Go on any social media post that's talking about these traditional
Y'all keep
values
saying
and stuff like
social
this.
media.
Because you have to.
Exactly.
It's the
Social media
construct.
is not real.
Social
But you
media
have to-
is a part of reality.
Yeah,
It is, but it's not
think,
real.
all right,
It is
but
real.
look,
Okay,
look,
so
but
no,
wait,
no,
wait,
no,
wait,
no,
wait.
no, no, no,
Out
let me
of
say
all,
something.
look, they're on
Let me say
social
something.
media too. But when you talk to them in real life, in person, see, you said earlier how you
I never met them on the internet. What are you talking about?
exactly. That's what take the internet out. That's what I'm saying.
He's saying you met us, you spoke to us, you seen our mindset.
Yeah,
seen
but
our
if you
point
would
of
have
view.
saw them on the internet
Social
first,
media is
a
not real.
preconception would have
Social
came
media
first.
is real.
It's
People
real.
go
People,
and log in and
people
talk. What are
put
you
out
talking about?
there what they want you to perceive of them. Like
Yes.
me, I'm real life with it. You're gonna get it raw.
I think you're
uncut.
you're
Some
downplaying
people,
the power of the internet and how it influences people and what people do.
It definitely influences.
No,
people.
I'm not downplaying it.
So let me
I
ask
give
you
you
a
that.
question.
I'm
Let me
just
ask
saying
you a
it's not the
question.
majority.
So
It's definitely
I
the
agree.
majority.
when you go online and you see all these other women comment like, "Oh, I want a man to do this for me and this, that, and third, and he got to do this and this, that, and third," are you commenting those things?
Wait, what? Could you
Say it
repeat that?
again.
So, like, say if you see a post, and the guy's buying all this bullshit for his girl, whatever have you, and she said like, "Oh, a man got to do this. He got to have X amount of dollars, whatever have you." Are you in the
Basically saying,
comments?
does she want that lifestyle
Yeah,
too?
exactly. Are you
Yeah,
in the
probably
comments
she-
saying that?
No.
No,
I don't want.
It's like you
that
made
person.
like.
So this is what I'm trying to say with that. You go through comments, whatever have you, you see the majority of people saying this, and they're women. Or even you go on a post that says like, women that's like, I want a traditional man, this, that, and the third. He doesn't have to do this, that, and the third. And then you have other women in the comments saying, "Oh, couldn't be me. I
They
wouldn't
saying
be
that,
doing
but
that."
that is them though.
It be them.
They're saying that.
we know the
But I'm
real.
saying
People-
the ratio of it is a lot.
But you
And
need
you
to
have to
understand
take that
people
into
be
consideration.
lying.
What you want?
Exactly.
They be
Y'all
literally say, y'all
That's
want
literally
my
me.
girl.
That's literally
Wait,
That's
hold
what I'm
on.
saying.
Maybe
Not
on the internet,
everybody's
like I want my
lying.
girl to be able to cook 5-star meals, have a fire body,
A lot of those
and then in
individuals
real
have that
life,
desire.
their girlfriend don't be that.
Right,
And
that's
they
what
eat
real
McDonald's
content
every
in their
day.
Right,
relationship.
because that's what they want. They're specifying what they
But that's
actually
not their
desire.
reality.
That may not be the reality of their situation, but they're expressing what they want.
Yeah.
And to say,
It's
hold on,
So that's the point. It's not
Everybody
real.
could do that.
it is real. People go on this site and they specify
All right, look,
what they
let's-
desire.
I have
Nah,
a question.
it's-
Let's go back to what he's saying. So you think majority of women would rather sell vagina than work a job?
No.
He said
Never
he
said
thinks
that.
people will like
That's
to
what
take
it
the
sound like
easy
you were
way
saying.
out.
Which
That's
is
your
what? Which is
conceptual
what?
viewpoint.
Which is what? Anything selling feet pics, whatever, that whole industry.
What we were talking about specifically is the ease of making money online by going down that road.
Okay, so
Yeah.
which is what? Be specific.
What do you mean be specific?
Going down that road, so doing what?
Going down that road, doing adult content, selling feet
Okay,
pics, selling
so
your
in
body.
real
Yes.
life, say you walking around meeting girls and you say, yo, I'll give you this much money if you just show me your boobs for $500, or I'll work for it.
There's
Which
people
one
that-
do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna say, boy, get out my face. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, which is
I don't
true.
care how
Which
much
is
money
true.
you
Hold on, which is
offer.
true, but she'll do it on the internet.
What you
Probably
mean?
not though.
Most likely, yes.
No.
Yes,
But
with the
that's
amount
not
of women that
majority though.
No.
Oh my God.
Okay, so now I will say this. Majority of women are not making adult content.
Exactly.
Let's just
And
say
that's
that.
what I need
Let's
to
just-
know.
Or that's
let's
not
just
their
say that.
preference
Let's
either.
just say that. Let's get that out the way.
Thank
right?
you.
Let's get that out the way. We're just saying that women will take the path of least resistance because just look at the percentage of ambitious women to the ones that don't want to do anything.
But
It's
that-
a lot.
Yeah, but that's not a problem because there's 3 men right here willing to do everything for a girl.
Why?
No,
And
I
there's
won't.
also a lot
I
of
won't.
Wait, but
No,
there's
there's
also
no
a
shot.
lot of men who want to take the easy way out too.
You're crazy as fuck.
So wait, what do you
What do you mean you
expect out of
won't?
your girl?
I would want an ambitious woman that could understand. Because, like, pull it. It's a simple fact. If I'm going to build an empire with my wife, I gotta understand she's capable to lead the reins if I'm ever have to step out. I'm not gonna choose a woman that has no ambition, no goals, no nothing, don't want to learn shit, and just want to be there as a placeholder.
Right.
And then everything that I work for is fucking gone. I have kids and all this shit to deal with. Like,
But
no.
but you're all right.
most of this,
you
most
But
don't
they're
wanna
not
give-
supposed to know because you know. So what women say when they're like, "Oh, I need a man to do this," or they come off as unambitious to you
yes,
because you're supposed to be the leader.
I understand.
So
that.
all of them
But
are
most
gonna
of them don't
say
wanna do
dumb shit.
nothing.
We don't live in a
Nothing.
society
Yeah,
that's
but when they get with a man, they do everything he say.
No, they don't.
No, they don't, bro.
What?
No,
What
they
are you
don't,
talking
bro.
about?
No, they don't, bro. No, they don't. Because they feel entitled that they're supposed to have this type of man.
But men
And like I
feel like
said-
they should have a certain type
Of woman too. I feel
Which
like
is true.
men are so biased.
Which
Like you
is
guys
true.
act like you don't have a certain mindset of what you want in a woman too.
We
like,
do, but men
Absolutely.
This is just
men
our
are more like-
preference.
men are
I
more
want a
likely to
man
settle.
that's gonna take care of me. That doesn't mean I'm not gonna take care of him. I want
That's
a man
not the
that's gonna
average thought
provide for me.
process.
That doesn't mean I'm not gonna provide for him. Like I feel like you guys, your mindset is very biased. Like
It's not bias.
Nah,
It comes
the
from
data
experience and data.
and seeing it.
exactly. It's, you
That you
saying
can't beat-
experience.
you
I
can't
feel
beat
like
data.
your
You
experience.
can't
No,
beat
you
data.
can't beat data.
Because look, all right,
Data
so
is abstract.
you say you're a business, you're an entrepreneur and stuff like this. When you're talking about looking at a market share and stuff like this, you take data, right, to see if I can operate within this market and if it's worth it, right? Same thing in dating. I see what the whole contrast of everything is and what women are leaning towards now, and I gotta be prevalent to see half the shit that's going on. Because if I go pick this woman, right, and she doesn't meet the qualities of whatever I see because I like, oh, she's a nice girl, whatever have you, then now I put myself in a fucking hole.
Right.
All right, so
Yeah, but-
I have a question. So are you guys using this data in regards to people's reality or what people want? Like if you, because you're basically saying you guys feel like
Well,
it's more
let me
majority
say
of
this.
women who want certain things in a man, but how about how many women man is really paying all the bills, or how many
so
women
let me
are
say this.
not
Social media is a
working.
place for
Let me-
people to be
let me-
delusional.
It's
Let
not
me
just
say this.
social media. The data comes from government census.
Let me say this as well, right? People cannot distinguish between reality and their delusion of today. We have a lot of shit that's going on, which I won't speak about, that's going into delusion. And people are going more towards in the delusion than they are in reality. And that's something you have to be prevalent about. You have to see it. Because if you go into something and you think like, oh yeah, this is gonna be fine, just then a third, you're gonna fucking put yourself in another hole. So now I'm not saying that, oh yeah, majority woman is I think majority women think like that, right? But I'm not saying that there's not any good women out there. There's a lot of them.
There's
right?
variability.
There's
See,
a
that's
lot
that's
of
where
them.
we
That's like
disconnect.
But they're
saying
more.
that
They're
about
more
men.
I
they're
think a
more
woman
so
is still
leaning-
good if they want good.
But they're more
They
so
want
leaning
a lot-
towards a delusion, is what I'm trying to say. Of today.
So
I
the
feel like
women
it's
who don't
preference.
want to work and want their man to take care of them and they be the housewife, that's like a bad mentality to have.
In this modern era where everything is different,
So, no. It's good to do those things, right? But it compares to what you have as a man, like what the things that you want within your relationship. If you do all those things and you stay with your man forever, cool, right? But the problem is that some women get what they want, right? And still look elsewhere. And as a man, if you're putting a ring on it and doing all these things, you can't fucking do that. You lose half your shit doing that. So women don't know what they want nowadays.
They never did though.
Men don't know
But
what
I
they
feel
No,
want.
but
like
okay,
men don't-
yes they did. Because
Yes,
you want to
they
know
did.
why? Look at the divorce rates. Look at the marriage rates.
What you mean?
and look at the
Wait.
reasons why they're getting divorced. That specifically.
Why are they getting divorced?
Was it fuck, I have to grasp it. Something differences, unrecognized differences,
Unreconcilable.
unreconcilable differences. Yeah,
I do see that a lot. With
that
divorce.
or a discrepancy between money or some kind of asset.
Because expectations be
Yes.
too high. I feel like
And I will say this as well.
People
Sorry to
need
cut you
to-
off, but 70% of divorces are initiated by women.
And that's,
a
Can't do
man
that.
not gonna leave you.
and that's increased over time, especially
For
if
the most part.
you're right.
If a man leave you,
Something got to be crazy happening.
Yeah, you did something
you
crazy.
something.
Yeah.
But
a
that's
man not
now
just
you're,
gonna up
and then
leave.
now
That's
of
the
today,
issue right there.
you're
That's why there's so many
incentivized.
divorces, because there's a lot of men that don't know how to deal. That's why why we sitting right here.
No, say it again. Go ahead.
Say it again.
Go through your whole.
There's a lot of men that don't know how to deal with women. That's why the women leave.
No, I wouldn't.
Money is
disagree
a
with
factor,
that.
but
I
it's
feel like
also
men
Money is
don't
the
try
high-
and understand
Money,
women.
okay, so look, so when they pull that data and they say what was the reason for the divorce, 90% is finances.
Yep.
yes.
It has
asked
nothing
all
to
those
do with
women.
trying to understand somebody. It has nothing to do with money.
I don't
The
know.
So it's
resources.
because what the man doesn't make enough, basically.
They feel
Because they saying money, but money is just money.
That's
What
just
about
so,
money?
Yeah, like I feel like it's so many layers.
Yeah,
So-
so many
Yeah, they
layers
want
to
the
that.
lifestyle that they see on social media. Your point.
So
But
not
I
to-
just don't
not-
think. Oh, I don't think most women are like
not
that.
to ultimately that respect, right? So say if a man goes with a woman, whatever have you, and he's this type of man, right? Some financial situation happens, whatever have you, and he's not able to get back on his feet or whatever have you. That's an instance of where the divorce would be initiated.
like that happened in my father's marriage to a degree. Like my father lost his job, and it was for a little while, and my mother started acting different. And my father brought it up because I remember that whole fight. And then when my father finally got a better job, that stopped. But my mother was acting like
But
my
that's what I
But
was saying.
what
It's
was he doing
always
while
been
he
like
didn't have a job,
It's
though?
well,
always
he was
been like
looking
that.
for a job, but that's what I'm saying though. We live in a different time period now.
Money matters.
No, it's always been like that.
It
Women
it
will
was
always
worse
leave
back
you
then.
if you broke for too long.
Definitely.
It's always been like that.
But then, hold on. But if that's the case, then why get in a relationship or married at all? If everything is stipulated on the money that I have to provide.
Just like
Because
Hold on,
women
hold on,
are here to
hold on,
push
hold
us
on,
to be better.
Hold on. He never
They're
cheated.
push-
Hold on. He never cheated. He did everything he was supposed to do. He lost his job. It was outside of his control. You should leave me because something that happened outside of my control.
They're not going to leave you
How
right
long
then and
does it
there,
take
but
you
then
to pick
exactly,
yourself
she's
back
going to
up
give you some
is what
time.
matters.
So now I would
you
say
not
this:
leave
Hold
your
on.
woman if she's not giving you
modern women of today will
Sex,
leave quicker.
right? I'm out.
Modern
Fuck
women of
outta
today
she's
here.
not giving you sex, if she's never cooking, if she's not
I'm
taking
out.
care of you, how you feel like a
Cooking and
woman
cleaning
should.
are not correlated to me getting a job with some other business and their ability to provide benefits, and anybody can cook or clean. Getting a job where I'm making six figures
Anybody
and
could get a job.
Not a six-figure
not
job.
a six-figure job, making the money to pay off the mortgage.
Yeah, but shorties can do it now.
But they're not
That's the
willing
difference
to
of
do
today.
that.
They can do it now.
But they don't want to do that.
They do
They
it.
just specified they would rather an individual take
Literally
care of
doing
everything.
Now, I would say this
She
more.
already
taking
told
care
you
of everything,
they
but
just
I
want
have
a man
my
that has
own.
more than them.
Or equal.
And it's always been like that.
Period. And
It's
that's
always
just
been like
your
what,
preference.
repeat
I feel like people should date people that's on their level. I'm
Right.
at a certain
Dating your
level,
meat.
so I want a person at a certain
so
level.
that's the problem.
And that's why relationships aren't working.
Exactly. People want these high expectations and they're not there
I
themselves.
need you to meet me where I'm at. No one is where you want them to be. You have to accept.
But there is
the pros
somebody
and cons.
out there who
If that
who's
was the
where I
case,
want them
if
to
that
be,
was the
though.
case, all relationships would be fantastic. All girls would have the guy they
But
want.
relationships aren't
But
just
not
about
every girl's at that level.
That's why I
Some
said
girls
money
have
is not
regular
the only
jobs.
factor, because niggas can have the money, but like they said, they could be sassy. They could be.
relationships
God.
is not
They-
just
it's-
about
it's not just the money.
love. It's
I feel
not
like
just
if
Now we're
everyone
using
dated a
sass.
relationship
means that
ever.
it
I would
be
say this:
fine.
most people have unreasonable expectations, and they
Right.
don't have anything to do with themselves.
Right.
Like they don't meet the standards to get that person.
Right.
Yet they can get there.
Right.
Right. But they want it now. Everybody want these short gratification spans or whatever have you.
Right.
But the problem is that some people are not like they haven't grown yet, and they want so much, and they never get it.
Right.
Or maybe they might get it for a little bit of time, and then they just think they deserve it and never get it again.
Or they do get it and then they're not happy with what they got.
I feel like
Yes.
the type of women y'all are talking about are the women who basically want a man who making six figures, but they're not even making six figures.
Yes.
Like you want him to be able to buy you something you can't even buy yourself.
There is a
So
lot of
I
that.
feel
There's a
like
lot.
that's the problem, because you're using that person at that point. It's
Yes.
not genuine.
Right.
But I feel like we're speaking more of a point of like, okay, well, if I'm making six figures, why would I date a man who's not making nearly as half as that?
Because that has nothing to do with
gonna
love.
It doesn't have nothing to
But
do with love.
relationship
but
is
a
not just
relationship-
Because
about
you're a
love.
man.
Love is not
You're
enough.
not going into a relationship seeking
If I
security.
only
They are.
dated people because of love,
No matter how much money they
I would
make,
get in a
they're
lot
gonna
of
want somebody
Relationships are
that
not
can
correlated
secure
on how
them.
much money I have.
And
So
you
it's
can
correlated on if I
abuse
love you.
love.
Now, now I
Love
would say
definitely
this,
can be
right?
abused.
And you guys have the good mindset about it. You should not be dating a, if you're going to date a man that makes less than you, he has to have the ambition to make more money.
Exactly.
Right.
It's just that simple.
Exactly.
You would be going into a fucking stupid ass investment to be doing that.
Right.
Right. Just like as a man, I'm not about to put a ring on a finger which she can potentially take half of my assets.
Right.
And if she doesn't, she's not a person that is loyal.
Right.
Yeah, you're making it seem like love is all that matters in a relationship, and there's so much more to
Nah.
it that
Well,
builds a relationship.
no one said finances
But
aren't
love
important,
will,
but
love
love
will
should
keep
be the
a person
point.
around where if you fall off,
So
I'm not gonna just leave because you fell off.
love,
You feel me?
I would say this: love should turn into loyalty. That's what it should be.
Word.
Loyal enough that I'm gonna stick with you no matter what. Because me being loyal and loving you, I'm going to work my hardest to do the things necessary to do to keep us
Right.
together.
But how often does that, no matter what part, happen?
Not no more.
Not anymore.
I don't think it ever happened.
It did.
It does.
It definitely
Yes.
did.
It definitely did.
Talk to my grandmother.
It definitely did. Yes, it did.
Most of
Yes, it definitely did.
But no matter what,
I don't know what
as
side
in-
of the internet y'all on.
No, seriously.
I be
No,
reading
no,
stories
this is
of
not
girls
even- this is
going
real. Listen,
through
listen,
the
listen.
ringer.
This is
And
not-
I'm like, and
this
you
is
Now
not-
you're basically
this
saying
is
a
not-
woman should go through the ringer with you.
This is
called
not.
struggling.
Would you go through the ringer with a woman?
If I said I loved you and I'm there for you till
Yes.
death do us part, fuck
Yes.
yes. I made an oath.
Yes.
So if I'm beating on you and I'm hitting you,
Nah, see, that's a whole different. That's a
Exactly.
whole different story.
it's
Yeah,
all,
but-
but it's
but
those
you're-
are things
everybody-
that go
everybody-
into it.
But
though.
that's the thing. You're comparing the extremes though. The extremes
That's
is a guy
extreme.
losing the job and staying broke. They're gonna leave.
That's not an extreme.
That's
though.
not an
What?
extreme.
Hell yeah, that's an
That's
extreme.
part of
extreme.
life,
That's
bro.
a reality.
That's
It's
part of
It's an
life.
extreme part of
Lose
life.
everything. You shouldn't even be thinking about dating. Get yourself together and then
No,
go-
see, no,
Exactly.
That's another problem.
Yeah, that's another problem. But that's the thing. If I'm stable, I got my career, I'm doing everything. You're stable, you're doing everything, and we come together, right? We have kids together, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. Something happens, there should be absolutely no reason why that you should be leaving me.
There should be loyalty.
But
Yes.
as long as you have the mindset that you're gonna get yourself, because this is where you guys are messing up at. Some people don't have the mindset where they're gonna get themselves back together off rip. Men
And-
get knocked
and-
down
and-
and they're hurt. They're
and-
down for a very
and-
long time.
and-
Women don't have
And
shouldn't have to.
And I have no problem with that mentality. If you are a man and you are a provider and you're not doing your absolute best to get to where you need to be again to provide to the house, you should not be having a family. Simple.
And that's what we're saying. But you
And
guys
y'all-
are saying
and
no
also-
matter what. That's
And
no
y'all
matter
basically
what.
talking
So
about like
now this is what I mean. Like no
stability,
matter.
like
This
you're
is what I mean by
stable,
no
like you're
matter
making
what.
decent money.
If you are a person that has a business doing all those things, whatever have you, should be able to help your man to be able to get to that point if he needs that help. It's just that's what I mean by no matter what.
And we agree with that.
And there's some people that don't want to do shit. They're like, oh, my man lost he lost
so
his
that
job.
means that,
I'm out.
that it was
Yeah.
never about love. It was always about what you could
exactly.
But that's the
do.
thing.
It's always about what you
But
can do
that's
for
the thing.
me.
You don't find that out until shit happens.
That's why I said it's a lot
That's
of guys
true.
that don't. You got to be able to tell. You
But
gotta
that's
be-
But some
You
people,
need to- that's
some
what you
people
need to
can't
practice
tell.
the life.
If you got, if you
That's
got
just
everything
life.
good going on, shit does. Okay, let me ask this question. When you're in life, right, and everything's going good, everything's going dandy, whatever have you, do you think about your car breaking down until it breaks down?
Hell no.
No.
Exactly.
You don't know until it happens.
But the type of people that,
That-
you have
I mean,
around
that's
you,
a-
you should know what type of
You
person.
need,
But you're not
you need
Professor
to
X,
have,
though.
But that's the thing.
People
you
need to
don't
practice
know.
discernment. Sometimes
The
you do.
signs
Exactly.
are
If you
always-
pay
Exactly.
attention,
That's
Would you say we
superpower.
live in a
That's
world where
It is
guys
a
are good
superpower.
at vetting women?
No.
no.
Exactly.
No, not at all.
Exactly.
But it's a problem though. It's hard to tell a person until you all right, so within dating, right? Y'all live in separate places, whatever have you, right? And people are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get married because I love her 6 months in or a year in, or whatever have you. You don't know that person until you live with them,
Right.
right?
you definitely don't know a person until you live with them.
So when you live with them,
I agree with that.
So when you live with them now you see their habits. You can't hide that shit,
Right.
You got to see everything that they go through,
Yeah.
right? You see their when they're in the closet and thinking about all this other shit and babe, what you're doing in there,
Yeah.
this, that, and third. You don't see all that shit until you live with them, right? So that's why my thing is like I'm not marrying somebody that I haven't lived with for the X amount of period of time because you don't know that person.
You can't be
right?
quick to
Exactly.
just make those
yeah,
type of
but
commitments.
that's exact. That's a
But most
vetting-
people
that's-
don't do that shit at
Yeah,
all.
most people don't vet.
that's where
And that's the
fucked up at.
problem. Life is not just, jump into a relationship, we get married. Like, it's a
Right.
journey. You
Yeah.
have to go on that journey. You have to see, like,
And I will
can
also
I
say
see
this.
myself long term with you? Like, let's do this for a little while.
And it could be all good, y'all living together, synergy, everything like that, but you haven't seen that person deal with a traumatic experience or a
Right.
struggle experience, right? Because the thing about it could be all good and dandy until that person deal with it. And that's why I said
You
that
got to
it's
see them in
It's a
every.
journey.
You got to see them in every season.
Yeah, you have to see how they deal with certain things and see like, oh, this is a woman. Like, all right, so say something happens. Oh, she's give her some space. This is how she deals with it, and she'll bounce back, right? You won't see that unless it happens, right?
yeah.
And it could be multiple
You have
times.
to learn your partner.
Exactly. Most people
That's-
don't
but
get to learn.
that's
Most
the
people don't
problem.
want to do that.
But how can you not want to do that? How can you say you want to be in a long-term relationship, you want this, and you don't even know the person that you're with?
You want to see what I was?
People want transactional relationships.
There we
at
go.
this point.
But that's not
All
everybody is
all
what we need you
relationships
to
are
understand.
transactional.
It's the
They
majority.
are,
not the-
they
not that.
are,
Yeah.
but to an extent. To an extent.
Especially in the modern era.
to an extent.
To the point
I
where it's
don't- I don't
affected. To the
understand
point
what
where it's
that-
All
affected.
relations
marriages and
definitely are
I don't
transactional.
understand what you mean by to an extent. Elaborate.
There's some people that are strictly transactional. If you cannot provide for me and do what I need to do, I'm gone like ASAP. And there's some people that, okay, cool. You give me this, I give you this, we're together, whatever have you. There's a lapse in between that. I'm still gonna stay with you until, that happens, but there's a time period, right? Some people are short and some people are long-term minded. I'm not gonna be with somebody for 5-6 years and I'm gonna leave them over a year's worth of fucking bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? I've invested 5 years of my fucking life I can't get back.
Right.
And what I'm gonna do? Go with somebody else and learn that shit all over again? Have to learn a new person,
Right.
new kids, and all this. Especially if you have kids with the person. There's no shot in hell I'm gonna fucking be a baby father. It's not happening.
Especially at a certain age.
It's not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be fucking 35 and I'm gonna do another 5-year relationship to be 40. Bro, I'm about to be fucking sick. I'm about to retire.
Right.
Like, I'm not doing that, bro.
But I mean, you're doing a good job. That's why you vet.
Most people don't do that. That's the problem.
Yes.
There aren't a whole bunch of manager-minded individuals in this world. If that was the case, the world would be a lot better.
That's
Unfortunately.
true.
Because people don't
agree.
see shit from people only see the individual, the worker, the employee, like, woe is me, the boss is doing this, that, and the third, but they don't see the outside of what the boss has to deal with to pay you.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's taking the L to pay you and everybody else to keep them, working, to keep the business flowing.
I feel that one. I mean, I'm saying this in a nice way, but that's why you got to keep it P. It come with being the boss.
It costs to be the boss.
If you get with a
Definitely
girl
does.
and y'all together for 7 years and she divorced your ass, you're supposed to walk away from that shit like a player.
People need to learn
That's
how
just
to
how
let
it
go.
That's why I'm
It's
not
You gotta
getting
just
married.
vet
It's
as
easy to
best
say
as
it
you
until it
can.
happens to you.
I know, but
It is.
but
But
that's
it's
the game.
true.
That's the game.
Yep, not getting married. Sorry.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I feel like it's
Straight
just
up
so
prenup.
many things that come with those type of situations.
Yeah,
like,
it's not
if
one-sided
you're doing
at
right
all.
by your woman, you providing for her, you're literally being a good
And
man
they
to
will
her,
still
and
divorce you.
y'all were genuinely in love with each
That
other.
happened to 3 of my followers.
I don't believe
They
that
will still divorce you.
it
Yeah.
has to be a reason.
I'm with
It's
you.
always
I'm with you.
It has
Yeah.
to be a reason.
I'm
if I'm
with
in
the-
love with you, you did right by me. I'm not leaving you because of one little situation that you fell into.
It happens.
Like,
a
it
lot.
has to be more to the story than just that. And I feel like people don't be real with themselves, and they'll just use what they want to use. Because if I go back to certain people and ask them why we stopped or why we fell out, what they tell me versus what I think
So,
happened probably
it's
two
what
different.
you
It's
said-
a lot of things that I can't really say on camera, but I will tell you after camera.
Right.
But especially with the job I deal with and stuff that I see on a daily basis. But I'm not going to say that on camera. But specifically for this reason, I think that we have the problem with divorces and all this other stuff is that it's incentivized for women to divorce you because they get half of their earnings. All of the, I guess, 1 through 50 most
Richest
wealthiest
women in the world
are from
came-
divorce,
Yeah.
not from
What about the
self-earning.
men who get half of
That doesn't happen all
That
the
doesn't
time.
happen most of the
who
time.
Getting alimony.
That
That doesn't happen all the time. You can look that
But
up
for
yourself.
women to pull that move on you,
You did
because
something
that's the
to her.
dirtiest move you could pull. If you pulling that move,
Money
you
is,
had to do something
money
to that
is the
woman.
root of all
And what
evil.
they do
It's
to the woman
something-
is
You probably
I'm gonna
was
tell you,
treating
it's
her
what you
terrible.
did.
That's her
It's what you
revenge.
said.
That's your
You hit it
karma.
on
There
the
should be
nail.
no, there
She
should
said
be
it
no revenge from
earlier.
the court system.
Women get into relationships and date the man and expect them to act like a woman. And men do the same thing.
So-
they get with a woman and expect her to act like a man. Nah,
So-
it's not happening.
But
But
you
you're gonna
don't-
have to
hold
be
on,
player about some
So
shit.
let me say
You
this,
got-
right?
She's
Let me
gonna
say this, let me
like
say this.
it's just
Let me
it
say
is
this.
what it is.
We have these problems with the divorce rates and everything like that because they need to take away the fact that if you married to somebody and you get half their shit, they need to take that out. Right?
Completely.
Now,
Like
now, if you take that out, people are going to actually start marrying for love and loyalty, right?
Right.
But the problem is, right, you should know your partner. Me, per se, right? I'm going to get a prenup. I don't give a fuck, right?
Right.
But you think that I'm going to be with you for 5, 6, 10 years, whatever have you, and you're going to leave me and get nothing? That's crazy. I'm going to set you up with something so that you have your lifestyle. But
there's
you're not
some
going
men
to
who
get
aren't
half
like
that shit. And that's true. But most men
And
should be
women
like that.
invest a lot in
Yeah,
a
but-
relationship.
And that is why
too.
women will go after what you have, because some men will leave you out to dry.
And they deserve that shit.
Put your money in
That's
it.
why
They deserve it.
Yes.
They deserve it.
That
They
happens-
deserve
Not
it.
general.
But the
Like,
guys,
So that's
situation
that answers
is
your
a
question.
result.
Yeah,
right
I'm
there.
sure that happens a
That's
lot.
why it
Many
happens
men
a
will
lot.
not
No, no,
admit
no,
that
no,
they.
no, 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 no,
Yeah,
no,
they
no,
will
no,
not
no,
admit
no,
that they'll
no,
say
no,
fuck
no,
you
no,
to a
no,
girl,
no,
but
no,
I know they will.
Exactly.
No,
But
That's
it's not
true.
majority.
And then they're gonna
It's
give
not
it to the
majority.
next woman.
It's not majority.
Exactly.
No.
After you
It's not
stay
majority.
down.
No,
Like,
no,
I
majority.
stay down. Like, I feel like divorce is the last resort for women. It's like, I done put
It definitely
all
ain't the
this
last resort with the
time,
numbers.
I done did this. But you're just saying numbers like...
Yes, because
you
it
need to
matters.
speak
The numbers
real
matter.
life.
That
It is real life.
I feel like the numbers is kind of like
It's also a lot of numbers that people
because it's
saying
a lot
in-
of things.
No.
I'm just saying, I think the numbers are like that because men
Oh,
don't
man.
know how to deal with women.
Oh, okay.
They
sure.
marry women and don't and try to treat them like a man. Nah,
Sure.
she's a shorty.
It's always more to the story.
It's all, that's
Yeah, exactly. And no
There's
man
more
will ever come out
than
and
what the
admit what he was.
statistics can say.
I feel like
what
All
the
I'm gonna
data
say
can say.
is that I'm gonna say something off camera, and y'all gonna be like, "What the fuck?" and then change your whole perspective. But that's besides here
I
and
doubt
there.
it.
But let's get into the next question because we stayed on this topic for a little bit too
Yeah,
long.
we always talk
have-
about this shit.
yeah.
I hate talking about
I feel
people
like
that
with
don't
this
want to change.
conversation, the
It
real
could go so
answer
many
is do
ways.
what works for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's always that.
Do what works for you. boo.
Exactly, because people are different. Everybody has different mindsets.
And everyone has a different situation.
Exactly.
And as soon as I see a mindset that I don't fuck with, I'm just not gonna go
I'm
near it.
I just want
So
people.
what's wrong with that?
I just want people just to live in fucking reality. That's it. That's all I want. I don't care about
Observational,
nothing else.
observational reality.
That's all I care about.
You're not gonna find it on social media though.
So-
Social
you're not.
media is a part of reality.
But that's the thing.
And it's the
If you
biggest
think
place of
like that, you're
delusion,
gonna
too.
stay the way
it's
you're.
reality.
It's a
No, talk to real people like you're doing right
They
now.
are real people. What are you talking
It's a
about?
No, but in real
People
life,
don't even feel comfortable
Oh,
saying their
Jesus.
opinion. They'll tell you something behind a fake page.
Some of the things
That's
that
how
people
you
say
feel.
on the
Yeah,
internet,
like,
hold on,
they
hold on,
would
hold on,
never
hold on.
say
People
in
say
real life.
anything.
Hold on. So you're saying that,
Exactly. Talk to
hold
them.
on. So you're saying that people on the internet are more likely to be more real on the internet?
No.
You just said
They're
that.
How did I
more
say
likely
that?
to say bullshit.
They're more likely to
So-
say exactly how they feel because they're protected by a screen. So if anything, they're more real on the internet than they are in real life because they're hiding who they are in real life because they want you to perceive them in a different way.
No, they're pushing who they
No,
wish
they get to
want
choose
to
who
be.
they
I
want to
doubt
be.
that.
They
No,
get to
that-
choose who they
Just
want to
like
be
you
on the
have a
internet.
character,
It's not a
people
video.
have a character on the
hold
internet.
You know what's,
Word.
so you want to talk about that? This is who I am.
But
This
that's
is who I am. If you want to utilize
Yeah,
me
but
as an
most-
anecdote
yeah,
for
but
your
most
situation,
people are-
that's
but this
understandable.
is
But
who
you
I am. If anything, this allows for me to be more of who I am. The internet allows for people to cover themselves and express who they really want to be and who they are and their
Want
inner
to
desires.
be.
and
Want
what they
to be.
Want to be.
want to be. That's
Hold
not
on.
who they are.
No. Want to be doesn't matter because that's their desire. That's what's inside of them that they don't express in real
Yeah,
life.
but if they don't work for it
you
or
are
strive to go
downplaying
get
the
it, then
internet
that's not.
than what
But that's the
it
thing, though.
is.
People want what they want with no work. This is who they want to be.
Yes.
So
It's
that's
a bunch
them.
of cap-
That's
It's
a
a lot of
version
it's a
of
lot of
them.
people out there
That's a
like
version of
that.
There's a lot of cap on the
It's
internet.
a bunch of pump
There's a lot of
faking
cap
on
in
People
real
will
life.
say stuff like,
You
"What
could
you
be
mean? I'm
There's a
just
lot of
being
cap in
rich
real life.
on the
There's a lot of
internet
cap
and
in
talk
real
just
life.
real talk
There's
on the
cap
internet."
everywhere.
There's a lot of cap
what
in
is
real
it?
life.
You could be rich
You
on
can
the
go to the
internet
hood and
and
see
broke
cap
in
all
real
day.
Same
life.
thing happens here. Guys who go to club
Yes,
pretend he's
but
rich.
y'all,
He's not
that's what I'm
rich.
Yeah,
saying.
internet
The
sad in
hood, the
real life.
internet,
But
y'all
it's
going to
easier
the
to fake your
extremes.
funk
That's
on
not
the
the extreme.
internet.
That's real life.
That's real life.
You could go to a club in the hood. You could go to a club in a white town. You can go to a club in fucking Europe. It's gonna be the same shit.
all the
A
same
nigga gonna be
thing.
like,
But
yeah,
for
I got
how-
changed
for
in a
how
car.
long
I mean,
you
look,
keep up that facade in real
Plenty
life
people
versus
keep it
in-
up for
Not for long.
years.
versus on the
I've
internet.
met
If they
people.
keeping it up for years, it's real, nigga.
You could detect that
Shit.
in
Yeah,
real life.
yeah.
quickly.
If it's not
Exactly.
everlasting,
If it's not real, I could detect a person at
Nothing's
real life.
everlasting.
Can you?
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes, I've met people who have had this whole facade on the internet that they're
As soon as you
this
meet
person
them-
there and that. As
So
soon as
you
I
have-
meet you, you're
so you have
nothing
this
like what
super-
you say you are.
If you rich, I want to see what type of car you got. I want to see what type of house you live in. It has to match up in real life.
So you
if
have
it's
the,
not
this,
matching
a
up in
power
real
of
life,
discernment.
It's not
is what you're
matter.
saying.
I do. But it's just from experience, honestly. I feel like discernment comes with experience. I've dealt with a lot. And I've dealt with somebody who's put up facades.
So
They were a
nobody,
certain
could
person,
ever
but that's
fake
not
you?
who they are, honestly.
So nobody could ever trick you?
I'm not saying that I can't be tricked. I'm just saying I have
All right.
a very high level of discernment. And
All right.
I just
You
when
can't-
you understand that people will fake who they are, that
People
people are not real, that's you
People fake everything all the time.
you be more observant.
when you
You're
have
able to
discernment, it's
pick
more
out
so
little
like
things.
You realizing like I can't just go into this blindly. I have to really know what I'm getting myself.
Wouldn't you say that's more
Exactly.
so common sense?
It's kind of like
It's common sense, but it's
Okay.
not common sense
Common
because a
sense or
lot of
discernment?
things aren't common sense because it's just like if
Well,
somebody's faking, how is it common sense to me that
It's
they're
common
faking?
sense, but then again, you definitely do gotta be aware of a lot of shit
Facts.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's self-awareness, not common sense. You have to be self-aware
of
Like,
people,
Yeah, of people.
and people will do the worst. That's why I like.
Well, common sense isn't common for everybody anyway, so.
That is true. People do read at a 5th grade level. So
I
that's
feel
another
like
point.
it's a very, not very, like, okay, let's say I meet a girl and I start dealing with her. If she do some fuck shit to me, I definitely miss some red flags. That's what I'm kind of saying. Like, it's the guy's fault for letting
Not all
shit
the-
happen
not
to
all
him
the time.
most of the time.
No.
Most of the time.
No.
What?
No.
I agree.
No.
What?
No. Of course you
Because
do.
men just see a pretty face.
Yeah, like come
They see a
on.
pretty face.
Niggas
they
will
see-
throw everything out the window as soon as they see a fat ass. Y'all know this.
That's
okay,
true,
okay,
though.
okay.
Literally.
Okay.
You guys
Men
are,
need to
you
get
guys
far.
are
You know what
very
it is?
one
You know what it
track
is?
minded,
You know what it
and
is? You
you
know what it
have
is?
to
I'm
always
thinking about my
put yourself
perception.
in different shoes.
I'm
Yes,
thinking about my perception. Yes, there's a lot of niggas that look at a fat ass and throw everything out the window. She could have a face of a foot, right?
Right.
But the thing is that sometimes you don't really know a person's true intentions until you spend that time with
Yeah,
the person.
I agree.
Right.
Yeah,
And there's a lot
definitely.
of
But
red
I'm
flags that they can hide.
that's
Right.
why dating
then-
you learning a person.
And not everybody has a superpower of
It's a journey.
discernment.
it's not a superpower. I'm not
said it
saying
was.
that I have. I'm not saying that I know
It's a
all.
learn-
I'm
it's
not
a-
saying
it's a
I'll
learn-
meet a person and I'll know
It's a learned
that
skill.
Yeah,
But the thing about it, you can
comes
only
with
learn
experience.
it through dealing with it.
And that's what I said.
And it's
I
not
said
always
I've dealt
100%
with a
foolproof.
lot.
Yeah, it's
You
not-
don't
it's not- it's
know.
not
I feel
foolproof.
like
It's
you
not
can
foolproof.
seek advice from your friends, your family, and there's always signs. If you're not picking up on it, it's someone around you that's probably like, yo,
Absolutely.
they're
Yes.
not really for
Absolutely.
you. And it's up to
Yes.
you to really
Yes.
challenge that
Yes.
or listen, because
Yes.
anything you need to know will always come to the light.
That
It's
is
up
true.
to you to be real with yourself and say, all right, I need to actually open my eyes and see what's
Yeah,
going on.
observation
love is
of reality.
blind. That's
Sometimes
true.
when you open your eyes, it's too late.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. Observation of reality.
Because I mean, this is one thing I will always say, and it's the reason why I don't get mad when situations do arise and shit does happen. I put myself in that place. I always take
Exactly.
You
responsibility.
take accountability.
I take
Exactly.
always.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And we
You know
all,
what I'm
it
saying?
happens to the
But
best
a lot of
us.
people
Honestly,
don't take
sometimes you
accountability.
see the
Yeah, they
red
don't.
flags. Sometimes you see things, but you just be like,
And those
"Oh,
people that
maybe
don't
I-"
take accountability
Yeah.
hang out
Right.
on social
And
media.
that's how people end up in
real
the
life.
worst situations.
And real life. They do
And
have
real
the
life,
victim
yeah.
mentality. A lot of people
Yeah,
do have
but
the
in
victim
real life, the
mentality.
And that's what I
consequences
was
are there.
saying.
There's no consequences on social media.
Yeah, there are
That-
plenty of consequences.
Yeah, but they
Bro,
not.
you lose the
they
ability
not
to talk
real-
and chat, and they
Because
ban
people
you.
could tell you what they
Only
want you
people
to
that have
know.
a big following.
So they could agree with
no.
you.
You could actually
I've had
lose
small
something.
followings and I've lost a lot of things.
No, but I'm saying the small following
We're
person
downplaying the internet again.
on social media
It's
don't got
control.
nothing
The
to lose.
internet is
You
control.
gotta understand that if you are a type of person pushing a type of message, doesn't matter where you are at in life, if you show your face and then they don't like something that you want to do or whatever have you, understand that social media is ever expanding. They can catch you anywhere.
That's why it's called the 7th biggest continent in the world.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's not a truth, but I'm saying the mindset of most people on social media is, I'm just gonna, like, they having fun with their friends and I'll post this and
Yeah, don't just be
That's
so in your perception.
they're gonna post it in a highlight. They're not gonna post them crying in the
Yeah,
bathroom.
nobody,
They're gonna
nobody
post
posts
them.
the downfalls.
And we all do that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I do
Nobody-
it too.
nobody-
Social
Shit.
media is a controlled
I'm
image.
not gonna post
of
with my
yourself.
bank account negative.
But the only
Nobody
problem
is.
with that is that it can be warped to whoever has the money. So they perceive whatever makes them in their benefit. Like there's a lot of guys on Instagram that have become like these self-taught gurus by buying.
Yeah, I hate them
and all that
assholes.
shit. You know what I'm saying? They've made millions because of the facade that they
Yeah,
have.
they finessers.
The real people
And
going
some
in.
of those
there's a
people
lot of
have
finesses
a
in life.
conversation with them in real life and they don't know nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So-
you won't know until you get there and you already spent thousands of dollars on them.
Yeah.
Not any of us.
We're
That's
different.
a-
Understand
we have
that.
different. We are not the average people. Are you an average thinker? Would you say
I would
any of
think-
us here are average in thought process?
I don't think so.
No.
I would think there's certain things that I might have certain.
You're not an average thinker
At all.
at all.
Don't even put yourself in that.
None of you
category.
here are average thinkers.
We have the average people that are
So what
our
you're saying,
viewers.
majority of people are average.
What is
Your ability to comprehend and understand arithmetic or any other subject matter and be able to break it down and disseminate it into something that people can understand.
Yeah,
It's
most people
not
can do
a
that.
skill
No,
everyone
they
has.
can't. Bro, again, most
not.
people read on a 5th grade level.
That's true.
And that's why
So
those are
how
the
could you
easiest
comprehend,
targets.
comprehend and understand
Exactly.
when all the history books and laws and all this stuff are on like a fucking 12th grade, actually a 16th grade level?
you saying like a genius. I don't think
No,
I'm
That's
a,
not a genius. That's not a genius level, brother.
yeah,
All
but
these
most people
laws
could do
and
that.
everything that's done and put forth as people who's making policies that you have to enact in life, and you have to be able to understand them, or you fall victim to them.
But sometimes you gotta go through stuff and get tricked and learn
To learn, to
And
understand.
that won't
'Cause you're
happen
obli-
to you
so
again.
You
so
learn
you're
to
oblivious
decide.
of
Even
it.
I feel like people in our parents' generation, they're easy to fall for something on social media because they don't know what we know. That social media, it's a lot of scams, it's a lot of lies, it's a lot of BS up
So
there.
now pull social media out the situation, right? You guys again are entrepreneurs, right? If you don't know a certain subsection of business law, you think you can get finessed by somebody?
Of course, but
Same thing in-
but that's
you
not
can get
average
finessed anywhere.
knowledge. You
Anywhere.
said
Anybody could
average
be
thinker.
finesse, honestly.
Yes, average people read on a 5th grade level. That is the average thinker.
Yeah, but that's not
If you read
nothing
on
to
a
do
sixth-
with business.
Yes, it
Policy.
does.
Does.
Yes, it does. You
To
have
be
to be
able
able
to
to
discern
read.
and
No,
understand
a
it?
business major will understand business.
No, you don't have to go to college to be a business major and understand business. You can understand business by understanding how to comprehend certain laws.
Comprehension is not
and
universal.
It's not.
But most people can comprehend.
No, not to the degree. No.
Most people have average. Like I said, you
fifth
said
grade level. Do you ever
no
read
fifth grade level? No, average level, not fifth grade level. Fifth grade
That
level,
is the
maybe
average
average
reader
medium.
is at a fifth grade level, so that's their comprehension.
That
If you
is the
cannot read
average.
above a 12th grade level, how the hell are you gonna
At
comprehend
that
it?
point, it's a
the
lot of other
average
things
in
to be
America.
worried
You
about.
saying?
It's a fifth
Yeah,
grade
level.
level.
I don't believe that.
Look it up.
I don't believe that.
Oh, here we
It's
go,
all
bro.
about because you're thinking
Here we go.
grades, fifth grade. Like I was reading good books.
All right, let's go.
in
Hold on.
fifth
Let's go to
grade,
another
so-
question, please.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes.
look that up.
Let's go.
I-
To,
no,
Look that
no,
up.
no, no,
Now you want? Let's go to another question. I'll look it up.
No, he's gonna.
Nah, because
look it up.
you say
Yeah,
you the
go
debate
to-
master.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
winning my debate.
Yeah, go
Fuck
to
out of
another
here.
How did it feel when I was
No,
The world would look different.
No,
if-
hold on. Look it up. But let's go to another question, please.
All right, you got anything else?
Nah. Thought we were gonna go off the cards.
Other cards.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, it says it's cuddling time, and I'm the blink spoon. Big or little?
Big. Big.
I could do both, honestly.
Okay,
wait. You're thinking
I feel
about
like
that?
they really
I'll
like
say
the
this.
little spoon.
I say this.
No.
They do.
I'll be a
They try to
little
act like they don't.
You want to be a little spoon?
I'll be a little spoon like 50% of the time, okay? It's all
I feel
right.
like
What?
I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah.
it's 50-50 with me. I'll be
Little
either
spoon.
one.
Little spoon.
I
you feel
love
me?
big spooning. Like
I'll be a
like
little
both,
spoon.
but I love big spooning.
So you'll be the big spoon?
Damn, there's a
I'll be the-
question here
I'll-
that says,
oh,
do
yeah,
more
she'll be
than
the spoon.
half of
But-
Americans read
it's
below
50-50,
sixth
but
grade
I love
level?
when a man
I'll be a
wants
little
This is
spoon
insane.
sometimes. You know, I like to switch it up. You know, again, I like
Men
surprises.
secretly love it.
Like
Well,
just
I usually
turn
go
around.
after
I like that
submissive
arm
women,
going
so
over.
like sub girls don't usually like, I don't know, because they're usually smaller than me, and then it's kind of weird.
Even when
But
you're
that's
that's
why
what
they
makes
throw
it
that little
cute.
arm over here.
It's like you're
You know what I'm
huge, and I got
It's
my
like
little
I'm
arm
hungry.
wrapped
You were
around
right.
you.
It's like
54% of Americans read below sixth grade level.
Yeah, that's sad as hell.
That's
Thank you.
insane.
Thank you. I studied.
That's
Listen, I
insane.
knew he was telling the truth.
That's
That's
insane.
clearly
Come
on.
But it's a
That's
sad, it's a
ridiculous.
sad reality. It's a sad
That's
reality.
ridiculous.
That's why there's a full world of
But I
finessers
feel
and
like
people
it's
that
the
get
reason
finessed.
Why people are at that
Do you
level
understand that?
of comprehension? I feel like if we're thinking broadly and worldwide, think about how many people could afford certain resources
Yes.
to get knowledge. Like
Yes.
education is a privilege.
Yeah.
But okay, so now this
That
is the
is
one thing I
true.
would say about that. Back then, like in the 80s, before the internet have really gave to this point, there's absolutely no reason in hell that you cannot comprehend to a certain extent because there's everything out there
Yeah,
for
the
the
information
library
is out
for
there now.
free.
Yeah, the
for
information
free,
is there.
without any type of resistance.
You don't really have to. No
You're
more.
on social media.
Like,
You're on
right.
social media every fucking day, making all these comments, doing all this other stuff,
Right.
and you're fucking broke.
Right.
How?
But like, for example, like my dad isn't a carpenter, but he built a whole deck just by watching a YouTube video. And I helped him build it. And I didn't know how to invest. But when I was 19, I just watched investment videos and now I've been investing.
Yeah.
So it's like,
If there's a will, there's a way.
Yes.
Sure.
right.
Yeah.
But
It
not
has
every,
to be
especially in
you
this
at
day
the
and
end of
age.
the
Everybody
day.
able to comprehend that.
What you want in life is what you put into life.
Yes.
Not everyone has that strive in them to seek the best. Some people, like y'all said, are comfortable with just the bare minimum
Most
of life
people,
and
unfortunately.
just getting by.
And you
That's a lot
deserve
of
to be
people's
finessed
mentality.
if you do not want to comprehend and understand things.
Exactly.
Well, I don't want to use the word
So y'all
deserve.
saying
though.
the
Knowledge
same
is
thing that
power.
they saying then.
What?
Girls are not gonna want that.
What?
A guy that thinks like that, just regular, average, bare minimum. They don't want that shit.
What's wrong with, if you're, again, stable, able to pay your bills, you're not struggling, you're comfortable. That man is not a bad selection.
He's not, but
He's not, but he's
I
just
feel
not
like
what I
there's
want.
gonna
That's all
be
he
a
is, though,
woman
not a
and
bad
his
selection.
his
And that
means
man-
that would love him.
Hold on, and that man is the majority.
But I
That
feel
is
like
true.
there's a lot of women in that
That
on
is
that
very true.
level.
So wait, what are
that
you
will
saying with that,
accept
though?
What I'm
that.
saying is that because
As a
most
partner.
men are average or comfortable where they're at, most girls want a man that's able to provide. In order to provide, you have to make what you have, plus be able to have a little bit of extra in order to give, right? And if every man is mostly average and most girls want a man that's able to provide in some degree, most men do not meet the qualifications of the average woman.
So let's put it into perspective. I'm going to use data again, right? Most women say they want a man to make how much? over
100,000.
right? That is 10% of the average of the entire workforce, right?
Right.
So, what jobs do you think that's paying over $100,000?
In most college degree jobs, right?
No. People, this is the reason why they have the problem with colleges right now. People are paying all this money in tuition and debt and all that stuff.
And not getting those high-paying jobs.
Land
College is a scam.
a $70,000 job.
It's more about who you know, unfortunately.
So I mean, I do agree with you. Women definitely have extremely high standards.
So if they want,
but I also think that men could step their game up too.
They can.
Hold on.
Yes, they can. But you know how hard it is to make $100,000 if you don't have a job that's paying you that?
In this modern era.
Yeah. All right. I hear that part. So y'all basically what y'all both are doing, and I don't mean to kind of slight women, but I speak my opinion very with conviction. Y'all are taking what they're saying at face value, but they both said in real life, women will deal with niggas that don't have shit.
That's
the
not
reality. They say all of that shit online, but they will deal with regular niggas.
So do I.
They will deal with regular niggas.
No, and I feel like
if that was the case, the average man would be happy.
Like, oh, women are asking for too much, are men who are going after women that's out of their league.
Exactly.
Actually, if you look at this, most men shoot their shot at most women.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. I have data proof on that.
You and this data proof.
Yes, because yes, it is. Yes,
we're talking about
hold on. Your personal experience does not defeat a large, multiple billion-dollar corporation and its desire to draw data and understand an entire market to facilitate money and generate income. So when somebody tells me, "Oh, you're using," yeah, of course I'm using data. I'm going to use your personal experience.
No, I need something. What about the people that shoot their shot in real life?
I need something that's opposite of my own opinion. A company that's trying to generate income, who's greedy, trying to understand the market to make more product to generate more income, is obviously going to have more information or insight than your personal life or mine. That's why we use the data.
When I say personal, I just mean things that I have seen from.
Yeah, that's
because I've seen things personal. Too. You've seen things. We've all seen things.
When people talk in those extents, it's kind of like having that would be nice. But I don't think they're totally closed off to all the other options.
But no, so they're definitely not closed off to the options because that's all they can get, right? Specifically. But we're talking about the data because, again, if you're going to make a business decision, which dating is kind of a business decision because you can choose
there's a market.
Your wife or a girlfriend or your ex, it could become all of that and such. But the thing is, when you're looking at that data, it gives you a broader perspective. And this is the reason why I look at data, because I don't have all the answers. I only talk to a specific amount of people. I can't use their biases as fact.
Right.
True. But when you're dealing with that girl, the data don't matter.
Yeah, it does. She's a part of it.
Yeah, but your vetting skills are a part of it.
And I also use data to help me with that process.
Fuck the data when she in my face.
Fuck the data. If I know I'm buying a car and this car has a higher chance of failure,
she's not a car though.
Everything. Hold on. Everything is a business situation transaction.
I feel
no matter if I want to illustrate it as a car or not.
You want to have the climate of how dating is.
Right.
Of course, I look at the data and all that stuff too.
You want to be able to just make a better
decision.
If you give a girl a survey and you say, "Hey,"
and the
ask
problem
a question in each thing is. Would you date a man that's attractive? Would you date a man that works out? Would you date a man that makes a certain amount? And they figure out all this stuff. And he checks off most of your boxes, but maybe he don't make that or maybe this. You're not gonna be like, okay, no, I'm not dating him because he don't make that. But everything else is
so
checked
now I would
off.
say this, a lot of women have different check boxes that they have within their life. So he might not make that much money, but he checks off all the boxes. So that's why she's attracted to him, because he could possibly make that money. He could be making that money and don't check off anything else. And then now he's definitely not an option, right? But the thing is, when I look at that data and stuff like that, like me, again, I want a woman that's able to be ambitious enough to take care of my empire. So I'm going to be leaning forward towards a girl that's probably an entrepreneur. But if I can't get an entrepreneur in a career field that takes something serious, that has to be organization, stuff like that, I'm not going to fucking wife a girl that's a McDonald's.
But that's what we're saying. Most of the women in the position that you're talking about don't do it. OnlyFans or
the data
pics and all that stuff.
What you want.
Now listen to this as well. The women that are in the class that I am looking for are the 1% of women. or maybe the 5% of women.
Right.
Because go around like say 100 women that you meet. Which one of them's own business?
Yeah, but I mean that's you though. I already told you I'm
talking
cool
about
with
me.
a housewife.
I'm
My
talking
story
about
don't
me.
gotta do shit. But
Jeez.
I'll
that
take
can't be
care of
me.
her as long as she take care of me.
I feel
I
like
can't.
That's
It
where
be me.
preference
I
comes
feel
in.
like
It's
a
all
lot
about
of
be
what
me.
you
people
want.
lower their standards.
Well,
for
when I
someone
say
they
don't
like.
do shit, it probably sounds like to y'all like she would be lazy. But when I say don't do shit, I mean like take care of me and I'll take care of you.
That's
So-
fair.
And I would do the same as well too, but we have to build our empire together. And if you feel like you need to relinquish the reins to relax, by all means, baby, you earned it. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm gonna make sure that she's well off, and she don't need nothing from me. Even if I were to go, she don't need shit from me.
But you're conflating the dating pool with a business-minded entrepreneurial pool. Those are different.
It's a simplistic illustration of a breakdown of transaction. You're taking it too far.
So, all right, as a man, you basically said you do want to be the sole provider, right?
Yes.
So that means that when you are actually dating, if you're providing everything for her and you're handling all
So,
the bills and you're
let me-
doing
let
all
me
of
say
this,
this. Let
and
me
of
say
course,
this.
wait, hold on. Of course, she has her own things that she has to do. Maybe she got to take care of the kids, take care of the house, do this, do that. How can she be both? If
So,
you basically want to be the provider,
I
and
want to
then-
be the provider to my wife, not the person that I'm dating. It has to
Okay.
get to that point.
Okay, so dating wise, how are you?
I'm cool, calm, and collective.
Like you're not the provider. You're not
No.
the one who's.
Well,
paying.
women have jobs and are able to. I don't.
No.
We're not. They're not
So
married.
that's only wife treatment.
Yes. I'm
That's
not putting
fair.
in money where it's possible where I can lose it. It's not happening.
Especially with individuals that know how to
that's your
finagle a
mindset.
man out of money.
I think that's most men's mindset. Well,
No,
No,
it's
no,
a lot
no.
of, no.
Lot of simps.
No, it's a lot of simps.
Lot of simps.
Simping is a virus.
There was a
so.
dude that told me he was willing to give
now
a
I
girl
can see your
1,000.
viewpoint of what you're saying. Because a lot of men are willing to go broke on women that don't reciprocate.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's true, but that's also vetting as well.
It's a lot of
They
those
don't know how
types
to
of
deal with
dudes.
And that's why we say if you doing that, it's you gonna get what
What
you
you
put in-
deserve.
Yeah,
Because
like
respectfully, right? Say if I had a 10-year span, right? And I haven't found the wife yet, right? And I'm sitting here doing the sole provider things within dating different women. Say I dated 5-6 women. How
Right.
much money is lost in there?
Yeah, we're not
hell of a
suggesting
lot.
that any of y'all do that.
So I can't do that. If I'm gonna take one person seriously and then be like, all right, this is going to be the one, and I put that ring on her finger,
Right.
Or even if I don't want to get married, whatever have
But
you,
make her your soul woman.
whatever have you. Then all right, I'm gonna start relinquishing stuff like, all right, babe, I'll pay the car, I'll pay this.
That's why I'm
that,
not
stuff
dating
like
around
that.
right now, and I'm looking specifically for that one. So I'm not.
You're intentional
Pouring
about
money.
dating. I feel like a lot of people aren't intentional.
You're right.
They're not. They
You're
just
right.
want what they want, and they need to be upfront about that.
Facts.
That's
Yeah,
the problem.
he was saying that earlier.
Yes.
Upfront. If you just want to fuck shorties and this is what you want to do, please be intentional.
But
with
all
that.
you're doing is making more 304s, and that's crazy.
Yes,
Can't be like, I hate these hoes, but you're making hoes. That's crazy.
I don't hate hoes.
I don't either.
We know.
I don't either.
I don't deal with that.
But the thing is that I am intentional in what I do, and I'll tell you exactly what it is. And if you decide to discern for yourself from that specific thing that I've told you and think I'm going to be this other person, it's not happening.
Facts.
You can't expect me to be a husband for you when I told you I'm not looking right now.
Facts. But a lot of dudes will go down that road. And
I don't
then,
know. I mean, but that's them though. Once if I put myself in a girl's shoes, if a guy is saying want to take me out on a date or whatever, he's just throwing money at me, I'm taking that shit. A lot of guys do that shit.
yeah.
Yes.
And you're
And
also
that's a
going to
problem.
take on the pros and the cons that come with that.
Yeah.
And that's creating the
But
problem.
but y'all both not doing that.
Up for. It's a two-way street. Like it's not just
That's
one
that's a
person
vetting issue.
adding
That's
to that issue.
guys. That's why I
that's a
talk the
simp
way I
issue.
talk on the show. Like,
That's a simp issue.
yeah.
And we
That's-
are not simps, and we are trying to eliminate the virus.
Yeah, eliminate
I don't know
that
how.
shit.
That's why we supposed to be
It's a
talking
lot of female
game.
simps too.
Think with discernment. Damn it. Move with intent.
Actually know you could eliminate simping if guys could just stop thinking with this.
Yeah,
That's
stop thinking
down
with your
there.
deed. Use
That's
your
it.
brain.
Use your brain. Use knowledge. Think
before you act. Before you become a baby daddy.
This head, not that.
There's some
head.
chick you don't even want to be with. Then you're
Simple.
crying to me. Why did I do this? Bro, you slept with a stripper. I don't know. She was hot though. Then the red flags are everywhere. I know, but yeah.
Exactly.
Don't you did that, bro?
People put themselves into these situations and then be mad.
She's so hot.
Because most men, not for nothing, they want the eye candy.
Yes.
They don't want a girl with a brain. They don't
Yes.
want a girl to challenge.
I
them.
actually stay away.
They want someone who's attractive, who makes them look good, and that's all they care about.
I stay away.
Then when they divorce and take all their money, they become
I'm
Jews.
gonna say this, right?
Like,
I think of
look at
pretty women, like bad women. Like
I stay away from that.
Like 10s as an 07 Land Rover, Range Rover.
Yeah, I don't deal with that. No, if she looks like a model, nah, I'm not dealing with that.
It's a nice, expensive car, but you're gonna have to deal with all the fucking maintenance and problems.
I'm not dealing with that. No,
And I'm not doing it. I'm gonna get me a Honda.
I want a regular girl.
But then they be cheating though.
Wait, what?
Which ones be cheating?
Who cheating?
People with your mindset, because at the end of the day, that ain't what you really want.
What you mean? How
That's
do
exactly what I
you
want.
know that? That's exactly what I desire. What do you mean? How do you know
I just
that?
feel as though, all right, boom. You saying you would like an average person, basically,
Well,
right?
not an average, a little bit above average, but okay.
Okay, a little bit above. I feel like you kind of saying like you're gonna lower your standards just because you don't want what comes with a pretty female.
You think we're lying to ourselves? Is that what you're saying?
No, not really. But
I want at least an 8.
are you really satisfied?
Like, I gotta be
That's
able
what you
to-
gotta ask yourself.
I gotta be able to turn
hold on,
over
let
to
me
you
just
in
say
the
this.
morning and look at you.
You
and
gotta
be like,
settle
baby,
somewhere. Everybody has to. Everybody settles in some way, shape, or form. You gotta figure out where you're gonna lay your head at the end of the day. You can't always get what you want. And I'm not one of these.
Sometimes
And
you
I'm
can, though.
not all the time, and not all the time. Because if that was the case, I'd be in Vegas right now making a lot of money. But you know, at the end of the day, you try your best to get what you want. But it's like, all right, this is as good as I can get it. Cool, and I'm fine with that.
So you
That's the
settle.
problem.
No, it's not the problem.
Yeah,
It's actually,
that's-
no. The problem is people aren't willing to do that. People keep, well, I can get it potentially. It's like a gambler trying to get that $1 million
that's the
jackpot.
internet
You never get it.
complainers.
So listen.
But who's
The
to
people
say
that's
you
willing
can't
to
get that?
do that
What
did
if
that
you-
already.
What if
They're not
you
talking.
eight, but then a 10 come around and she's
So-
everything that you ever wanted.
What
You
if-
leaving that 8 because that ain't what you really
What?
wanted.
No,
What
it's called making an oath.
Compromise. Fuck, what is the business term for that? Opportunity cost. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Opportunity cost. To get this, you have to give up something. You cannot get everything. You
Nope.
cannot get everything in life. It's not
Yep.
happen.
Nope.
You're going to suffer some type of con within what you get. So you got to be okay with the compromise.
Have
Oh,
to.
yeah, absolutely.
And not worry about the what ifs and understand that you made a decision and stick by that.
So like dating a 10, you understand that all of this comes through. They're probably not going to be as smart as they should be because they have it. Listen. A 10 might not be as smart as an 8 or a 7 is because they don't have to work for a lot of things. right?
Outward beauty.
Because they're pretty. They get everything that they want. It's basically
Isn't that
spoiled daddy
pretty
treatment.
privilege?
Yeah, pretty privilege. That's
So
what Jess
because
says.
you have pretty privilege, you're dumb? Or than
No.
that?
have pretty
No.
privilege.
Listen.
And I have my own business, my own money, my own
But
everything.
listen. You're taking what I'm saying and attributing it to yourself, right? Again, like I said, you guys are not the average beautiful ladies. You're different, right? But in a sense of whatever, for you being pretty, you get a lot more. So would you say that you probably get more favor because you're pretty than an ugly woman?
Pretty privilege is a real thing, for
is.
sure. But I don't think that
It's
takes
true.
away from your other qualities because you're
doesn't.
pretty. Like,
No,
if you're
no.
pretty, so most
Hold on.
likely
It's
she's
a
not
might
that
not care
smart.
too much about my other
You know, but I'm
qualities.
saying it's a percentage is higher. When
It
you
allows
start-
for you to lean on something rather than struggle a little bit and then grow as a result of that struggle. You get to lean on your beauty a little bit, leverage it.
True. But I wouldn't say that's like,
No, it's not majority. I'm not saying it's majority.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's majority.
but it
when
does
you're,
happen.
when
for
you're
sure. I
dealing with
wouldn't
it's the
deny
things
that.
that you have to look out for. So if you're dealing with a 10, those are some things that 10s like attribute with. If you're dealing with an 8, yeah, she's still pretty, but she had to work for certain things that a 10 probably wouldn't have to work for.
Because she has more
Right.
leverage than the 8.
That's true.
So that's just things that you have to be aware for. Like if you want a 10, just understand you're gonna get 10 cons.
Yeah.
Or if you're dealing with a 7, you're gonna get 7 cons. She might not be
Dealing
as
with a 1.
you're dealing with a 1. At this point, I mean, brother, you should be working on yourself.
But I will say this though, to contend with your statement. Unfortunately, there aren't a lot of dudes who are willing to, like, when they say I'm gonna be with this woman and just stick by her. Because I've run into those dudes. Unfortunately, like I was on a podcast where like these 2 dudes were polyamorous and I'm the only monogamous guy, right? So I was just like, yo, I just need one woman. I'm good. And they were like, yo, but what if like 2 other girls come along? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good though. And they're like, really? I'm like, yeah, because her physical beauty right? Doesn't necessarily matter. It's about who she is. I made an oath, right? That oath supersedes any physical change because I'm about my word.
Yeah.
You know, I come from that kind of family. Like, I don't know if that might have been it, but like my father always told me, son, when you say you're going to do something, you better fucking do it. Because if not, you're a fucking liar to yourself.
Yep.
And then why should anybody believe in anything you say if you can't hold yourself to your own word?
You go to church, you haven't?
I'm not. That's the funny part. People tell me I live in a religious way, but I'm not religious like
That's where
that.
I think you can find a
like
girl.
like honestly, I don't understand. people-
Oh, bro, I can tell you a story about that, but that's for another time.
I don't understand people with this like poly mindset, whatever happened.
I don't get that, bro. You know what? Hold on. You know what dude told me? Dude was like, "Yeah, man," but like, and it was me and two other women, and I was on the woman's side, and he was like, "Bro, you're supposed to back me up." I'm like, "No, I disagree with the fact that you feel like you got this wife, and you feel like, oh, you're horny. You feel like you should just be able to sleep around with another woman. You made an oath and a promise to a woman to take care of her. You have a fucking child, and you're saying that you can't control the lower part of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You can't fucking sacrifice, my guy. She sacrificed for you. She had that fucking kid. She's there. She's loyal. She's feeding you. She's taking care of the house. You better fucking do everything you can for that woman.
Yeah.
What are you crazy?
You don't ever.
But
And that's the
think
problem.
Don't
Most
think
men
like
don't
that.
You
think
don't ever
like
think
that.
you could have
You
two
gotta have a
girlfriends
lot
at
of
one time?
discipline
Within-
to even have that type
with
of
him-
Discipline.
with
You
them.
don't, you don't think you could have two girlfriends at one
It's
time?
mine, right?
See, let's talk about that.
Drinking out?
When I was in college, I tried that. But I realized that that's not the kind of man I am.
He moved.
No, mine's is
Because
And that's
yeah,
gonna cost you a lot.
Put that
it
out there.
does. But
Cost you more.
I
don't
tried
know.
that, dabbled in it, right? I'm a man, right? I'm in college. But I realized that's not,
I'm telling you,
it's not, I felt
I'll put that
disgusting.
But,
Like literally, I was in,
Do you
I
think
was
there's
in,
something wrong with it?
I don't know. It's something that I'm not really spiritual, but like, it was something in my spirit that was just like, nah, this
So-
ain't
No.
it.
Do you think there's something wrong with people that date? That
Nah,
have,
do
like,
what you want to
two
do.
wives?
Do what you want to do. I have nothing against anybody that wants multiple wives, whatever. But just for me personally, I feel like it's easier to devote yourself to one person. And again, it's just I've watched my father. I love shout out to my dad because he's gonna watch this. My dad has shown me what real love is. This man works like long ass hours from like 7 at night to like 7 in the morning. And I remember being a little kid, dad just knocked out on the couch. He would wake up, he'd clean the house, and then he'd go out, mow the lawn, he'd make me lunch, and then he would just go back to work again 5 days a week. And he's been working night shift for 30 years, dad. Right?
So you've had an example of a real man.
Right.
Most
So,
men haven't had an example.
unfortunately,
I could love two women at more than.
so now this
I
is
could
what I'm
love two
saying.
women at the same time.
And that's him, man.
I mean, it is
Kudos
what
to
it
him.
is.
You would
Kudos to
have
him.
a polygamy.
I would try it.
polygamous
Yeah, I would
So-
try it.
relationship.
In my religion,
Wow.
and again I won't say, but my religion, we're allowed to have multiple wives, right?
Okay.
We know.
And the thing, come on. But my religion, we're allowed to have multiple wives, right? But
Right.
the thing is that in our religion, it says that you're supposed to give to one wife that you give to another. Exactly the same. You cannot differentiate between the two of them, right? I don't think I could do that. Because there's no way in hell. Like, yeah, I could have finances and give both of them houses, cars, whatever, children, whatever. But I can't love another person the same way as I love one
I've
person.
actually-
So I would never
think
do
you
it.
I
always
think I
love
can.
one more
I
than
can
the other.
understand that, but I think
I would never
can.
do it.
Hold on. I've talked to a couple women who are in those marriages, and this one girl, I forget her name. Sorry if you're watching, but she's not in a marriage anymore, but she was in a marriage where it was her and it was two other girls. And, the guy was providing, had enough money to provide for everybody, right? But he liked going out more with the younger one, right? Because she was the older one. And she made a fuss about that, and he got really mad. And so, like, they all had their own room. They all had their own rooms. So he's supposed to go in each one of their rooms every other night, like that rotation.
This just sounds crazy.
No, but this is what happens. So she was telling me how like he stopped going to her room and only went to the other two's rooms, and it made her feel.
Favoritism going around.
But she still had to clean. She still had to cook. But she felt unloved. So she's watching these two other girls, these two other wives, enjoying his company, but he kind of like hushed her away, and she felt so like just unloved, and she just ended up just leaving it.
I never checked to see if it was an example of any of that working.
I've read
I
a
know
lot
it
of
works
Reddit
a lot
posts on
in
that. Women
Africa.
who are in these marriages, and unfortunately, you do have a bias. Maybe she sucks your D better or whatever, and then maybe she doesn't want to do those things. So you kind of do. You're like, well, she's more experienced than the other one. So now you enjoy her a little bit more, and maybe you love her a little bit more, and you keep going hanging out with her a little bit more. Women you guys are perceptive on that shit. You'll be like, oh, She gets a little bit more energy
I don't
than
think
me.
it's something that a lot of guys can do.
No, it's not.
Hell
It's,
no.
it's,
So can a
listen,
woman bring
listen.
a man into
No.
the marriage?
no,
That's not a marriage.
no, it's not marriage. It's a trade wreck. Literally.
Bias.
It's not a bias.
I
I'm
don't
not.
know.
I'm not.
Would you
I don't
do
believe man
it?
or
Not
woman
Would
should
you do
I
it
don't
if
believe
you
man or
felt like
woman
you
should
were
do it.
capable of doing it?
Hell no.
No, I don't think so. It's,
I made an oath.
The
What kind
average
of, what
person
kind, what
isn't
kind of man
capable
would
of
I
it.
be to go beyond
Yeah, but I'm
my
just saying.
there's
if he-
men.
if
There's
he-
men that can do
Like
it.
if he could,
but
would you?
majority of men. Well, one, to be honest with you, you shouldn't be having no 2 wives if you're not like exceptionally rich.
No, I'm saying, but
That's
I'm
one
saying,
fact,
if you
right?
were though, would you do it?
No,
No.
Because it still
No.
takes a lot.
I made an oath, bro. Like,
bro, I'm afraid of marrying one person and them taking half of my shit. Now imagine 2 of them. Nothing at all.
But for me personally, I take that oath shit real seriously.
Yeah, I do too.
Because growing up, and this is where the trauma, I guess, comes in, right? I always was told by specific people in my family that they were gonna do things and they never did, and it always hurt me. Because I'd always do what I was told
What
to
if
do.
you make an oath to both of them?
Here you go,
It's hard
bro.
to keep up.
This guy.
And then
Bro.
what about when kids and
This guy.
stuff?
No, hold on.
start
Let me
coming into play?
hold on. I would
yeah,
never
having 2 mommies is
I would
crazy.
never want a woman to feel unloved
mommies is crazy.
by me.
Only
Mommy
to
one,
us in
mommy
here.
two.
Only to
Mommy
us
two.
Like
here.
that's
No.
so messy.
Only to us here though.
What do you mean?
Polygamy is normal in a lot of places.
I'm
It
sure.
is.
I'm sure it is, but
It
not
is.
for
It
me.
definitely is. Not
for me.
Can't do it.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking you. I'm just saying.
no,
I think I could do it. I would
What
try
I'm saying
it.
is again, if you want to do it, that's fine. I like whatever, do your thing. But for me, no.
Yeah, I can't.
I just can't do it because I don't like the idea of being with one woman and I can't love the other one the same. That's fucked
Yeah,
up.
that's fucked up.
And I know how that feels. So I would never want to make somebody feel the way I felt. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I.
And then
I
on
take
top
it.
of that too, you just if you're this exceptional fucking man, right, and you're opening yourself up to more liability, you gotta be vulnerable some way to one of your women. So now one of them is gonna feel a different way, and now she's going to be spiteful and try to attack you.
It's a
And I
possibility.
feel like that's just the reality is most men can't satisfy more than one woman the same.
You can't.
Well, you can't take 100% and put
So
and
it's
split
not
it into
fair to the next person. So that's
Like
why
even if you're 100% with this
selfish.
wife and 99.8%,
that percentage matters.
It does.
Because over time, it's going to start to adjust.
Yes.
and that's gonna cause conflict within the house.
Yup. And if you
And
watch
if-
Criminal
If
Minds
you
or
don't
anything
care,
like
I feel
that,
like you're just selfish at that point.
Yes.
yeah,
You don't care about them. You care about yourself.
Bingo.
You want to have your cake and eat it too.
Bingo.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
You do.
Because you
it's
can't.
like, why can't a
satisfy
woman
both
do
of
it,
them. Just
though?
let her be happy and be
Why
with
can't
someone
I?
else.
I just said there's a lot of people that do it.
It is, but are those women really happy in those
I don't know. That's why I
situations?
said
They
I
could
didn't
be.
study that.
Well,
They could be.
I've asked a couple of women, and so far I've gotten
don't
mixed
be happy.
answers. I
They
don't-
could
I don't-
be.
They don't.
Right? But
That's
again,
why
it's a
someone
rare
always
percentage,
leaves
though.
I feel like
eventually, and
women
then they
do
have
it
to
to
replace
please
them.
their men.
You-
It's
do-
not something that they actually want to do.
Do you know that show Sister Wives?
Yeah. Wait.
That whole situation is just crazy. They all
Yeah.
left
Yep.
because he favored one over the other, and then he
My
tried.
mother used to watch that.
It was a train wreck because he favored one more than the others. And then he stopped loving the older one because she was getting older. And he's giving more energy to the young one. And she felt
It's
that.
bound to happen.
Yep.
Yep.
It's bound to happen.
And because I'm aware of that, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to grow old with you, and that's it.
That's
next
it.
thing you know, they all gang up and then they leave you. Like they come to grips with each other. Like, yo, he ain't do this for you. Oh, he did this. All right, we out. Literally, like.
But that drama, bro.
So
fuck that.
kill. Imagine they both just sit there conspire while you're out making your money. They come home, they jump the shit out you.
That could happen, but I won't think about
Literally.
it.
Put $2 million
Put a
life
whole
insurance.
plan
Could
on
happen,
you and
but I
shit.
Jump the shit out
I
you.
won't think of it. Just like
Nah.
if I'm with one girl.
Nah,
Still won't think of it.
You think about it when they
I won't
meet.
think about it. If it happened, it happened. I just keep it moving.
Did y'all ever see that couple on TikTok that was like viral for mad long? It was like Sean, Olivia, and Shanice.
No, what's that? What's
Sean,
that?
Olivia, and Shanice.
How did
It was
What's that?
a
Tell me about that.
polygamy relationship, and it was an older one and it was a younger one, and the younger one was a little like
Ditzy.
people conceived her as like ditzy and just
Right.
like pick me, like, oh, I'll do it. And the
Like a
other
kiss
one
ass.
was older. She was a little more reserved. I feel like she had a little more like self-respect.
And
for
she was the
herself, higher
original
self-esteem.
girlfriend.
And she was the original. She allowed
Oh,
him
wow.
to bring someone in, and then everyone knew something was just off about their dynamic. Like, just
Mm-hmm.
like, and then it would be certain days where he would have a certain attitude towards one and kind of treat one differently than the other.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, they're beasting for his attention. Like, oh, like, you know, you would see, like, even though we're just watching, we could just see, like, the tension. Like, we know,
Yeah.
like, something is off. And then, like, eventually, the older one, she just silently left. She got a new man. Like, the way she just was done.
She
It
got
was
a new
just like
apartment, a new
it was
everything.
literally a
Nice,
whole new life, and
nice,
it's just like you could
nice.
tell
See,
that
you
she
do see
wasn't
something wrong with
genuinely
it.
happy.
What?
You said you didn't see something wrong with it, but you do.
No.
for him specifically.
No, he said he couldn't do it, but I asked him, do we see something wrong with men that do that?
No, in
He
that
said do what
situation,
they
in that
want.
I said, if in that
No,
situation,
but I'm saying his reaction to what you just said shows that
right,
he
she
sees
left
something wrong
because she
with
was
it.
being treated poorly. Yes,
And that's the whole point.
He
Most people can't
favored one over
maintain-
the other.
If you can
You can't
maintain
maintain-
two women and make them happy, do it.
right,
But most people can't.
right.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
1%
that's
of people
really the
can't do it.
whole. That's why those relationships.
And you can
usually
see it
don't
on
work
all
out.
these TV shows of what happens, and you literally watch the
I
slow
wouldn't go to
breakdown.
TV shows for a reference.
Oh, well, I'm not. Okay, well, then let's not use TV shows. Let's use the women that I interviewed who are Muslim and who happen to be in these marriages where they're unhappy.
What do they say?
They say that he favored. I just told you the story. He has 3 wives, and she's the older, and unfortunately, he favors the young ones more. She didn't like that she wasn't getting enough attention. He shunned her as a result. She didn't get enough attention, and she felt unloved, and she slowly got out.
Yeah, it's a skill that probably takes.
And it
hella
takes a
finesse
lot
to
for
do
you
it.
to even
It
get up
shouldn't
the
even be a
courage.
skill.
It's
to
just
leave.
people are different.
That's true, because that's all you know.
Exactly. Like, you have to come into reality and terms with yourself. Like, sometimes people are convinced themselves just because all the trouble that they're going to go through from getting out of the situation isn't worth
Yup.
their unhappiness. So it's like, I'm going to just stay because he provides for me and he does this. And I already invested so much time.
'Cause there was
That's how people end up stuck in those situations.
Because there was a situation where there was, I think it was on Facebook, and she was showing like her daily life or whatever, and she had like, I think it was like 5 boyfriends or whatever. This was on TikTok. I guess they took it down, but she had like 5 boyfriends, and she was like this one woman, and everyone was like, "Oh, this is awesome." A whole bunch of girls were like, "This is awesome," but I think one of them got jealous. One of the guys got jealous,
Oh, that's good.
and he ended up physically like fighting the others because he felt like he wasn't getting enough attention. Again, it's attention.
And men,
I mean, you got a whole bunch of men in one hot like.
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
too bad.
And everybody is
I feel
different.
like
You're gonna
men's
connect to
jealousy
people
and
differently.
stuff like that is different.
Well, it's more physical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, it can end real bad.
Yeah. So guys, I know it's been a long time, but it's a long ass episode, and I don't want to be sitting here editing for 95 hours. All right. You guys got any piece that you guys want to say individually? I will start with Alicia.
I just feel like this was a really good conversation. I feel like it's cool to like hear the perspective of men's side and women's side, because I feel like the problem with social media is we don't be listening to each other.
the
We just
problem.
be
True.
pushing out what we feel instead of trying to understand
That
where
is
they're
true.
coming from.
And that's all we
So,
try to do in the hood.
I feel
anyways.
like it's good to have these type of debates and just see a man's standpoint on certain things. Cause y'all don't be completely wrong sometimes, but I just feel like maybe we all should just work on listening to each other. Yeah.
Mhm. That's
Talk to
facts.
him.
But yeah, it was a great chat. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it as well. It was nice meeting
Bro,
you.
nobody cares about you. We care about the guests.
Yeah, just to feed off what Elijah said, I agree. I feel like it's nice to see people's different point of views and what they think. And yeah, I just feel like it was a great episode. I feel like I had a little eye opener in some of the things that we discussed. But yeah, I feel like it was a great episode.
BSG for the second time coming on. What you got to say to people? Yeah, right there.
I think that it's important for, like she said, everybody, man and woman, to talk with one another and discuss these things. A lot of the stuff that I see on social media, because I'm on every single one of them, is again, like there's these unfortunate separations, echo chambers where, men are saying one thing, girls are doing another, but we need to be able to bridge the gap. You guys know I do that a lot on my page, but it's important to be able to do this again, not just on the digital world, but also in the physical world, if we're going to actually come together and fix all the BS and discrepancy. And I think it was great. It was nice to meet ladies who are civil and logical and not like constantly like you ain't shit. You know, I'm not used to that all the time. So again, these are great ladies. You guys are very
This
intelligent.
is how everybody should be.
You know, we should be able to
Listen and perceive, give your opinion, but
at the end of the day, just be kumbaya. You know,
Yeah.
you can't. We have to live in this world together. You know,
That's it.
and no matter
Stop being delusional.
And
stop being delusional.
stop being delusional.
now it's our turns as the hosts.
Okay.
All right.
You're gonna go for the women, and I'm gonna go for the men. So go ahead, say your piece.
Well, of course,
Oh,
he
what I have
made
to
you
say,
go
two
for the
women?
The outro, my boy.
Dang.
Come on, man.
If you don't got it, just say the one that you always say.
Okay. Yes, sir, Ski. This is the Hood Analyst Podcast where we talk about that real hood. Now, watch their faces when I say this. They may react in they might have a little scrunched up faces or whatever. Take a screenshot of it. Men, get your body count up because women will never tell you what the fuck they like in bed. You need to get your experience up so when you're dealing with the woman you actually want to take serious, you know how to satisfy her. And women, I know your hair just got done, your nails is done, your makeup is looking whatever the fuck y'all call it nowadays. Please keep your body count low. And if you can't do that, I know you looking good and niggas give you a lot of attention. At least deceive the nigga into thinking that your body count is low. He will take you much more seriously.
Wait,
You're crazy.
I'm gonna say one too. And I'm just gonna say, men and women, just learn to understand each other, be transparent, and see what y'all want from each other. Stop hiding behind false intentions. It's just that simple. And we are out.
Be intentional.
We out.